You were an absolute firefight. Talk us through the progression from.
I mean, you guys seen the growth. You guys seen the elevation in my game every time in. I make the adjustment every time we needed to be done, and today wasn't the exception. Today we had a tough opponent in Jorge Garcia Perez. I came forward. He came to fight. We knew he was coming to fight. We needed to keep him at distance, and that's what we did. Frustrated him.
Incredible fight.
Thank you.
Talk to us, XANDER, about that fight, about the opponent. It's a long way from Hennessy's win, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. It is a long way.
Fight to a world title against Jorge Garcia Perez.
For sure.
Talk to us about winning the title here at the Garden, the place that you fought at multiple times.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, growth. You saw me with Hennessy's win as my first fight, my pro debut. Now fighting the number 2 guy in the division for the WBO. So obviously, it means the world to me being here at MSG and winning it here at MSG. This is my 8th time. I'm undefeated here. This is my second home, and I feel happy every time I fight here.
And what kind of message you think you sent to the other top contenders in the division and your fellow champions now that you're world champion?
They're gonna have to adjust, because I can make adjustments work round by round, quick as possible.
XANDER, you looked like you were starting to hurt him in the 7th round. You were in control, and then he came on a little bit in 9 and 10. Did
opponent and he wasn't gonna quit, and I didn't want to throw everything in the 7th round, knowing that I had 6 or 5 more rounds to go. So I wanted to be smart, staying patient, winning round by round, and that's what we did. Round 9 came in. He started putting his head down a little bit more, walking forward. We started grabbing him. Just don't let him work inside. We allowed him to work inside. Would have been a whole completely different fight, and we just frustrated him. He was frustrated by the end.
You already pay rent.
He said after his fight was due last week, he wants his belt back. He would like that fight with you. What do you think of that fight? How realistic is that fight?
He shouldn't have lost it in the first place. He shouldn't have left it vacant in the first place. That's all I have to say. He know where to contact us.
XANDER, talk about the crowd there for the theater, because the sound was deafening there when you came out, and then round by round when they were cheering for you with those power shots.
Man, to be honest, going into the ring, it was a blur. I was just locked in. I knew I had a job to do inside. I had to be perfect for 12 rounds. Mm-hmm. And, I did listen to the crowd cheering for me and stuff, but I was trying to stay locked in as much as possible.
Now, talk about the movement during the fight, because you were moving as far as side to side and getting away from the range of Garcia's punches.
That's what boxing is all about. Hit and not get hit. When you can frustrate a guy by him throwing to the air and him missing big, that's when you got it in the bag, because now he's gonna either get shy or he's gonna continue to miss big, and that's what he did. He continued to miss big, and we just started getting under those shots, wrapping him around, break, going back to controlling the fight.
XANDER, primero que nada, de Puerto Rico, hablarle un poco a la fanática de Puerto Rico y hablarnos un poco si vas a insistir con la compañía sobre la posibilidad de volver a pelear nuevamente en Puerto Rico.
Pues sinceramente, Bob Baron me acaba de decir que mi primera defensa será en Puerto Rico. Obviamente, ahora hay que esperar que eso se haga realidad. Siempre me han apoyado, siempre me han dado el cariño desde el día 1, y estoy súper agradecido con todos ellos.
And who would you like to fight if you had the choice in that homecoming matchup, XANDER, in Puerto Rico?
Whoever. I heard Backroom is looking for an opponent. Sebastian Fundora, I heard, wants his belt back. So anybody in the division can get it now. It's like I told you, there's no running now. I'm a world champion, and I have what they want.
And your opponent tonight, very tricky style, awkward, punches coming from all kind of angles.
Yes.
How do you, in addition to dealing with the awkwardness, how do you rate his power, and what have you learned from this win tonight, winning the title?
He had a little bit of pop. He had a little bit of pop for sure. He was awkward with his punches, so I needed to be alert and seeing every punch on what angle was coming, because sometimes he was coming from down low and then from the top, so I needed to be alert and see those punches coming. But I think my defense today, I took some punishment, but overall I was pretty sharp with it.
Xander, how would you rate your performance?
I haven't, I got to go back and see it. The team is happy. We made the adjustment, hopefully. And again, it's always about improvement and getting better. So I know there's things to be done and things we need to work on. But overall, I think I give it a B plus.
Xander, now that you're a world champion, are you the face of Puerto Rican boxing?
That's not up to me. That's never up to me. That's up to the fans. I got to continue to do my job. I will continue to win. I will continue to work hard, stay focused, and keep bringing glory to Puerto Rico.
Xander, just a question for you and Coach, too. You're a champion at 22 now. How much better do you think you're going to get in these next couple of years as a champion now?
Man, Coach could tell you. Coach could be...
Well, like you said, he is young, and I feel like once guys become a champion, they get it, a certain percentage better. So I'm expecting that, one, increase in power. He's growing. He's growing into that man body. So
some of this guy, they just could take a punch. Some of this guy, I'm hitting him, and they're like, keep walking. I'm like, man, just go down. But no, overall, yes, I feel like I will continue to improve. I will continue to get better. Like Coach said, my power is going to continue to get better. My technique will continue to get better. And I want to congratulate Coach because.
All right, mate. What's going on to all the boxing OGs out here, man? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's your host, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. And let's talk about it, man. Xander Zayas, the new world champion at 154. And the Puerto Ricans have been having parties since yesterday, bruv. The whole social media. The Puerto Ricans have said the best of the best has arrived. The birth of Puerto Rican's best fighter now. The champion, Xander Zayas, the young Puerto Rican. Now, let's get ready to cook. Puerto Rican fans are out here throwing parties, bro, and parades. Like Xander Zayas has just made it to unified division, bruv. When in reality, bruv, yes, we're going to give him some props and flowers, right? We're going to give him flowers, but we're going to cook first. We're going to cook as well. He just picked up a vacant belt, bro. A vacant belt. You know what I mean? Let's stop the cap, man. This ain't no TEO Trinidad at the moment. This ain't no Miguel Cotto right there yet. But this is definitely ain't some generational takeover yet, bro. Man's in Puerto Rico acting like the biggest man that's coming in the world. You know what I mean? I know look, I'm going to say this. He picked up the belt. He did good. He beat a guy that's got already over 3-4 losses, bro. Now, I watched the fight again. And when you watch the fight, he does good, bro. Now, I would compare him as a fighter that doesn't like to be hurt. He's a hit and don't get hit kind of fighter. He ain't that kind of a guy that's going in there to hurt you, to stop you. He's a Puerto Rican fighter that's coming with his own skill set. He likes to box. He don't like to get dirty. All right? Now, yeah, he did some good shit in there. He can box. He's virtually like Devin Haney, bro. He trying to learn from Devin Haney. Yo, this guy just trying to learn from Devin Haney. He ain't got no power in his fist. He just got a box. He's the Puerto Rican coming up, Devin Haney, bro. That's facts. He trying to be like Devin and Shakur. That's the kind of fighter he is, bro. You understand? He is a fighter that likes to box. Even when he hurts you or he punches you and he catches you, he likes to clinch. You understand? He's a boxer. Yes. And he's got some skills. But did he actually put the division on notice? Did he put every single other fighter, and all the Puerto Ricans are having parties, parades, but did he put everybody on notice? Well, I'll tell you what, he got some boxing, but he ain't put nobody on notice. There ain't nobody on notice from his performance. He's good, but you can see that he ain't got power. You understand? He ain't got that power, bro. He got a box. Like I said, bro, he trying to be like Devin Haney. You understand? He is trying to be just like, a bit like Devin Haney, but Devin Haney got better, what's it called? footwork than him. Haney can do the shoulder roll. He can't do the shoulder roll. He got good defense. I mean, he works off of hit and don't get hit. That's his style, bro. Hit and don't get hit. You know what I mean? Xander fought for a vacant belt. You understand? He fought for the vacant belt that Sebastian Fundora gave up. Right? He didn't beat no champion. He got lucky to get the vacant belt against that guy Garcia. It's really, I would say look, I'll give it to him. He got himself to be a champion. Yeah? But he's a hit and don't get hit kind of fighter. He ain't a kind of fight. Even in the 12th round, if you look at the 12th round, he likes to survive. He likes to survive. If you look at even in some of the rounds, he survived the 12th round. He didn't want to get into it. He just wanted to survive that round just to be happy with the points decision. He's a boxer. You understand? He ain't a brawler. He ain't a brawler, and he likes to clinch. He likes to clinch. Every time he catch you, he gonna clinch you. You get what I'm saying? And he don't have no power. I mean, they call Shakur Stevenson pillow fist. They call Devin Haney like pillow fist. Well, then you can say Xander Zayas is a pillow fist. But he's a fighter. He's like Devin Haney, bro. Like I said, bro, he's the next Puerto Rican Devin Haney. That don't mean he ain't no good. He's a smart fighter. He uses his brain. You understand? But his level of opposition, the best guys he beat is this guy you saw yesterday. And what's his name? Give me a second, bro. Yo, Patrick Teixeira. That's his best wins. But look, bro, even when he catches you, he clinches you. This is when he caught Garcia with a big shot. Xander Zayas caught Garcia with a big shot. You understand? Xander Zayas caught Garcia with a big shot. And then he went to clinch him. He's a clincher. You understand? He's trying to be Devin Haney's younger brother. But he's still got a lot to go. Devin Haney's already approved and shown and achieved greatness. Undisputed two-weight world champion. He's on a different level. But he's trying to be like Devin Haney, bro. Like a young version of Devin Haney. You understand? Now, this is when he landed a big shot. He landed a big shot and then he went to clinch. Look, he's a good fighter, yeah? But we still got to see a lot of him. He's a good fighter, but we got to see a lot of him. Now, I know the Puerto Ricans are hyped up, and I don't blame them. At least they got someone to represent. But, yo, a lot of fans are saying that he's food for the Mexicans in that division. Now, some people are saying to me, he's food, Rapstar. He is food for Virgil Ortiz and Sebastian Fundora. I don't know yet. I need to see how he's going to adapt in those fights. The Puerto Ricans are saying they don't care. That Virgil Ortiz already got dropped by Barchek. Now they're saying that Virgil Ortiz got dropped by Barchek and they're not too bothered. But I know that the Puerto Ricans know that Virgil Ortiz is a serious threat. Yeah, you can have the parades, you can have parties. But this guy, he's got some serious competition. At 154 now, he got serious competition. This ain't just a walk in the park, bro. This ain't just a walk in the park fight for him. The level of opposition who's he fought. Fans are saying, calling him the future of boxing. You got to wait. He ain't no future of nothing yet. You got to give him a break. Let's see how he grows and develops. But those other fights that he needs to fight, bruh, I don't know, man. We're gonna see. But I mean, even Xander Zayas, have a look at all his career. Give me his fucking highlight reels. Who has Xander Zayas highlight reels? Where is the next highlight reels for Xander Zayas? Nah, he's just a boxer. He is a boxer. He don't knock anybody out, bro. He's not that kind of fighter. He don't stop nobody. There's no highlight reels. He's a good boxer. You ain't gonna see no highlight reels. I mean, his stoppages back in the day, I mean, I don't know. Nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever talks about any of his fights like that, bro. You ain't never seen anybody say, yo, have you seen Xander Zayas fight? Did you see his fight? Nobody, not one. Because he don't have them kind of fights. And against who? So keep the same energy, bro. Keep the same energy. Nobody ever talks about his KOs or anything like that, bro. I'm just saying. I ain't seen anything extra. Now, let me know in the chat. Do you think Xander Zayas is straight up and down? Or do you think he's got special effects? Is he a straight up and down fighter or a special fighter? Let me know in the chat. And let me come to the chat in a minute. Let me know in the chat, bro. You think he's a special fighter or straight up and down? Or do you think he's straight up and down? Hey, look, one thing about him, if he got a good skill set, yeah, and a good boxing brain, then he should be able to adjust. And if he can adjust and adapt as the fight goes on and the rounds go on, then he's got a good opportunity to be able to be the skillful fighter, the guy that got the skills. You know, Puerto Rico just inherited a guy that's got a different kind of skill set. He ain't no killer. He ain't going in there to knock you out. He ain't that kind of fighter. The fighter he is smart, calculated, hit and don't get hit. Who does that sound like, bro? Let me know in the chat who the fuck that sound like. He's one of them guys who knows how to box. You understand? Puerto Rico got a fighter that uses brain. I'm not saying he ain't got heart. He got heart. You know what I mean? But he's a very calculated fighter. So, yeah, I got to give it to him. That Xander Zayas has become a world champion now. Right, for sure. But at the end of the day, there is serious competition at that division. That don't mean he's not a good fighter. It just means that he ain't really put anybody on notice, but he has now got into the mix. Xander Zayas has definitely got into the mix. He's in there with the big players now. You know what I'm saying? At 154, he's in there with the smoke. And right now, the good thing about it is he's a young guy. He's a very young guy. He's the youngest champion right now in boxing. Xander Zayas is the youngest champion in the sport right now. So, yeah, he can still develop. He's still got growth. And, yeah, at the end of the day, I think that the Puerto Ricans, they need to be proud But at the same time, like I said, bro, this brother here, he got fundamentals, he got skill, but he's not a fighter to come and close the show. Now I know that Xander Zayas is given enough what's it called? Puerto Rico something to go on. At least the Puerto Ricans have got another champion. But yeah, I like to see him against Josh Kelly. I like to see Xander Zayas against Josh Kelly, bro. You know what I mean? Then we got fights against Backram, fights against then even Virgil Ortiz. Xander Zayas got a lot of fights at 154, bro. The division is packed. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian Fundora. There's a lot of names for Xander Zayas, but I believe they're going to give him at least a couple of easy touches. I believe they're going to give him a couple of easy touches. Yeah, Daddy Medina, Xander Zayas fights like Devin Haney, bro. He loves to fight. I mean, he loves to box. You know what I mean? He's a man that likes to use his brain. Hit and don't get hit. You get what I'm saying? Xander Zayas has got a bit of Devin Haney in him. You know, he landed a couple of big shots and then he goes to clinch you. He'll clinch you up so that you can't get him on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Xander versus Ramos. Yep, good fight. Erickson Lubin. Yep, Erickson Lubin still in the mix. But the ultimate goal is, can the Puerto Rican hold it down against the next Mexicans in the division? The Mexicans ain't playing in the division, bro. The Mexicans ain't playing out here in this division. You got the American Mexicans, which are hard as nails. Virgil Ortiz. Bro, Virgil Ortiz against Xander Zayas is the fight. I want to see how clever Xander Zayas can outbox Virgil Ortiz. I want to see how Xander Zayas can hold himself against a guy who's a pressure fighter. You know that Xander Zayas is on the back foot. You know that he be boxing all night. He ain't looking to get in that middle of the ring with Virgil. We're gonna have to see. Virgil Ortiz is got a killer instinct. If Virgil hurts you, Virgil finishes you. You know what I'm saying? If Virgil catches you and he hurts you, look, Xander Zayas caught Garcia with a big shot. Xander Zayas caught Garcia with a massive shot, bro. And then straight after the shot, he clinches you. You get me? Straight after the shot, he'll clinch you. He's that kind of fighter, bro. He's not the kind of fighter that will hurt you and stop you. It's like Devin Haney. Devin Haney's clever. Devin Haney will hurt you and keep boxing your ears off. Do you understand? He's a hit and don't get hit kind of fighter. He's a hit and don't get hit kind of fighter. Now, did he put the division? Did he put the other guys on notice? If you watch his fights and you watch the way that he won the belt, do you believe he put any of them, in on notice at 154? Did he put anybody in the division on notice? Texas 16 South says no. Zayas is growing. We understand that. Mark Vasquez says no. Food. Danny's the only one saying yes right now. Mozam says yes. Okay. If you say so. I mean, look, man, I'm just being nice. I'm just being nice, bro. You know what I mean? But he ain't shown me that he's separating anything. He's a good fighter, but I need to see him fight some guys now. I gotta see him fight now some guys. I can say he can adapt. He knows how to adjust. But the reality is, Xander Zayas fought for a vacant belt. That means that now the belt got stripped. There was no champion to beat. So is he a belt holder? Because you said it about everybody else. So why can't we keep the same energy when it comes to Xander Zayas? When other guys won the belt like that, they were a belt holder. Remember? A belt holder. You guys even said that David Benavidez was a belt holder. Other guys, when they had a fight for a vacant belt, they were a belt holder. Would you say he's a real proper champion or a belt holder with the fight and the vacant belt and who you saw him fight? Is he a proper champion in your eyes or a belt holder? Tim Tszyu was a belt holder, remember? And then he fought Mendoza. Is Xander Zayas a proper champion? Yes or no? Is Xander Zayas a proper world champion? I want to see if everybody keeps the same energy out here, bro. I know every fucking detailed conversation that we always have. I'm just asking questions, bro. Bro, we can't even any little criticize or any critique, yeah? Oh man, you're going at people, you're a hater. We can't even have a fucking conversation without people getting fucking in their fucking knickers in a twist. Can't we just have fucking conversations as adults? Fucking hell, bruv. Man, people don't want to keep the same energy, bruh. Look at that, man. They don't want to keep the same energy out here. Man, no, people don't want to keep the same energy, bro. It's a simple fucking question. Why don't you answer a simple question, bro? Xander Zayas won the vacant belt against Garcia. in your eyes, do you class him as a proper world champion or a belt holder? This is the last time I'm asking, bro. If I don't get multiple answers, I'm going to go on a break, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Is he a belt holder or is he a fucking proper world champion? And I'll see you in a bit. All right, now we're getting somewhere, yeah? Mark Vasquez says he's a holder. Young Gun says, Rap, what does he need to do to be a legit champion in your eyes? Bro, we'll get to that next in a bit. We're asking this question, bro. He's a belt holder. I'll be honest though, he's a very professional kid, isn't he? Nah, he's a good kid though. The way he talks, he's very respectful. He likes to be very professional. You know, he seems like a very chilled out guy. Bro, he's nothing like Edgar Berlanga, is he? Edgar Berlanga is the biggest loudmouth there in the world. This guy is a bit more chilled. You understand? He's got a good attitude. He's got a good attitude. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, big up to Xander Zayas for getting the championship belt. But the Puerto Ricans need to chill out a bit. There's a lot of fucking competition. You know, he's not something right now that you can say that, yeah, he's that guy. I see something special. He's keeping it warm for Boots. You can't say that he's the future at the moment. We know that right now, this division is very, very competitive. We got to see the test. We got to see the test. And who is that test at 154 pounds that can certify the Puerto Rican kid? Who is the test for this kid out here right now that can give him the recognition and say, you know what? He beat this guy. He got the skills. He's a guy that can do something. You understand? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at his division. Let's go to his fucking division, bro. Now, if you look at the fighters in his division, let's go with the lower class fighters. I'm going to name fighters and you let me know if that passes the test. Just give me a yes or a no. All right? I'm going to give you the fighters. You tell me if he passes the test. All right, mate? Comprendo? All right, let's do this. Erickson Lubin. Is Erickson Lubin passed the test? Yes or no? Does it give him the world level testing? Yes or no? You better tell me now, bro, so I can go to the next guy. Erickson Lubin. Let's have a vote. If it's a no, Let's move on to the next guy. Let's fucking move on, bro. We got no time to fucking waste. You understand? We ain't got time to waste in this game, bro. No Erickson Lubin, right? He don't pass the test. What a shame, bro. Back in the day, Erickson Lubin was the man who could pass the test. But not anymore, my friends. Not anymore. Erickson Lubin out of the game. Let's carry on then. Josh Kelly. I'm trying to give him the easier test. The easier test. If he fights my boy Josh Kelly, does he win the test? Yes or no, bro? And stop the bullshit out here. Yes or no, bro? He don't win the test, does he, bro? We're not going to cap out here, are we? He don't win the test, does he, bro? He's not doing the test, is he, bro? Stop playing games, right? We're playing games now. All right. So Kelly don't win him the test. It don't give him the, you know what I'm saying? It don't make everybody think, yeah, bruv, this geezer's the one. All right, let's have a look. I'm trying to make it easy, bro. Right? What about Ramos? But didn't Ramos lose to Erickson Lubin? But didn't Ramos lose to Erickson Lubin, bro? But go on then, Ramos. Didn't Ramos lose though? And coming back. Ramos, you're getting a few more yeses. You're getting a few more yeses, bro, with Ramos. You know what I mean? Getting a few more yeses with Ramos, bro. Now, let me throw somebody else in there. Let me throw somebody else in the mix. What about Madrimov? Does Madrimov pass the test? Yes or no? Madrimov. Israel Madrimov. What about Madrimov, bro? Madrimov? Shall we put Madrimov? Well, there you go. I found the guy that passes the test then. But he got 2 losses in a row. Bro. So what do you want to do with the 2 losses? Huh? What do you want to do with the 2 losses, bro? Answer that question to me. All right. What about Barchek? What about Barchek, bro? And stop the cap. What about Barchek, bro? And stop talking shit out here, bro. Barchek. Huh? How you guys feel like Barchek does for him? Passes the test, right? Yeah? There we go. We're getting somewhere now. You see that? What about Ireland's own Callum Walsh? What about Callum Walsh, mate? You know about Callum Walsh, do you? Eh? What about Callum Walsh? Anything Callum Walsh can do? No. You guys are fucking straight at it. No. What about if I throw Conor Benn in there? What about Conor Benn? Conor Benn. We throw Conor Benn at 154. Let's go. Bitch ass. Hoe ass. Conor Benn, bro. Let's go. Texas said Conor Benn will hurt him. Ben will whoop him. Wow, Conor Ben will whoop his ass and send him back to Puerto Rico, bro. Conor Ben. Yeah, you know about Conor Ben? You don't know about Conor Ben, do you? Ben gonna come for your boy. Hey, let me tell you something, bro. And this is between me and you guys. If I was Boots, I would come for Xander Zayas and take his title. If I was Boots Ennis, I would come for Xander Zayas and take his title. Boots Ennis, come to take him out. Wow. Boots Ennis come for Xander Zayas to take his belt. Wow, bro. Imagine that. I'm telling you now, Boots wants that Xander Zayas' belt. Yeah. Boots wants... yo, who you got? Boots or Xander Zayas? I'm telling you now, Boots is different. Don't play with Boots because you think he declined a couple of fights. Boots is different. Who you got? Boots or Xander Zayas? Yeah. Talk your shit. Be honest, bro. Don't be a fan. Boots or Xander Zayas, bro? Xander beats Boots. Karen. I know Crypto got Xander Zayas against Usyk right now. Boots beats the shit out of Xander Zayas. Wow. Boots beats the shit out of Xander Zayas, Crypto. Do you see that? Boots will beat the shit out of Xander Zayas, Crypto. What you gonna do? Boots is looking for you. What you gonna do? Boots is looking for you. Wow. Hey, yo, a lot of people want Xander Zayas soon for the belt. They're gonna want Xander Zayas for the belt, bro. Usyk #1 in the world. Let's go. Boot is too strong for Mr. Xander. Boxing is just speculation. Let's go. Let's speculate till we educate, till we stimulate, till I make you meditate. I don't know, man, if that was meant to make any sense, but we try to make a poem. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. They got the Boricua. Let's go. Boricua. The Puerto Ricans are hyped. The Puerto Ricans are having a parade out here. Let's go. The Puerto Ricans want the smoke. Yeah. Let's go. Boots versus my boy. Nah, bro. Stop the bullshit out here. Terence Crawford is one of the best in the game right now. Stop the hate. Terence Crawford will slap out Xander Zayas. Terence Crawford will slap Xander Zayas up, bro. Stop the bullshit out of here, bro. Terence Crawford is pound for pound. #1, #2. Terence Bud Crawford is pound for pound. #1 or #2. Stop playing games out here. Go ask Usyk. Ask Usyk who is #1 pound for pound. Ask Usyk. Let me show you. Shall I play it for you? What Usyk said. Usyk said Terence Bud Crawford is #1 pound for pound, bro. Stop the cap. You understand? Inoue ain't been fighting nobody. Inoue ain't been fighting nobody's, bro. Inoue been fighting some teachers. Yeah, bro, tell him. Tell him. I like to spike it up with facts. Yeah, but let's see what happens with Xander Zayas, bro. I like Xander Zayas. Let's see what's the future for Xander, to see what he can do in the division. What's the next move? Who's he going to fight? You know what I'm saying? Yo, 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 mic check, mic check. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how that goes. And what's next for Xander Zayas? You know what I mean? I know that the Puerto Ricans are hyped up. They're all going out there saying they got the greatest champion. And I'm really happy for them. You know what I mean? I'm happy for him. But like I said, man, let's see how the future holds. He's still got some development. He got a bit of growth. He's got to grow into it. And like I said, he boxes. He's similar. He's a little bit like Devin Haney. He's a little bit like Devin Haney, you know what I mean? But like I said, bro, Xander Zayas got to grow. He got to show the world that he really about it. Right now, he a belt holder, got himself into that situation. Now he going to get life-changing opportunities. And hopefully, he can keep up to his name and represent his country. And maybe we'll see. Will he be the next Puerto Rican great? Well, it's very early, bro. Very, very early to say. You know what I mean? It's very early to say that will he be the next Puerto Rican great. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the next subject online. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez been going at each other. Shakur Stevenson called out Teofimo, bro. He said, stop the cat. Shakur Stevenson said, let's fight, me and you. Teofimo said, if you want to make it happen, don't let me have to do what I did to Arnold Barboza. Shakur told Teofimo straight, ain't no Arnold Barboza over here. Let's get that real smoke. Shakur said he will take that smoke with Teofimo. So maybe now, if Shakur can talk to Turkey Al Sheikh, and if Teofimo apologizes again properly, maybe they can make this fight, bro. Maybe, I don't know. All I do know is Shakur wants that smoke. Shakur calling him out. You understand? And nobody really calling out Teo like that. Now, Teo's got skills. Teo is very slick. And Teofimo is another very slick, fast fighter. Very fast counter puncher. Very, very fucking smart. And Shakur is another smart, calculated fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? This might even be the most boring fight Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a boring fight if you ask me. I guarantee you this fight will be boring. Both guys will have too much respect for each other. It'll be a tip and a tap, and a tit and a tap, and a tit and a tap, and a tip and a tap. But it's a fight that both guys, to be fair, Shakur's bringing Teofimo back in the mix. You know what I mean? Shakur's bringing Teofimo back in the mix, saying, let's make a fight. So maybe let's see if Turkey Al-Sheikh or Shakur can talk to Turkey, and maybe Turkey give Teofimo another chance. Yeah? Now, Teofimo didn't want to fight Devin Haney. Teofimo didn't want to fight Devin Haney for 8 million. So will he fight Shakur? Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo didn't want to fight with Turkey Al-Sheikh for 8 million for Devin Haney. We all know that. Even a little kid knows that. But is Teofimo want to take Shakur rather? Teofimo rather take Shakur. Shakur coming up from 135, isn't he? So let's see. Shakur's coming up from 135. So Teo's willing to entertain that. Wow, bro. Let's see if this goes down. Let's see if this fight can be put together. Like I said, Shakur is the one instigating this. Let's get it straight, bro. Shakur is the one instigating this, bro. Not Teofimo Lopez. It is Shakur that is wanting the fight. Shakur is the one on Teofimo. You understand? So Shakur will go to 140 to fight Teo, but won't go to 147 to fight Devin Haney. He'll only go 147 to fight Conor Ben, but he don't want to fight Devin Haney. Both of these guys are making excuses for Devin Haney, though. I'll tell you that much. I don't want to watch Shakur and his defense. I'm tired of Shakur fighting smaller guys. Well, then fight Teofimo, innit? You get me? Then fight Teofimo. But it's crazy, bro. Yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of people are coming here saying Norman gonna do this, Norman gonna do that. Who the fuck is Norman for? Don't let me start to cook, bro. I'm a bit chilled out today and relaxed. I don't even want to go into it like that. But who the fuck is Brian Norman for, bro? Jin Sasaki. Go sucker with Jin Sasaka. Jin the sucker. You guys were all jumping up and down with Jin Sasaka. Come on, bro. Teofimo Lopez at least fight Shakur, bro. Teofimo Lopez ducked Devin Haney. Let's see if he fights Shakur. You know what I mean? Well, we're going to see what happens here, bro. Buddy Love says, I've changed my pick. I'm picking Haney to beat Brian Norman. Yeah, well, a lot of people are saying that Brian Norman is the next big thing, bro. People are sitting there saying that Brian Norman is the next big thing. We'll see. But if you want to go on paper, bruv, Brian Norman ain't got shit on Devin Haney on paper. These guys just think that Haney's going to get knocked out. But Haney's a G. Haney want all the smoke. Their favorite fighter like Teofimo and everybody else making excuses, bro. So I ain't got a bad word to say about Devin Haney when it comes to that. Nah, bro. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Devin wanting the fucking smoke, and all these other guys are just talking. You heard what Shakur Stevenson said the other day. Make this make sense. Shakur Stevenson says, I'll go to 147 to fight Conor Benn. So they said, well, if you fight going up to 147 to fight Conor Benn, why don't you go up to 147 and fight Devin Haney? He said, nah, I don't want to fight Devin Haney at 147. I'm only going to fight Conor Benn at 147. I won't fight Devin Haney at 147. Look at that, bro. Shakur blatantly doesn't want to fight Haney at 147, but he's willing to fight Conor Benn. Man, think about it. Devin Haney, no matter what anybody says, is picking the thickest smoke against the guys that people are saying that is going to knock him out. Devin Haney going against the guys that people are saying they're going to knock him out. Bro, Devin Haney picked this guy. Bill Haney picked this opponent. They picked Norman Jr. They don't look at Norman Jr. like everybody in the chat. He's a killer. He's going to kill him. He's going to do that. Bro, Norman Jr. killed Jin Sasaka. Jin the Sucker. Jin the Sucker ain't got shit on Devin Haney, bro. Santian ain't got shit on Devin Haney, bro. You guys are fucking twisted. Haney's been through every style. Haney knows how to fight every style, bro. Now, he might have had one bad fight, but it doesn't mean that Devin Haney ain't got tools in the toolbox. You understand? Jay is lurking in the fucking background, bro, dying. Fuck Jay, bro. Ain't nobody blocked him. He just not wanted over here, bro, because he hates. He gave me personal hate. The man sent me personal hate messages, hate mail for Teofimo Lopez, bro. Yeah, Jay's definitely got something wrong with him in the head. Jay said that he want to kill a man over Teofimo, Don Ramon. Jay reckons that he can threat Rap Montana over Teofimo Lopez. I will slap the fuck out of that bitch. Those certain fans want to kill a man over fucking their fighters, bro. Fuck those stupid mental, emotional cats. Now, Jay was all right, but Jay picked Teofimo over rap star boxing knowledge. So Jay can go sit with Teofimo now, bro. We out here cooking for the whole world. We out here speaking for everybody. We are one place. You know what I mean? But certain mans get too involved, too emotional, bro. You know what I mean? Now, there's a difference between somebody who's having open opinions and say what you want. But you want to sit there and personally attack me, personally call me and then try and say that I'm lying. Go fuck yourselves. How about that? Go fuck yourself. And then you want to try and threaten me. Come on, bro. You threatened me on the internet over another fucking fighter. What a pathetic, disgraceful grown men. Seriously, bro. Come on, enough is enough. Even certain people, bro, taking the fucking piss. But to be fair with you, bro, certain people cry too much, bro. Crying out here for another fighter. Trying to, oh no, don't call him a dog. Don't call him a dog. You a bitch. You a bitch. You lying rap star. You a bitch. I'm going to do this, rap star. I'm going to shoot you, rap star. I'm going to shoot you, rap star. Shut the fuck up, pussy. crying over another fucking man. You don't get not one fucking dime out of that man. And you out here sucking it for another man. Stop it, bro. The tier female fanboys, they went crazy, bro. And the J was the beginning of the craze. Yeah? They fucking ended up becoming stupid over another man, bro. They worse than the Canelo Alvarez fans. They're worse than the Canelo Alvarez fans, bro. At least Canelo Alvarez fans can take a joke or even take fucking criticism. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. People are mad out here, bro. Jay is already unblocked, bro, but I don't want to see Jay. I don't want to see that fucking dick-sucking guy that threatened me, had the cheek to threaten me over another fucking man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You understand? And none of you can say nothing about nothing anymore. Don't be saying nothing about Devin Haney either, bro. Devin Haney got pillow fist or Devin Haney this and that. Bro, the same fighter that you're calling is the next best thing in Puerto Rico. Bro, Xander Zayas is trying to be like Devin Haney, bro. Yes. Xander Zayas is trying to be like Devin Haney. Stop the cap out here, bro. Devin Haney is more polished. Xander Zayas is out here trying to be like Devin Haney. But Xander Zayas ain't got a jab like Devin Haney, and Xander Zayas ain't got the shoulder roll. Xander Zayas ain't got the shoulder roll, bro. He trying to be the next Devin Haney. You understand? Xander Zayas is still, he's the next coming up. Look, when Xander Zayas catches you with another punch, Xander Zayas got no power. He ain't got no power. The same thing that you say about Devin Haney. Xander Zayas got no power, bro. Let's just keep it at 100. Now, when Xander Zayas catches you with a big shot, then he goes to clinch you. When Xander Zayas catches you with a big shot, he goes to clinch you. And Xander Zayas said himself, I'm a fighter who likes to hit and don't get hit. And then he likes to clinch. Who does that sound like, ladies and gentlemen? Hit, don't get hit, and he likes to clinch and likes to be clever. And he likes to be smart. Who the fuck does that sound like? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the motherfucking chat right now so we can cook everyone. So we can cook the whole lot of these motherfucking people today. Who does that sound like, bro? He likes to hit, don't get hit, use his brain, and clinch. Right. I don't want to hear a word from no motherfucker about Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson in this fucking YouTube. It's called skills. It's called skills. Xander Zayas is the Puerto Rican, a.k.a. Devin the Dream Haney. Now shut the fuck up, bro. Don't you ever speak about Devin Haney like he ain't the best. Devin Haney is one of the best. Yeah? Devin Haney's one of the best in the game. Ah, but you don't like Devin Haney, just the style, yeah? You don't like Devin Haney's style, yeah? Yeah. You don't like Devin Haney's style, yeah? Yeah, now say that. Yeah, you don't like the clinching, yeah? Yeah, you don't like it when a fighter can't knock someone out. Man, keep the same energy out here, bro. Keep the same energy. Xander Zayas fights like he had posters of Haney in the room. growing up inspired. Devin the Dream Haney, the baddest pound for pound, undisputed champion of the world. Xander Zayas looks up to him. That is his idol. Xander Zayas idolizes Devin the Dream Haney. Just remember that. So don't I ever want to hear no bad word about Devin, about Shakur. They don't punch hard. Yo, they're clinching. Yo, too much defense. Hit and don't get hit. That's boxing. Now stop the cat. Yeah? This is Devin Haney's son. Xander Zayas is Devin Haney's son right now. So you guys just better keep the same energy, bro, because I'm going to be looking. And I'm going to see what people do out here. And I want to make sure that everybody's out here keeping it real. You understand? Haney's a godfather right now for fucking Xander Zayas. He's the godfather in the game. You understand? Xander Zayas has just made it to be a soldier. The new Puerto Rican clinch master. Yo, clinch. Xander the clinch Zayas. Puerto Rico's finest. Xander the Dream Haney Zayas. Let's go. Yo, these guys can never say a bad word about Devin Haney, bro, because Xander Zayas is a spitting image. He want to be the next Devin Haney out here, bro. Yeah. Yeah, this is too good, bro. This is too funny out here, man. Yo, that's crazy out here, bro. The next Puerto Rican man is ready for the smoke, yeah? Yeah, just remember about the clinch, yeah? I don't want to hear you ever, guys, ever downplay a man who clinches. I don't want to hear a man who don't knocks people out. I don't want to hear about hit and don't get hit again. Don't you ever downplay any of that boxing again out here. If Xander Zayas is the guy, then you already know where he learned it from. He learned from the best. You understand? Xander Zayas didn't even want to get involved, bro. When he landed the biggest shot, he just wanted to grab. Even in the last round, bro, he was grabbing. It's punch, punch, shoot, get out of the way, punch, clinch. That's all boxing, bro. That's skills. You understand? That's skills, bro. So don't be cursing out anybody else, bro. Everybody has their ways. Everybody has a way they can win a fight. Everything as an art. Boxing is an art, bro. Now, you guys are saying that Xander Zayas is the next face of boxing. Look how all of a sudden Xander Zayas is the next face of boxing. But when Devin Haney was fighting like this and better, you didn't call him the next face of boxing. When Shakur Stevenson was doing what he was doing, you ain't jumping up calling him the next face of boxing. But you guys are out here having Puerto Rican parades. You guys are out here having parades for fucking Xander Zayas, bro. Like it's a parade going on, bro. But let's fucking calm down. Xander Zayas is good. I'm really happy for you guys. I'm happy for Xander. I'm happy for you guys to get a vacant belt. It's a vacant belt that he has got. And just like you call every other person that gets a belt like he does, that he's a belt holder. You said that other guys, when they got a belt like this, that they're not a real champion. That they are a belt holder. You know what I mean? So you just got to calm down a bit. The boy's got to learn on the game, and he got to do a bit more. He got to do a bit more sweet science of boxing. He got to learn a bit more sweet science of boxing. If you ask me, he needs to go hang out with Shakur or Devin Haney, bro. That's what he needs to do. They're the ones who can help him, or he need to work around that kind of mix. You understand that? But look, man, I'm only chilling, bro. I'm not cooking. If I was cooking, then you know me, bro. We can cook. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, we can put Keith Thurman in there. We can put Keith Thurman in there right now. And I'm telling you now that Xander Zayas might not want to go in there with Keith Thurman. Because Keith Thurman is very, very experienced. If I was Keith Thurman, I would do anything to get that fight. If I was Keith Thurman, bro, I would do anything to get Xander Zayas right now. Let's take it to there. Let's take it there right now. Let's get Keith Thurman, bro. You guys are happy with Keith Thurman? You want Keith Thurman or what? Huh? I'll tell you what, you better watch out. You get Keith Thurman, bruv. Yo, Keith Thurman will whoop Zayas. Thurman just smack will get Zayas off. Hey, Punch, they're calling you a hater, Punch. Are you being real or you having tongue in cheek? Because lately I'm looking around, certain people are calling you a hater because you're criticizing this boy, but you're just having your opinions. Yeah, Keith Thurman is the only man I can give him if he wants to get a name on his resume, bro. Maybe Xander Zayas needs a few tune-ups. Maybe Xander Zayas needs a few tune-ups, bro. Give him some easy touches. So if you want to give him some easy touches, I'll tell you what we do for him. Let me give you some easy touches. Stay right there. Let me try and look for some easy touches, bro. What about Josh Kelly? Is Josh Kelly an easy touch? Or would that be a hard fight? Would Josh Kelly be somebody, because I can't give him less than Josh Kelly, bro. If you think Keith Thurman might give him a slight problem, then I just can't go lower and lower. I mean, Josh Kelly is it, because Josh Kelly for me hasn't been a world champion. He's just been doing really good at 154. I can't go even lower than Josh Kelly because then I don't know where to go. But I say Josh Kelly is his touch. But I don't think Josh Kelly is a touch. I think Josh Kelly might be too much. I don't know. And I'm not here to say what do I think about it right now. But I think Josh Kelly might be not an easy touch. What are you saying, Punch?
That would be a good fight. I think that would be a good fight. Josh Kelly, Erickson Lubin, Keith Thurman. He would talk. Yo, Keith Thurman would just have to talk shit and get Zayas. Can you imagine Zayas trying to talk back to Keith Thurman? I mean, he stutters. He's not fast. He's not witty with the words. Keith Thurman would just talk trash to the point that he's already beaten before getting inside the ring. Xander Zayas, good technique, good footwork, the clinch master. He is the Rican Haney, the Puerto Rican Devin Haney. Devin Haney is highly accomplished. He's young. So I see a lot of resemblance. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of room to grow. He's not a finished product. but he gives me Devin Haney vibes, and that's all right. That's so cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a
What?
good fighter, bro. He's a good fighter. But people, when you say these things, they're saying you're hating. But Devin Haney is one of the most smart fighters out there. Hit and don't get hit. Hit and don't get hit.
Hmm.
That's Devin Haney has a different way of approach. And Devin Haney has accomplished so much in his life. So, I mean, that's also a compliment. But I don't know if in the division that he's in,
Hmm.
does that style work for him in the long run?
I mean the 154-pound division is the most, I think is the one of the most difficult and deepest division in the sport of boxing. Everybody showed their vulnerability, from Terrence Crawford, Virgil Ortiz, Tony Harrison, Jamel Charlo, Brian Castano, Brian Mendoza, Fundora, Erickson Lubin, everybody, Kelly, everybody have shown vulnerability at 154. It's the hardest division. We're gonna see that from Xander Zayas. Do he got the power to keep people off? Not now. I don't see that.
See, the problem is though, Punch. If you look at in the division, right? The
Mhm.
only names you've got there is like, let's say no champions. Yeah, let's not talk about any champions right now because you want to see him grow. But you got to understand how much lower can he go because he's now a champion. And whatever way he's got the belt, whether he got it from a vacant belt that Sebastian didn't want anymore or got stripped, and he got that belt from a guy that wasn't really a world level beater himself. So really, you said this about other fighters when they got a belt like this. He's a belt holder, not a real certified world champion then, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna say to a belt holder like that. He did
Why
won the
not?
vacant. It's one thing about getting elevated and
Mm.
fighting for it. You know, that's the difference in my opinion. He didn't get elevated. He actually fought for the vacant world title. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of, it's still room to grow. It's still work to do.
Yeah, but then
And
what kind of easy touches you want to give him? Because you
no,
look
I
at
don't want to give him no easy
154. Okay,
touches. He
so
got
let's
responsibility
do
now.
this. This guy's at the end of his career. Erickson Lubin. Is that easy touch?
Erickson Lubin's not at the end of his career. He's really young. He just fought Jamel Charlo when he was 21 years old. Erickson Lubin is in his 20s.
Okay, so Erickson Lubin, sorry, he's not at the end of his career, but he's had quite a few fights. He's lost a couple of fights. He did beat Ramos, so he's having a good win
And
streak.
Jason Rosario
Right, so it's Erickson Lubin's not a touch then, is it? It's a threat.
is a threat. He's
Okay,
a
so
threat.
let's get that name out the way then if it's a threat. Um,
No, I like that threat.
all right, but
Remember, Xander Zayas is a
he not
champion,
ready for a threat. We don't want to put him in there with a
but
threat straight away.
he's a champion. So
Yeah, but bro,
if
you
he
got to
was
give
man
the
enough
guy
to
an
be a
easy. Look,
champion,
Punch. I'm looking for easy touch.
nah, but you can't get easy touch as a champion.
No, but we need to give him an easy touch so that he can get the next fight. We can give him a Lubin if we have to. Right now, I'm looking for easy touches so he can hold his belt. And I reckon the only easy touch I can give him, I mean, Keith Thurman is not an easy touch.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Keith Thurman will beat him. He will beat him from pillar to post.
You really think so?
Of course,
He's
he'll
too
beat him like he
clever.
did that guy. He'll beat him
Keith
like
is
he did
too clever.
Jarvis.
Keith is too smart.
He's too smart, too good.
What about if we put in there Ramos?
Ramos, I think that will be good. Yo, put it this way: put Ramos. Ramos is Mexican as well, right?
Hmm.
Give Xander Zayas a homecoming fight. Put him in Puerto Rico and let him put out a statement victory, not just the victory, a statement victory. Put everybody on notice that you are here to conquer the 154, not just be a champion, not just carry a belt, but to conquer the 154-pound division.
Hmm. See, the only easier way I can go beyond that is Boacek.
Is he ready for that?
I don't know, but then we got to go to Josh Kelly again because Josh Kelly is ranked number 3, number 5, number 9, number 7. So Josh Kelly's got ranking in all sanctioning bodies, bro.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Give him Tim Zoo.
Now, Tim
That
Tszyu is probably the easiest touch right now in the game.
Yeah, that's a good one. Give him Tim Zoo.
Yeah. Just give him Tim Zoo because Tim's already taking beatings now.
Give him Tim Zoo.
But does Tim Zoo help him, or would it rather not go against
Remember,
him?
you said an easy touch,
Uh,
but at least he's a name. He used to be hype. They used to hype him up, and if he could outdo Fundura's performance, it'll be good. But
it's
see,
hard.
but put it this way, rap. That's when you know that people ain't even gonna keep it real because I don't even think that Xander's eyes can outdo Fundura's performance versus Tim Zoo. Even a damaged Tim Zoo, I don't think he'll outdo the performance
No, because he fights different.
because he has the power of Devin Haney. Xander's eyes have Devin Haney's hands. He just lends it to him when he's about to fight.
No, but he's a boxer, isn't it? He's a smart boxer.
Xander's eyes need knuckle implants.
But he's a smart boxer, isn't
Of course, he's a smart boxer.
he? He's a smart boxer, bro. At the end of the day, when you're a smart boxer, you got to go for fights. Like, he got to look at where he is now. He might not want to go into the fire straight away.
Yo, what rap? Why people automatically want like, you know what it is? I love Puerto Rican boxing. I've grown up Puerto Rican boxing, especially being in New York. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the fans are so thirsty for somebody to give them that Trinidad Cotto, you know, uh, Hector Camacho feel that anybody that has a glimpse of close to being a champion, they already want to attach him to a Cotto and Trinidad. And all I'm saying is don't do that. Don't over exaggerate your assessment because then you're going to be a frustrated fan when he doesn't live up to your expectations. So let's climb the ladder and assess him and compare him to a fighter like Devin Haney. And if he passes the test, then we could compare with somebody greater.
Yeah. There is another guy. This is the easiest touch that I can find him. Ismail Flores. He's the
Okay.
easiest touch I can find him. Ismail Flores.
Hey, put it this way. Give him Joey Spencer.
Joey Spencer just lost, bro.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I give him Tim
You
Zoo.
can't go that low, can you?
He need a statement. We need a knockout. We need something. We need like at least knock this dude down left and right. Go to a 12. Do something. Do something. Like
Man, can you imagine Tim Zoo if he got the opportunity to fight this guy? That's like the third time he getting a world championship title after losing.
yeah, true. So Erickson Lubin, Josh Kelly. That's it. If anybody that is not a world champion deserves a title shot outside of Virgil Ortiz, Tim Zoo. I'm sorry, Virgil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin, and Josh Kelly.
Shall I tell you the truth? I don't want to sound bad, Punch. If I was Boots, I'll be licking my chops and saying, let's get this young buck and take this belt now.
Oh my God.
No, but you want to know the truth. If I was Boots, I'll come for him, take his belt now and pay him the money. What do you think?
Man, I think Boots only need a 4-week camp and he beats Sanders Ayers.
No, but come on, Punch. That's
Oye,
why they
oye,
say that.
oye,
Wait,
oye,
Punch.
oye.
That's why
¿Qué
they
lo
say
que?
you're
¿Qué lo
hating.
que es?
Punch, that's why they say you're hating because you
Okay.
are talking about this guy like he ain't nothing right now. Come on, Punch.
Why you say I ain't saying that?
The
Yo,
Puerto
yo,
Rican
I'm
people
not
not
yo,
saying
feeling
yo,
you,
rap.
bruh.
What's good, rap? What's good,
Oh,
man?
look, they're here for you, Punch. Look.
Yo,
The
yo,
thing is,
Xander been
yeah,
Xander been champ for a day. What's up, Punch? What's all this hate?
no, what is hate, bro? We're comparing him
What's
with
all
other
this hate,
fighters. We
son?
want him in the ring with a Josh Kelly, with Erickson Lubin,
You make
world
it sound
champ.
like he's like the worst champion ever, like since Mario Barrios.
No. Well, I mean, you could compare him to Mario Barrios. You know
Look. What's going on,
yeah,
son?
you
Yo,
know,
Xander,
he
yo,
doesn't
bro.
convince. He
Xander is the
doesn't
youngest.
convince.
He's the active youngest champion in boxing right now, bro.
And that's something to. Hey,
Give the
guess
young
what?
man
Guess
his
what? Devin
flowers.
Haney was the youngest undisputed lightweight
No, he
champ
was the
recognized.
youngest email champion.
Recognized.
He was the youngest
Recognized.
email
No, but
But the
champion.
Devin
That's
Haney
what
actually
undisputed
did
one.
Haney
become a
was.
real
But yeah,
undisputed
but first, before
champion. The
anything,
youngest, the
he was
youngest.
the first email. That's how he started his
No, but
career as
how
a
do you feel
champion.
about his fighting
You
style?
got
Like Punch
mail.
said, how do you feel about his fighting style? That he don't come with power. He's a guy that likes to clinch a lot. He's a guy that if he punches you, he don't follow up. He's more the guy that goes on a back
But
foot
yo,
again.
rap,
What do you think of his
yo,
style?
rap. To
But
be
tell me about
honest,
his style.
the kid, all right, he's not the heaviest hitter right now. He's 22, still
Nah,
got
call
time to
him a pillow fist, bro.
grow into his power. Nah, he definitely not pillow fist because he got stoppages. He got a good KO ratio. If
Yeah.
you're not pillow fist if you
Stop it.
stopping guys.
Stop it.
But
Okay,
anyways,
Stop
stop
it.
it.
and this is 10 round fights. His first 12 round fight is a world championship title on the line. They're not giving this kid enough credit for that. And he fucking went in there and fought a guy who upsetted Conwell and upsetted another guy and is a big Mexican who's fucking never been stopped. Super
Hmm.
Man, he lit
durable,
like 15 pounds lighter.
super durable. The Mexican ain't no joke. Everybody knows who always comes for the biggest upsets in boxing, and that's those Mexican fighters. Don't sleep on them, bro. That kid Garcia, he's not something that you play with because you will get upsetted. And that was
All right.
fucking
What
Xander's
fighter
first
he
little test.
resembles you? What fighter he
Who?
resembles? Xander's eyes. What fighter he resembles you?
Xander. Xander
Yeah.
just resembles Xander, bro. I don't see him in any other fighter. I think Xander is a very sharp,
I mean,
fucking
why don't you
high
ask everybody
IQ
in the chat?
boxer.
Look, this guy, he doesn't
Beautiful
have that
body
kind
work.
of power. He's a hit. He says it himself. I hit and I don't get hit. That's my style.
Yeah.
When he punches, he'll clinch you. Who does that sound like?
And another thing, rap.
But
This
who
kid
does
was
that sound
signed.
like, bro?
This kid was signed super early, and he never had an amateur career. His amateur career is his pro career.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't have.
another
What do you
thing to
mean? He
under.
didn't have much of an amateur career.
No, no, he didn't. He didn't
See,
have. He went
I
straight pro.
sense
He
it.
was pro at what? 17 years old. 17.
I sense the energy. I know that you're not as
You see?
confident of Xander Zayas.
Nah,
You're happy
I
as
got
a fellow.
confidence. I got
No, no,
confidence for the Boots fight, for the Ortiz
no, you
fights,
don't. No,
for
you
the
don't.
Boa fights.
No, you
I
don't.
got for the Thurman. Oh, please, please
No, I
throw
think you
your
got
boy Thurman in
confidence
there.
that
Please
that
throw
he
your
could
boy
get the
Thurman in there.
fight.
I would love to see that
You
ass
got a
whooping.
confidence that he could get the fight, but confidence to win, then it's a different story.
Hell yeah, no, I'll put my money on it any day.
No, you don't. And if you put your
Come
money
on,
on this because you believe in underdogs and you think that
nah,
you could win more as an underdog.
nah. I got Xander, Papa. Don't
No,
worry,
you don't.
you're gonna enjoy watching his career.
No, you don't.
You're gonna enjoy it.
All right. Answer this. What didn't you see from Xander's eyes that you would have liked to see?
What I didn't see
Yeah, what didn't you see from Xander's eyes that you would have liked to see yesterday?
for him to sit down on his punches and catch and shoot a little more than having to bounce around, throw a 1-2, then hold because you're exerting too much energy like that.
Yo, I felt like he was just talking about Devin Haney right there.
Mm-mm.
That assessment right there, you just explained Devin Haney's style, bro.
Not even because Devin Haney's last fight. How many? Wait. Devin
Yo,
Haney's last fight.
yo,
How many punches
that
he
is
threw his last
Devin
fight?
Haney's style
And we
right there.
going based off of last fights. What did Haney do his last fight versus
No.
Xander's
Of
last
course,
fight?
outside of Jose
Come
Ramirez,
on,
that's
bro.
one fight. But you just
But if we going by
explained Devin Haney's
performances,
style.
that's not Devin Haney's style.
But Devin Haney's had 20 fights that you can see he fights in many different styles too.
Haney, for the most part, is a
But
very
Xander
basic guy.
Zayas
Straight up and
yesterday,
down, no special effects with
Xander
Haney. The
Zayas.
same way y'all said that about Xander. Haney got no special effects either.
Well, Xander Zayas. Then let's
Of
talk
course,
about
you
him.
don't.
Does Xander Zayas have special effects?
I think Xander is very explosive and accurate.
Yo, stop being a comedian today. You know there's no explosiveness that you could put in Xander's eyes,
Xander is
you
super
know,
explosive, bro,
I mean, you know what
come
though? No
on,
word to lie. Real Puerto
and
Ricans,
very accurate.
yo, Boricua,
Lands
you
right
know
on
what
the
the
button
Boricua
and
crew,
throws combinations.
Boricua, those people will call him a runner.
Mm-mm.
He's a runner.
It's called boxing.
He's got a run. Yeah, but you call people runners. He's got a runner's style.
That that's not running. How many punches he threw? How many punches he landed? It's not running when you're throwing punches and
You know
landing
what it
punches.
is, yeah? No. We got to give the kid a break. We can't compare against a great like Miguel Cotto, a man who come to fight to the
Yeah, but
death. We
Miguel
can't
Cotto was a
compare
champion at
against
22
a
years old.
T.O. Trinidad. We cannot compare. We have to look at Xander Zayas as an AKA mini Devin Haney.
Yo, y'all guys love Devin Haney.
No, because Devin Haney is one of the greats.
So then y'all must love Xander Zayas. Yeah, I don't
Yes,
know why
I think
y'all
Xander Zayas
fucking
is good. I
talking
told you,
all this
Xander
shit.
Zayas is good.
Y'all must
Ain't
love
nobody
Xander
look.
Zayas.
Ain't no Punch has not disrespected him. Neither have I. He's a good fighter, but he's an AKA mini Devin Haney. Devin Haney's the godfather.
I've never seen Punch talk about another 154 champ more
Hey
than
Punch,
Xander.
nobody ain't disrespecting
what?
him. Why they calling you a hater, bro?
Yo, every time I make it, it's always is you can look. If you praise somebody, you a hater. If you critique somebody, you a hater. You never win. I can never win in this community,
Nah,
bro.
you know what you're doing.
What am I doing? If I say Jamel Charlo is the best, and then a bunch of people was talking about Tim Zoo, y'all call me a
but
hater.
but
Put
let's
it
be
this way. Hey,
real.
yo,
What's
rap on
what's
your panel. Rap on your panel. Remember when Tim Zoo was gonna face Keith Thurman? I said Keith Thurman's gonna win. Tim Zoo is all this. Tim Zoo, and then look at Tim Zoo right now. Was I a hater?
Mm.
Temzu? PBC fucked up his career. But let's be
Man, Tim
real.
Zoo
What
helped
what
his career,
what
bro.
what's the number one fight we really want to see at 154?
Virgil Ortiz versus Boots, or Fundura versus Virgil.
Oh,
Fundura versus.
unbiased, stop it in the chat. Unbiased is trying to say that Devin Haney and Xander Zayas is the same. Nah, bro. Devin Haney got a better jab. Devin Haney can do the shoulder
What?
roll, unbiased. And you better watch out because the Norman can't better watch out, bro. Because Xander Zayas'
No, we about to
style,
catch a body.
Well, let me finish. Xander Zayas, the style that he's got can beat Brian Norman. Now what?
But
Xander Zayas could beat Brian Norman. Now what?
but
Because
but
guess
the
why? Guess why? Brian Norman hasn't proved anything to me, and Xander Zayas is at the level of this.
they
To
both
me,
young champions.
punch. They're both at the same level, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at Brian Norman, he might have highlights, but what was Xander Zayas done to Jin Sucker?
No, I
You
think
know what I'm saying?
I actually think that Xander Zayas got a way better resume than Brian Norman.
I
Wow.
mean, you can't tell
And
me that
by a little bit
Xander
too, because he
Zayas,
does have a couple
Is
names.
actually the same
He beat
level.
Patrick
He's the
Teixeira.
same level as Brian
Who
Norman,
beat
bro.
Adamas, and Adamas beat Hamza.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, Brim. To be fair with you, this Xander Zayas is the same level as your boy.
I mean, I didn't even come here to have a conversation about Brian Norman, but if every time I come up, it's got to be about Brian Norman, like good God Almighty, I'm a boxing
Nah,
fan.
We
You know,
know that the
we love
Norman
Brian
camp
we
Norman.
talking
sent you
about
We
we
over
talking
here
we
about
to
love
some
the
we
spy.
talking
Norman.
about are we
We know
talking
that
about
the
the same
Norman
weight
camp
class?
have
Is
got
this
you
the
over
same
here
weight class
spying.
we're talking about? Is this the
No,
same weight class right now?
no.
What the fuck are we talking about then?
But you said that Xander
But
Zayas
shout
is
out to
like
the
Devin
Norman.
Haney. That's what you said.
I said I said the Puerto Rican Devin Haney. That's not an insult. Devin
Exactly. So
Haney is
that
a right now. Devin Haney is a
yo,
Hall of
this
Famer,
guy
dog.
calling him the
So
Puerto
what you
Rican
talking
Devin
about?
Haney,
Devin Haney's
man.
a Hall of Famer. What are you talking about?
Yo, this guy, yo, Crypto, he called him the Puerto Rican Devin Haney,
But,
bro.
but
Yeah.
I mean, in that last fight, he was in some capacities. And you say, I mean, listen, it's cool. I ain't tripping. I mean, listen, Xander didn't answer every question, but he answered enough for me to say he's championship caliber. But there's some parts of the
Mm-mm.
game that if you face a big puncher, if you get caught with the right one,
Yeah,
can you be able to handle it and give it back and be able to keep them off of you, survive and still win the rounds like and handle your business? I
that's
mean, like
true. But
there's
Brim,
still questions, but he's a good
I know
can't you
I
fighter.
say,
know what happened
yo,
to
Brim?
Xander
But
Zayas.
can't you
I know.
say? But can't you say like fighters like Mayweather and other defensive fighters and boxers, pure
Mayweather used to
boxers.
knock people out a
I
lot,
know,
bro,
but I'm
early
saying
days.
that has just pure boxers in general. Don't you
I,
say that
Bro,
when
he
they
got
take these
Corella. He knocked
fights and
Corella
they
down
fight and
7
they
times. What are you
I'm just
talking to
saying,
me about?
and they fight punchers. Not every puncher lands that money punch, right? And
I
a
mean, but
lot
it
of them
ain't just
end up
about the. Okay, go.
getting outboxed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
the game plan, just because you have power and just because you're the harder hitter doesn't mean you're gonna win the fight.
No
I know
shit,
what
Sherlock.
A lot of boxers turn power punches into timid fighters because they're getting countered. They can't, they can't plant their feet and hit and all of that, and it becomes an easy 12 round outpointed fight, regardless of how it goes,
I mean, if
right?
you're dealing with a brawler, I mean, if you're dealing with a
Other fighters
one-dimensional
get
brawler, that can easy
glorified,
to do. But if you're dealing
and
with
other,
somebody that actually is a boxer puncher, don't necessarily mean it's gonna come that easy because sometimes it's about dictating the terms. So you can do all that jabby jab shit, but when you're facing somebody who's actually your
hmm
equal size, with your equal length, and you don't have the same advantages you used to have before, if somebody can just bring it to you and bring the fight, don't overdo it, just bring the fight. And
yeah,
I'm
of
here,
course.
and I'm coming in, and I'm throwing calculated shots, and I'm trying to get you to anticipate what I'm do to make you do something dumb, so I can make you pay for it as well. But I'm coming toward you, not crazy, not no wild bull. You're dealing with a boxer punch. You're not dealing with a bulldozer here, bro. You act like this guy is just like a one stop robot. Like what y'all think
Well,
this guy is in the ring? I mean, I'm not saying he's better than Devin Haney in
Garcia hurt.
footwork experience, but he's not dealing with a one-dimensional fighter here, guys. I just want y'all to understand that you're not dealing with a one-dimensional fighter. He's not one-dimensional.
Who?
Brian Norman.
Oh
That's
I
no,
part
mean,
of this.
to be honest, though, you know what? I've been watching Brian
Brian
Norman
Norman.
more and
I
more.
like
I've
Brian
been
Norman.
watching Brian Norman more and more. Ladies and gentlemen, please go watch all his fights. Brian Norman has been having fighters who come to him, bro. Most people that Brian Norman, but one thing I like about Brian Norman, all the people that try to fight him on the inside or try to box with him, he's fast. He catches you with a hook, he'll let off, he'll feint, and then he'll catch you with some serious punches. But
He's
these guys are
athletic.
coming to him. I have never seen Brian Norman in there with a fighter who uses his brain, his IQ, and his fucking footwork. I don't know, because for me, Brian Norman looks flat-footed for a guy like Devin Haney. When I look at Brian Norman, he's got the good inside work, but he don't look as flamboyant and lateral movement that can handle a Devin Haney, bro. Haney looks too fucking fast for him, for me.
Devin Haney's so fast.
I
I'm
don't think
sorry,
so.
but Devin Haney, when I watched him fight, I don't see he's the fastest guy. He's just, calculated in and out, capitalizing in certain situations and advantages, try to keep you on the outside distance, then making calculated smart attacks, then doing some work to the body. He's not a one-dimensional fighter, but what you're trying to tell me in regards to like footwork, I just don't equate that when I watch Devin Haney fighting. I don't. I think Devin Haney's an excellent fighter, but he's not like this footwork monster that can do all this out of the world shit that you just can't control. No, he has good footwork, but he can be
Yeah, but I
flustered.
don't. I
He
think
can
it's
be
gonna come
flustered.
to. I
He's
think,
not
yo, I think
impeccable.
it's
He
gonna
can be
come to
flustered.
punch.
You
I
can
think it's
get
gonna
him
come
off
to.
of his balance. You can get him off of
Yeah,
his balance and off of
But I
his
definitely.
think it's
position.
gonna be.
And the
I
goal
think
is to
it's
get
gonna
him
be.
uncomfortable.
I don't know. I think Devin Haney can create the opportunities where
But,
in this
but
fight
rap,
it's a thinking fight
But
where
the thing
Devin
is though,
rap.
you
Haney
say he
will.
creates
If Devin
opportunities, but
Haney
sometimes
can
what he
create.
said, I want to let you get an opportunity so I can
But
be to
rap,
get mine. I want you to be to
rap.
hit me, and I'm gonna set a trap to let you be to get a shot on me so I can get mine in perfect position because
That's what
I
I'm
know that I
saying.
can take your best shit, but you can't take mine. What
I
it
was
But
gonna
is,
say
you know,
my
rap.
you
nigga.
say, you know,
Rap.
I'm
I was
biased.
gonna say rap.
I'm
I'm just
looking.
What's
saying.
I'm
Haney
looking
gonna
for
do?
those. I'm
What's Haney
biased. I'm
gonna do
looking for
when
those
when
special
Norman
effects.
lands that first
I'm looking
big
for those
stiff
special
jab on him?
effects. Huh?
How's Haney gonna respond when Norman lands that first power jab on him?
I don't even know if he could land the jab because Haney's timing is different.
Norman
See, if you
got
tried
good.
to land the
He
jab,
got good
Haney will
jabs. He
time you
got a
with a
good
shot.
right hand. Norman got good hands. He got a good left hook and he got a good straight right. And he
Look,
throws a good
Norman.
straight
One
right
thing
to
I
the
like
body
about
as
Norman
well.
on the inside,
He stopped Quavos with
on
a
the
straight right
inside.
with the power
I'll
uppercut,
tell you
the
this
power
right now. I'm
jab.
gonna
Like
make a
And
statement
those
right now.
uppercuts. That's
Watch
facts.
this
And he got
statement that I'm
nasty
gonna make
uppercuts.
right now. On the inside, I think he can deal with boots. He got some great inside fighting, bro. This guy Norman, he's fast inside,
Haney's in
bro.
trouble,
I've
bro.
seen his
I'm
hook.
telling you.
He's a good inside fighter, but all round, I don't know now. We're gonna see what all-round fighter he is. But
Don't be
inside game,
surprised.
bro,
Don't be
he's
surprised when
solid.
you see Haney lose that fight.
We'll see. Because, it's just like every other fight. We don't know until we see both get in there. We don't know how Norman's going to react in the thinking match. We don't know if Norman's saying he got no respect for him, but is he going to show no respect for him in the ring? Is it going to feel different? I don't know. I just know that Norman really is a very true believer that he will catch Devin Haney at some exchange. I feel that Norman thinks that he's going to wear down the fight and he's going to find openings and create an opening with force and really try and catch Devin Haney with some serious power. I don't know if that's a good game plan for him.
I don't know, but I think Norman said it best. He said he's going in there and he's gonna box him. He's not loading up on anything. He said
Well, that's smart.
he
If
could
that's
hurt Devin
look,
Haney
that's got to be
without even
smart, innit?
loading up.
That's why Brim's telling me that he's a more smarter fighter, that he's going to be approaching this fight differently and not be a guy
Yeah,
that's going to be looking for just the big shots. And maybe there he might have a good thinking brain that I haven't seen, and he might be like, he might have more to offer.
I'm telling you, Brian Norman is a young champion in his prime, undefeated, and he has momentum. He's licking his chops right now, and he looks very confident. The Normans look very confident. The Haneys don't look confident. They got
One
all
thing
this
I
extra
will say
text.
though, one
They
thing
have
I
all this
will say
extra
though,
drug testing now. Now it went from 16 weeks to no, it was 8 weeks to 16 weeks.
yeah, but I don't take none of that. That's all mind games, bro. They're playing mind games. I know that if Haney's fighting him, Haney's in the trenches working hard. I just know this, that I want to see if Norman is a better boxer. See, if Norman shows boxing skills in that fight and a puncher, then I ain't going to lie, then he's going to be the biggest threat in the game.
Yeah,
Then he
definitely.
becomes one of the most serious guys to be played with because he can box, he's got serious IQ, and he got sick power. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if he's gonna have it his way. We'll see if he can get it his way in the fight. But did you hear Anthony Yard? Anthony Yard said that he going for the knockout against Benavidez, bro.
That's what he's
Yeah,
supposed to do.
Benavidez
He
better
got
watch
he
out.
got to get him out of there early, dog. It's not a game.
Benavidez
He
better be
got to hurt
ready.
him early.
You know what Anthony Yard said? He said, "Look, I've been in there with the best. I've felt the most biggest
Yep.
monster that you guys called Arthur Beterbiev." He goes, "I know how to
Kovalev
take
too.
shots."
He's a crusher
He thinks
and
Anthony Yard
Benavidez.
thinks that David ain't no Arthur Beterbiev, bro, in
He's not
punching
no
power.
crusher either. He's not no Kovalev either.
So Anthony Yard said that he going for a knockout, bro. That's all Yard has got, though. Like Brim said,
But
that's
Benavidez
really
got to
all
be
he's got.
careful. He got to be careful. And to be honest, he has to make. If you want to call yourself the monster, you got to make a statement as well. You got to go and stop Anthony Yard because Anthony Yard was stopped at the highest level. Better Beef and Kovalev stopped Anthony Yard. So
Hey,
he needs to get a stoppage.
hey, Brim.
Yeah.
I never heard from you about the GOAT. What do you think of Clarissa Shields' fight yesterday, bro? Do
He
you
fight.
think Papoose is becoming a distraction?
No, that has nothing to do with anything. That's a relationship, and
Yeah.
I like I like their relationship personally.
Okay.
Truth be told, she's fighting a can for me. I mean, it is
It's the
what it is. But
tomato cans.
I mean, but it's not her fault. But I mean, dog, the best way move for you is to find as many contemporaries as possible and beat them, and just continue to beat them, and then everything you say becomes the reality. But when you fight the nondescripts, it just makes it harder. You be like, oh yeah, you're the greatest all time. You fighting, you know, dog.
But
Who?
Brim, why is it that she's so good, yeah, that she can never ever hurt one of these girls or stop them? She
Oh, because
always
she's a
tries to bully them and overpower them in a way where it's just outboxing them. What is wrong with Clarissa Shield? Has she got pillow fist or what?
I think she got a pillow fist. I just don't think she hits the hardest in the world. But
You
she
know
ain't
what
got
I
pillow
think,
fist.
Rap? You know what I think, Rap? I think women's boxing needs to be 3 minutes a round, and I think you would start to see some
Bro, the
knockouts
girls
and
can't even knock
stoppages.
each other out in 2
I think
rounds.
it should
What
be
the
three
fuck are
minutes
they gonna do
around.
in
I
3
think two
rounds, bro?
minutes,
It's not
two
enough
minutes go by
attrition.
too
It's not
quick.
enough attrition. It goes by so
Yeah,
fast. So how can you get as many
yeah. You
knockouts if
can't
you're not
build
being
on
able
it.
to do as much attrition? You know.
Exactly. And I bet you any dollar bet you put women's boxing 3 minute rounds, you're gonna start seeing a lot more knockouts. Bitches are gonna get tired. They're gonna get clipped in rounds, and then they're not gonna be able to get out that round
There'll be
because they
definitely more
use.
stoppages. You know, like oh yeah, she done for. She ain't got no more left.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
And that's how you can make
Yeah, but
women's
it's a
boxing
shame, right?
exciting.
It's a shame. The
Knockouts,
reason why it's a
stoppages.
shame, she's representing the world with the best woman boxer, right? As in like what she represents that. But the thing about it is that
One of them.
she doesn't bring the flavor, the entertainment, the eye value. Every time anybody wants to tune in, there's no highlight, bro. That's
I
like,
think
okay, she beat this can, she beat
I
Billy
think
Dick,
Katie
she
Taylor.
beat
I think
she
Katie
beat that
Taylor got
girl,
more
she beat
skill
this
than
girl.
Clarissa.
Now, to be fair with you, yeah, you guys want to talk about the other girls. Yeah, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, they got each other, bro. Fair enough, they made a good fight with each other, bro. But the last fight was lackluster anyway, and
It was.
the
That
first
was
two
the money
fights
fight.
was
That was the
something.
money fight
But the women, I don't know what it is, bro. I just feel like that was the lucky them two had each other. But the Carissa Shields,
trilogy.
I don't know
Well,
what's
Savannah
going on,
Marshall
bro.
blew it because Savannah Marshall was supposed to be her rematch, but Savannah lost to Green.
Mm.
Yep.
Savannah was WD-40 rusty. Green built that confidence up and started landing some good shots. And in that second half of the fight, she really was tossing and you know, they really going back and forth, but she was just getting the upper hand, and you know, she got the work done. You know,
This is
but
why Clarissa is forced to call out names like Layla Ali, a
he's not
46-year-old
really
Layla
forced to call
Ali.
out that. She just got to go back down to 160, dog. I ain't asking her to go 154, but go to 160, my G. Go to
Yeah.
160, man. You can at least get you
But to
three
be fair
really
with
good
her
fights
on
in
that, bro,
160.
Layla
Three
Ali
really
is
good
the
ones.
one who downplayed her too.
But
I
she's
So,
mean, it
old,
is
rap.
what it
She's
is,
pushing
Barrett.
50 years old, bro.
Yeah, man. Leave that alone. I
but
mean, it
Layla
is what
Ali
it
shouldn't
is.
be talking that big talk that I'll
Man,
fight her.
it go both
She a
ways, my
legend.
G.
She
It
a
go both
legend. She can
ways,
say
my
whatever
G.
she wants.
Layla Ali is the one who said, "Bring the money
And
and I'll
Wolf and
I'll
Layla
fight you,
Ali
bro."
would have killed Clarissa.
She
I'm
didn't
That's not
mention
the
her
sorry.
by
point, bro.
name, though. She didn't mention
Layla Ali
Clarissa by
shouldn't be
name.
asking for the fight, bro.
Layla in her prime would kill Clarissa
We
But
Shields.
I
don't
don't
know
know
that.
about
We
that
don't
either.
know none of that.
I don't know about that.
And Wolf would knock out Clarissa
I
Shields.
don't know about that
100%.
either.
Don't know none of that, bro.
I don't know about that either because
I
Clarissa
put
had
money on that.
a reach advantage.
Clarissa couldn't even knock out this girl.
Man,
Benny Blanco
just
had a
'cause you
tough
can't knock
chin.
them out don't mean you can't beat them. That's the
Come
whole
on, man.
point.
She was over there, like telegraphing her right hand the whole night, overshooting it. The other girl was laughing, moving around, slipping, just in
And
her
then later on,
fucking.
after she got
Come
hit to
on,
the body a
bro.
few times, she started getting fat,
Man, that fat
But look,
chick
getting the
was
face.
getting her ass beat, but it
but
wasn't doing
look,
nothing
she's the
special.
smaller fighter. She
That
was a
fatty was
champion. She
getting
was a
beaten
light
up, bro.
heavyweight champion,
No,
not
the
a
fifth
heavyweight
round, she was
champion.
a little bit.
She moved
If you go
up.
look at the end of the fifth
And Wolf
round,
was
you'll
fighting
see that
some hoes
she
anyway, bro.
felt the end of the fifth round. Like, oh man, that was a rough one. That's why
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fight was over at
That
that
round,
point.
I
The end of
thought
the
she was.
fifth
I
round.
thought Clarissa was gonna be able to get the stoppage.
I thought she was too at
I
the
put
end of the
money. I
fifth
put
round,
money
but
on the
then
stoppage. I put
but
money
short,
on Clarissa for the stoppage.
Shorty, you know what it was? She let Clarissa throw a whole bunch of shots early and made her miss some. So it probably took a little bit of the sting off of
I
her
was
punches
tight
if you
because
missed that many early.
she wasn't setting shit up with the jab. She was trying to just bully the girl and land the big right hand. And the girl had some good feet under her. Know how to make her miss and survive. And I'm like, damn, bro.
And then when
Fucking
she tried,
Clarissa.
I mean, because the fourth round she tried to, she stepped it up a little bit to Clarissa and made it round. I mean, you still give it to Clarissa, but she did show
Yeah, it
something.
worked.
You know
She
what I
did
mean?
work. She
But
was
the end
doing
of
Now,
the
some
do you
fifth
work.
think
round,
Carissa? Do
though,
you think
Clarissa
Carissa
put the big
hasn't
paws
got?
on her.
Do you think Carissa's? She's got the a bit of the IQ. She knows how to throw some punches, right? But she hasn't got the slickness. She don't.
Mm,
She
No,
can't. She ain't got the punch placement, like the proper punch. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Look, Brim,
She's not
you've been in
accurate.
Brim, you've been in the boxing gym. They always teach you, yeah. Stop throwing straight punches. Place your punch so you can hurt the guy, bro. Right? Do you think she throws too many punches which are not precise though? She just works the overworking rate. It's the work rate.
I don't even think that's the case because she
She was
landed a
like
lot
fighting
of
like
clean
she was
shots.
fighting
I
like
think she
But
don't
her
turn over.
timing ain't.
Sometimes she
Go on,
don't
go ahead.
turn over her punches though when she lands some of those too, man. Because you want to be able to get back in position. So sometimes you ain't turning
she
over your
smothers her
punches.
work.
You
She
want to
was
be able
smothering
to
her work.
continue to move because when you sit on your punches, you do sometimes leave yourself exposed without being able to have the proper movement. So if you're able to be fluid, you're not sitting on your punches and turning them over. But you're still landing clean, effective punches, but they don't have as much sting because you're not sitting on them.
Yeah, gotta sit on your punches.
Nah, let's just cook, bro. Women's boxing is up and down. It's a bit. It's
Yeah,
bleh.
I'm not a big
No, it's just
women's
when you
boxer.
get to the lower weight classes where the action is. Like Ellie Scotney
Yeah,
is
the real
beautiful
talent is
fighter,
in the
bro. Ellie
lower
Scotney's
weight
I
classes.
love. I think she's gonna be a pound for pound number one, bro. Because her form and technique is phenomenal, dog. Like it's better than a lot of guys, bro. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm watching the first 3 rounds. Like, man, her form and technique is so superior. Like it's beautiful to watch, bro. Like I appreciate it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. She's gonna be a pound for pound number one. I mark my words, and when it happens, you can go back and check the footage if it's here. But
What weight
I don't
class?
know, man. Let's be honest, bro. I don't like to, I like to be real, bro. I respect all fighters, whoever lace up the gloves. I respect these women for doing that, bro. But let's stop pretending that these women, they got anything in my eyes that are showing me anything elite as men's level. They're not on no way near the men's level of skill set, bro. The talent pool is shallow, bro. The
it's not
matchups,
shallow
the
in the low
matchups
weight
are
classes, though.
fucking dead, bro.
In the low
Matchups
weight
on the
classes,
for
is
the
not.
girl
It's
is
not. It's not
Lower
predictable,
weight
shallow
bro.
in the low
classes
weight
is
And
classes.
the
It
dead.
height,
gets shallow
the
after
height is way
154.
louder than any skill, bro. You want any honesty from me or what? Or do you just want me to sit here and cap? The only handful elite women that just want to sit there, and there's only a couple of handful elite women, bro. The rest of them is just bimbos, and the rest of these women like Bonnie Clyde and the girl
Don't be
yesterday.
disrespectful.
Nah, bro, these women that they're bringing in the game, bro. The
And there's
pool
a lot
level.
of real
Look,
hard-working fighters out there,
Brim.
dog.
The level of the competition is shit, bro.
Yeah, in the higher weight classes where Shields is, but in the lower weight classes, you have a much more abundant pool of solid, good fighters. When you're talking about
Man, even
from
Alicia Baumgardner was having a hard fight with that teacher. I don't know what
yeah,
the
but you
fuck
just
and
calling
she
her a
looked like
teacher, but
she's
she's a
steroided up
but
anyway. She
no, you
takes
talking about you
steroids.
just want to call her a teacher, but she stays in great shape and does multiple to obviously does the multiple amount of things, but she's in great shape and an athlete, a true athlete. Like don't disrespect true athletes in any period of form, no matter what stage of life and what they're having to deal with. Like please put some respect on this athletes period across the world. Like
Bro,
chill.
it's all cap, bro. The last 5 years, all
Nah.
I've been hearing is Shields, Serrano, Taylor. Shields, Serrano, Taylor. That's all I fucking hear, bro. This is it. The boxing, the rest of the fucking whole sport of boxing for women, bro. It's like
Why you
100
disrespecting
years
Gabby
behind,
Fandora
bro.
though? Why you got to disrespect Gabby Fandora though? Like
No,
for
but
real.
forget about it. That's you who know those fighters. Nobody cares.
Well, I do. So the hell
You're the
with it.
only one who's sitting there talking like you out there
Okay, so
looking at
move
all the
on then.
best
If they don't
fighters,
care,
bro.
then man, we don't want to dog up. We ain't, let's not make it a show about dogging out the women's boxing. If we want to talk about women's boxing, cool. I know more fighters. I like some women, a lot more. I can name a whole bunch more after that. But I said it's in the lower weight classes. If people don't care, you move on. What the fuck?
Man, come on, bro. The women's boxing is not for
Okay, if you
everyone.
don't, cool.
It's not for everyone, bro. It really ain't.
No doubt. That's understandable. I'm just saying. We'll move on.
You know what I mean? Man, I'll tell you what, I could send any one of these guys, man, to have a sex change and go send them in a 6-month training camp. They become undisputed and come back.
Yes.
I'll make them become, what's his name? What's that guy? What's that fucking Emmanuel Khalif?
No,
I said Emmanuel Khalif will beat the fuck out of everyone, bro.
You're horrible, bro.
That
You're
Emmanuel
horrible.
Khalif, She-Man will beat the fuck out of all of them,
You
bro.
are
Just like,
horrible, rap. I
you
just want
saw
to let
what
it
the
be
tranny
known.
did, innit? You saw how the Emmanuel Khalif came to the fucking Olympics and beat up every woman. You saw it. All those women were getting slapped up, crying, and they were the best of the best. The best of every country. And there came Emmanuel Khalif. Why you laughing, bro? It's the truth, man. I know, man. I'm just fucking. No. Let's just leave it. Let's leave women's boxing alone, bro. Before I go too far in this shit. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things, bro. Let's talk about a couple of things that's going on right now. So now be honest, with Xander Zayas, you're not totally impressed, or is it that you just don't think he's that guy that he never
No,
gave
I'm
a
not gonna say
performance?
that the jury in that regards to say he's not that guy would be disrespectful. I just say there's still question marks on like if I was to have him in the ring with Fundora
Be
right now,
honest though. I
I
know
would pick
you. What do
I
you?
think
What
I
don't
would
you
pick
like about
Fundora
him?
right now if them two fought right now. I think I would pick Fundora. He's further along in his game, you know what I mean? That like Xander good, but I think if he's not going to be the person to be to keep you at the end of the stick, it is going to be Fedora, and he able to keep that range. Now you got to work to get in. Now you got to. That's a different game, bro. You got. Yeah, you definitely in a state where you showing me something different, my guy. So yeah, hey, each fight is interesting,
So
but
be
the
honest
rule
with me.
about is
What was it
crazy
that
though.
you
He's
would
a
have liked
champion.
to
He's
see?
championship caliber.
What would you have liked to see out of this guy that you didn't see?
Okay. I ain't gonna say what I didn't see. Because he did a fairly good job overall. He did a good job. It wasn't a bad job. It's just that if somebody's able to like really like catch you and rough you up a little bit, like I don't know if you be able to handle it. I just still
Did you
not
not? You
sure.
don't. You're
I'm
not a
just
good
not
inside.
sure yet.
He's not an inside fighter.
I mean, I'm not going. He's not horrible inside. He's not. I would. It would be unfair to say he's horrible inside. I mean, he does proper clinching when need be, and you know, Gonzalez is pretty good, but he's still wild and in form as well. He just, you know, he's just pretty good at being moderately relentless, and but I mean, like I think he would like if you say, oh, he fight Tim Dude, I definitely count him in for a win. I think if you have him fight Verge. I mean, it's not a guarantee Verge will beat him. I think Verge. It's not a. I would
Yeah,
make
but it's not a
I
good
might lean
situation,
towards
bro. You
Verge, but I
can't put a
wouldn't
young
call
guy
it.
in there.
I
You
wouldn't
want to
call it.
put a young guy in there with some of these elite or top killers, and then you know you don't want him to be in a situation like Tim Tszyu or anything. You want him to grow
Then
into that.
then back rub Martezali. If you don't want to put him in there with him, I think he smokes almost everybody. You know what I mean? I think Fedora's the only person that can possibly beat him because he has a little more range out of everybody that we have actively at 154 right now in this current state, until otherwise noted.
So right now, the division is stacked.
It's a pretty damn good division. Cause it's like Taylor's is not a game to me. I remember like man 2 years ago. I'm like, yeah, he gonna be a problem. I think he gonna be pretty good. He ain't gonna yeah he might do something. Um, it's not a bad division at all, man. And now we got Boots in here. All right. So who was gonna happen, bro? Fight Mendoza, fight somebody. Just get it going. The people said people got Virgil raked at first, and he ain't even got a belt. That's crazy. I saw that. I was like, I don't know.
I see your boy Brian Norman showing videos. He's on holiday, smiling, enjoying life.
Hey, that's a good thing. We all should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Life can't be all work all the time.
What he said, isn't it? He goes, "Not my life has to be 24/7 all the time boxing. I got to take a little break here and there away from boxing."
Just live life.
Fundora will fuck him up, says pound for pound. And Chip Bud said Virgil lost his last two fights. I don't know about that, man.
The last two?
I'll never.
He beat Maginov. I mean, what are you talking about? Last two, he beat Maginov pretty. Like, are you forgetting that fight? Okay, I mean the board chuck, yeah, but Maginov he dealt with that. But I mean, right now it's hard for me to say that it's number one for 154 right now. It's either between Bakram or Fundora, bro. Just to be real to real. That's 1 and 2. Any way you want to flip it. Most people will probably go with Machado, but it's kind of interesting though. Now looking at that, Tim Tszyu is the common denominator, and where we mostly feel like his career might be over. He'll never reach world level again. Some people might even say for him to quit. Some people say, hey, you can be in a fight again, but just take your time and fight back at home against a little bit lower quality competition. But I think them two need to fight. But I don't think we're gonna get that fight. But it'd be great unification.
What's up with it, Castro?
Hey, Rapstar, salute to you. Brim, salute to you. Hey, I want to talk about the XANDER situation, the Haney and Norman situation with Brim. Brim, what I'm gonna tell you right now, if Norman doesn't study and anticipates Haney's evade patterns, he's not gonna win. If he just builds on what he already has and tries to exemplify what he already has, it's not gonna be enough. He has to be able to study Haney's elusiveness and evade patterns and be able to meet him out there and bait Haney to where I'm asleep, come on in here. Once he comes on in here, then you anticipate his exit. If he doesn't do that, Norman may lose this fight, bro. Straight up. Norman, he's been like maybe 10 rounds. He's got a massive left hook. He commits to catching punches to the lower body and the head and stuff. He commits to the paint. He stands in there and hangs out and posts up and catches and returns fire. But you have to study Haney's evade patterns. If he doesn't do that, Norman's going to lose this fight, Brim.
I mean, that's cool. You mean evade patterns? All right. What if you don't get a chance to have a pattern?
His exit. No, his exits.
How about you say exit? How about I force you to exit when you ain't even trying to start?
You better look at his past fights and see what his go-to exit patterns.
I mean, listen. They gonna do what they need to do on their end.
Norman has to do that to meet him out there and anticipate him to cover that distance and catch up to him on the way out there. Once he pinpoints him,
cover distance. He's not the smaller fighter to the point where he got to worry about that.
I'm telling you right now, Brim. If he doesn't study his evade patterns and his lucidness and his go-to get out of the way shit, he's not going to catch up to him and meet him out there with a heavy shot. You have to be able to have an idea where Haney's going on the way out. And I feel Norman feels what he has naturally and what he's built so far, he thinks that's enough, and it's not. Because
hold
on, Brim.
No, them evasion patterns don't mean shit if I'm the one dictating the terms of engagement. If I'm dictating the terms of engagement, your evasion patterns don't fucking matter.
Yes, it does.
No, they don't. So what you go? You can't run for your life. You gotta stand and engage. You gotta stand and engage.
You made me fucking forget my next point where I was going.
And you don't got the reach advantage. So you gotta stand and engage. What you talking about? This evasion pattern shit.
We heard you talk for like 2 weeks, nigga, on this shit, nigga. Let me talk.
I wasn't even talking about this fight. We were talking about other shit. What are you talking about? You gonna be bopping off about some evasive pattern shit.
I'm talking about. You made me forget though, bro. I know you had to
forget. You going to jump up some if I worried about his evasive patterns.
Kill this guy off because he cooking me right now.
No, because let me tell you something. If Norman fight worrying about what Devin Haney's gonna do the whole fight, he already lost the fight. You nigga, it ain't your terms. This ain't your terms of his fucking engagement. No, it's not. It's not your terms of engagement. It's my terms of engagement, dog. It's my terms of engagement. That's what dictates the fight, my G. So we don't give a about your exit strategy.
Whatever, Brent, bitch, we've been listening to you with that Norman shit, and that's
no. I'm just telling you what it is. And everybody just Norman shit. I'm just saying if Norman is going to win against Devin Haney, because it's not a given to Devin. As a boxing fan, when I take away me boxing with Norman,
it's real shit. What I'm telling you is real, nigga. If he don't study his evade patterns, nigga, he's not gonna win. If he don't get on that racquetball court with no walls, he's not gonna win. If he's stuck in the mud like Regis, he's not gonna win.
Regis, that's the problem. Going into this fight, we already listen. Everybody knew going into the Regis fight, the Regis doesn't have good front feet.
Regis fight, I'm telling you, bro.
Why you keep on talking about Regis? You mentioned Regis like Brian Norman is Regis when Brian Norman is not Regis, dog.
No, I didn't.
Come
What
on.
I said is what I said, nigga.
I hear you.
If he doesn't study his evade patterns and he's stuck in the mud like Regis, he's not gonna win. If he can't anticipate his exits, if he can't pinpoint where his head is on the exits when he feels safe or just before he feels safe.
Well, how about we don't ever want you to be safe? We don't want you to be safe. I don't fuck you being safe. I don't want you to ever be safe. This entire fight, you're not going to be safe. That's the whole point. The terms of this fight is going to be dictated by whether you're going to be comfortable doing what you do or you not safe. And guess what? You're not going to be safe.
Bro, your boy only been 10 rounds.
Bro, we talking about 10 rounds as a champion, 12 rounds fight. He's been a champion he's defended his belt twice. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He been in 12-round fights, but if you don't make it 12 rounds, you don't make it 12 rounds. It's up to Devin Haney to make it 12 rounds. He's good enough to be able to do it. But will he win if he does it, or will he don't, or does he not make it? That's why I don't know why everybody talking about all these ways Devin Haney can win. Devin Haney got one way to win. Brian Norman got more than one way to win because he can either knock you out, hurt you, make you survive, you lose 12 rounds, or all that. Because this boxing circles around shit, I don't see that from Devin Haney and never have. I've seen a really good, pretty strategic tactician that utilizes certain avenues and creates opportunities, but some of that is based on length and size, and he don't got all that this fight, man. He don't got it this fight. He gonna have to learn how to scrap and get out of it. He can't Jose Ramirez this fight. So if he gotta do it, if he gotta do this like he did against Loma, he can't go to the body like that easily and be safe.
Shut up, bitch.
He can't. He can do that against Loma because Loma's a smaller guy. Norman, you can't do that against that easily.
Shut up, Brim.
And that's a fact.
Listening for 2 weeks, bitch. We heard your side of the story. Norman Team Norman, okay? We heard all that, bro. Let some new shit come to the table, nigga. Hear me out. Don't try to cloud me out. Hear me out. But you don't want to.
I've already heard it. I've heard it. I've heard it all. I've heard that Norman don't got no feet. He's never fought nobody. The specialist, Devin Haney, the tactician, Devin Haney.
Straight up, bitch. You know what, though? I'm not saying Haney can win. I'm not saying that. You heard what I said. If Norman Jr. thinks what he has is enough to beat Haney, he's not going to win. You have to take it past that. You do. You got to map out his evade patterns and go to his go-to, I'm out the way, I'm out of here patterns. You have to pinpoint, anticipate what he's going to do when you turn it up, when you enter the box, when you come through that front door. You can't just go in there, well, I'm going to see what happens, and I think I'm going to catch it. No, bitch, you train to catch that nigga.
He's going to always find the fight, motherfucker.
You get on that racquetball court.
He's going to look for the back door this whole fight.
He didn't chase the ball. He chased the ball. How you going to catch him? You better get your ass in the racquetball court and the walls.
No comfort.
Shut up, bitch. Brent, shut your bitch ass up. You ain't shit, bitch. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why you ain't shit, where you fucked up. You played that fucking freestyle or whatever on the internet. Those people who were going to pay you heard that, said, nah, nigga, you fucked up. Broke contract. That shit dead, nigga. Appreciate you. That's why that song ain't going to get finished. That's why you ain't going to close on that deal. That's why you can't play it again, nigga. Yo. So you shut your bitch ass up and let me talk, nigga. And you shut up, bitch, and don't ever try to overtalk me, nigga. Because I'll cook you, nigga, from the comments or this panel, bitch.
You just talking to talk for the fun of it. You just talking for the fun of it, homie.
I'm talking because you try to overtalk me, bitch, and interrupt me, bitch. We listened to you for 2 weeks. Team Norman, that's my nigga. Oh, Atlanta, Georgia, all this. Oh, shit. No disrespect to him, but I'm talking about you, bitch. You sucked this dick for 2 weeks, nigga, at least over here on Rap.
I didn't do anything. Somebody actually came to me and spoke to me and said, hey, man, I think you would be good at doing this song. And he came up with an idea to me. And I said, okay, you know what? I'll go with the idea and do something. And it just kind of came naturally. So, see, that's why I don't worry about the goofy shit that you're talking about. I mean, it was fun to really was goofing off a little bit. But when you're saying you attacking my character or how I'm doing this music or whatever, I did that out of pure love. I don't give a fuck from it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have any intention of doing it in the first place. Somebody else thought I was talented enough to be able to do it. And I said, yeah, I sure do it. And 'cause I know my abilities. I can spit. I've been doing this shit like before you was fucking born, G. Like real talk. So I mean, I don't be really worried about too much of that shit. Like I got credit to the game. I didn't did musical shit. I got family that's royalty in the music game. But I ain't nobody. I'm just a person just living life, bro. And it is what it is, bro. You know? It's 4:30 fucking 1 in the morning, and the motherfucker has been on this earth 46 years as of this point right now. What you talking about is crazy, bro. It is what it is. What the fuck you talking about? The end. No body bag. Take it easy.
What's happening in Fight Sports?
I'm doing good, Rap. Thanks for having me on.
What do you think about Xander Zayas as a world champion and all-round fighter?
I thought he looked fine, and I don't know where this criticism is coming from because, first of all, I don't know what people were expecting. Like, Garcia obviously wasn't a pushover, and Xander Zayas is 20. How old is he? 22, 23. Like, he's boxing's youngest champion right now. So I thought his performance was fine. Now, I agree, based on that performance, I wouldn't pick him to beat the best guys in this division. The thing is, this is the most stacked division in the sport. We've got guys like Tim Tszyu as top 10 contenders. So I had no problem with his performance, and I'm interested to see where they move him to from here.
Are you confident with him against the other champions already?
Right now, no. Based on how Fundora improved against Tim Tszyu and stopped him, I was unsure about before Fundora vacated. I was unsure about him fighting Zayas. Based on Fundora's latest performance, I'd pick him to win. Fundora, I'd pick him over Zayas, and I'd also probably pick Murtazaliev over him. But the guy's so young, so I don't think. I mean, I'm not his promoter, but I don't think they're planning on putting him in there with the other champions just yet. Maybe they'll try and pick out Madrimov, who was a champ but lost it, and I don't know. I don't know if they're planning to match him up with the other champions yet because this division is so stacked. He's got plenty of tough challenges without going for the other champs yet.
I agree. Let them build. It's a lot of competition at 54.
I agree, and also Rap. Usually, I agree. I want to see champions take on other top challengers immediately, but they could easily put him in there with Ramos. I mean, Ramos is another young guy who I think should have beaten Erickson Lubin, so I think he should still be undefeated. That's a really good fight, and Ramos has got flaws in his game. I'd probably pick Zayas over Lubin, and you could throw Bohachuk in there. He's lost a couple of pretty tough fights, and the thing is that I think Zayas's performance was well versed in all areas. He just showed he doesn't have punching power, but you don't need punching power to be successful at the top levels. So no, I'm very interested to see what they do with him.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
I mean, the future is
everything.
bright, but the division is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's the toughest in the sport. No division is tougher than 154 right now, except maybe featherweight.
Yeah, so he needs maybe some lighter touches because, as you guys said, he needs to grow.
Yeah, he's got time, and I mean, again, I don't know what their intention is right now because let's see, he holds the WBO titles, so I mean, you've actually got guys like Josh Kelly in there, and I mean, Josh Kelly should not be this high in the rankings, but that's one that they could get away with. You've also, if he is going to move up, and it's looking more and more likely, Jaron Ennis, he'll be high in the WBO rankings, so maybe they could do him. or maybe Erickson Lubin. I don't think they're planning on putting him in there with Murtaz Aliyev just yet.
He ain't fighting Boots either.
Well, we don't know how Boots is going to look at this division because, well, I agree. Right now I would favor him to beat a lot of the guys, but moving weight divisions, you're not always the same guy you were before.
It's not a guarantee. You could be, more powerful, more crisp, more, comfortable, or you might be dealing with somebody that equals you in certain categories that you had advantages in that weight class before, and it becomes a much more challenging feat.
That's true. And Boots is big, so he's going to be punching pretty hard at 154, I think. But we won't know until we've seen him there.
Mm-hmm. But I think he'll be pretty good at 154. Just who you gonna fight?
Yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, if you listen to Eddie Hearn on why they turned down the Virgil Ortiz fight, it's because Virgil's currently booked with somebody else, and I don't know if Boots is actually looking for tune-ups, but we'll see. I mean, if they are looking for tune-ups, then maybe he goes and fights somebody outside of the rankings. I don't know.
I would hope they would at least get a top 10.
For sure. I agree with that.
I mean, because I know there's some people we would consider a tune-up, but a high quality tune-up that's probably near the top 10 or right at the bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, well, a tune-up can actually mean somebody in the top 10 because a tune-up is just somebody who's not a champion. But when you hear tune-up, it often leads to somebody who nobody wants to see. So, yeah, I mean, maybe they'll look for somebody like Callum Walsh, or I mean, he's Irish, so
I think Mendoza might be a good choice, man.
Mendoza, really?
I don't know, man. Just to get one fight in, and then if you just do one fight, you go back up. I mean, Mendoza is not a horrible option because at least it's proven at some point he's the guy that beat Fandora. Yeah, he might have lost a fight, but he's a tough guy. He's a tough out. It's a respectable scalp, regardless, man. You got to respect him as a fighter.
I definitely respect Mendoza. I mean, I'm from New Zealand, so the fight with Tim Tszyu just happened over the shore for me, and that was I got lots of respect for Mendoza. I don't know what happened to him after that because Bohachuk cleaned him out, but yeah, no, that Mendoza is a very good fight.
I think he won his last fight. I think it was last year though, but don't quote me.
Yeah. Well, Mendoza is definitely a good fight. We'll see what happens because I mean Turkey seems to be quite difficult at the moment, and last time we heard of him, he wasn't too happy with Boots. So we'll see.
I wouldn't even say difficult. I just think that he was going to put him in a championship caliber fight immediately, and Boots was like, whoa, hold up, I'm not gonna fight Bakram as my first fight at 154. I just got to feel like this is how I kind of probably went down. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna fight Bakram my first joint at 54. Like I want to, but I need just one joint at least, man. Like,
I hear you. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just think it probably would, it might be something like that. I'm trying to be fair to the young man because he's getting enough punishment as it is. So I'm trying to, see some silver lining through the whole stuff.
Yeah, well, I had no problem with Boots not, not agreeing to. He said he didn't want to fight Teofimo or Haney. I was fine with that, and now he wants to move up. Cool. No, but in terms of Turkey, I mean, I'm going to be doing a video in a couple of days. I think Turkey's starting to piss me off because you saw how he acted after Tim Tszyu's loss, like completely unnecessary. So, but anyway, I just don't know.
Can I give you some feedback on that thought real quick?
Loss? What did he say?
Oh yeah, basically he mocked Tim Tszyu for losing, saying that Tim Tszyu wasn't worthy to be on his cards. Like Turki Alashaykh's being a fucking idiot.
Well, he said that.
He did, yeah. No, Tim Tszyu.
He said He said maybe you can have you be as a sparring partner for one of the fighters on the card. Yeah, he did. He was petty. He was definitely petty.
Well, I'll
No
tell you
doubt
why he
about it.
did that, because Tim refused to deal with them earlier on.
I know, but Brad, that's still a bitch move.
I know.
Like
I'm not
Turkey
saying he ain't paid.
You know what's so
It's not.
crazy though? I always wanted Turkey to be a cut above, but I just kind of accepted that he's just like the rest of boxing, my G. That's what it
Hey,
really
bro.
comes down to, because we get this from all the boxing promoters at some point in time on how they talk about fighters just been with them, you know. So
Yeah.
Remember, Tim pissed Turkey off.
I remember it.
They announced the fight, and then Tim decided not to want to go with it.
Also, Tim Tszyu, I think was injured at the time.
He
which
was.
Is why
It wasn't about Tim not going. It was about something he had said, though. You know, like right at the close to the end of that process where that already came about. He had said something that
Yeah, he said. I
rubbed
remember
the
what he
wrong way.
said. He said that we don't need to fight with the Saudis.
Yeah,
but he had it. Yeah, but Tim did agree to fight Virgil Ortiz on that card, and then it ended up, and then he just got injured, and that postponed his return, and then he signed for the Bakram fight. So it was just he made a comment saying he didn't need Turki Al-Sheikh. There was no reason for Turkey to pull the bitch move that he did.
Yeah, because Turkey's not going in the ring. He's just putting money on.
Yeah. I mean, this is like what's your name, bro, by the way? I don't think we've talked before.
Brim.
Yeah, like it reminds me of what Frank Warren and Bob Arum have always been like. You know, when fighters lose, and fighters don't even need to lose to their fighters; they just need to lose to somebody, and they'll just mock them for it because again they're petty old men. That's one of the things people liked about Eddie Hearn, that he was not that guy. He was a breath of fresh air, but like Brim said, Eddie's become the same bitter guy that he used to rail against. Like people brought this up a couple of years ago, so they all turn out to be the same. And
you know
boxing.
what it is though, when you're in the business, and what I've heard from many high-end people in England, and I've seen it from people firsthand, and I know from people in America, that boxing is such a fucking business. It's like you deal with so many divas, and even the boxers, 1 minute they're hot, 1 minute they're cold. So you're always going back and forth, getting frustrated, because sometimes, like I said, boxing ain't a clean-cut sport, and there's a lot of ifs and buts.
Yeah, like it's a combat sport. You're never going to have you're never going to have choir boys representing it. That's just fact. But
and now Turkey's putting in all 80% of the money. So now he's talking like that, but I'll be back in a minute. He's talking like that because he's funding most of boxing.
Yeah, but still, the guy's acting like a bitch. Like what he did to Tim was completely uncalled for, and there's just no excuse for it. You know, you act like a bitch, and Turki Al-Sheikh acted like a bitch. So, as far as his comments regarding,
to be fair with you, what I've noticed is 90% of loads of boxing fans are just happy with Turkey. That's what I've noticed.
Well, Rap,
anytime I criticize or anyone criticizes Turkey, people don't care. They're just happy that he's like bringing all these fights.
Yeah, and Rap, I've seen both sides of it. Like I've been on a lot of people's I've been talking to a lot of people, and they don't like Turkey, and I'm sure a lot of people know a lot of them are Americans.
Yeah, Americans might not.
Well, yeah. So I've had conversations with them, and I see where they're coming from. I mean, nobody's perfect, so therefore, it's not really an issue. It's no issue for me to say Turkey's not perfect, and etc. etc.
Of course he ain't.
But as far as people who but then there are people who go overboard and they criticize every little thing Turkey does. I mean, they're like Tank Davis on the internet. Like Tank will blame Turki Al-Sheikh every time somebody slips on a banana peel. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do that. I'm certainly not. I'm just calling Turkey out for acting like a punk.
Mm. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, Tiafimo said that he was a dictator.
Can I ask you a question though? If you was paying for everything and somebody told you, I don't need to use you to do, we could only need to use them to go about it doing our thing. Would you, I mean, would you have maybe a little petty in you if, you know, you never end up doing business with the person and things went sour because you was chasing an American bag and you end up having a career that, you know, looks like it ain't going to be fulfilled the way you would want it in the direction you want it? I mean, it ain't cool. I ain't going to say it's cool at all, but to say it's not expected, no. Mm.
Wait, are you asking me that or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like if you pay for everything and somebody slighted you, you paying for
No.
everything and somebody slighting you. Would they?
No,
Would
I
they? Would
don't.
they say?
No, I don't. Timzu went off in another direction. That's just life. That's business. I mean, Tim didn't do anything wrong. He didn't he didn't go out and call Turkey Alashag names like Teofimo did. Like it was nothing. It was harmless. Like Turkey's just acted like a bitch there. That's all it is.
Yo, Castro, what's happening? You back?
Yeah, I came back not to yell at Brim, but to talk about Xander. I fucking ain't even get to Xander. I fucking got interrupted by Brim and got derailed and talked some shit and burnt off.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that he had no business fighting for a title at 22 years old. They're going to come out of the woodwork to try to get that title off his hands. People we've never seen before. People 10-0, 9-0 that are dangerous and a bitch. All of a sudden, they're going to pop up out of the woodwork, try to get that belt off him. Just like that opponent that Morrell fought. And the opponent that Bud fought, 10-0, Madrimov. The opponent that Morrell fought, 10 or 11-0 too. Nobody knew about him. All of a sudden, he drops Morrell more convincingly than David Benavidez did. I don't think David Benavidez even dropped Morrell. So I was just going to talk about Xander being too young to fight for that belt. He had no business. And his best bet is to stay there in-house in the WBO, fight the number one or the Mandos, give himself some time to grow and heal. Even if it's not the livest fights, even if it's not the most pronounced fights, oh well, you got the title in hand. Now cater to them. You know, use this opportunity.
Mirage is saying that Xander's ice is no way near the level of David Benavidez. Who said that he was on the level of David Benavidez?
Who cares? Why are we comparing him to? I didn't know they were in the same
Brim,
weight
you heard
class.
me talk, right, Brim? You got what I was trying to say, right?
Yeah, keep going. I don't even mention Mirage. He's talking about he's not talking about a 175-pound fighter, man. Continue, my brother.
It's all good. It's all good. I wasn't comparing fucking him to fucking David Benavidez. I made a comparison, but I wasn't comparing them. Anyhow, no, Xander way too young to be fighting for a title. People come out of the woodwork in order to grab it. So far, he's been able to pull enough out and develop enough out on the fly versus grown-ass men to produce wins. Had the Mexican guy who we fought just the other day, had he had straight punches, we would have got to see Xander get dropped and come off the canvas and see what he does from there. But since all his dangerous and hard punches, him being tough and him having wide punches, that's the reason why we didn't see Xander get dropped after come off a knockdown. Yes, he got caught hard a couple times, got caught flush a couple times, out far and wide, you know what I'm saying, out there at the end when he thought he was at a distance or out of range, but he still adapted and fought accordingly after he got hurt. And a lot of people want to talk shit to Xander, talking about we want to see him to match the gas, we want to see him get that knockout, we want to see him win. Nah, he fought with intelligence and he saved himself. And he fucking he fought accordingly, bro. That's what I want to say about Xander. There's more to it too, man. But yeah, his best bet is to stay in WBO, in-house, fight the number one, fight the Mando, grow a little bit, heal a little bit, take some light touches. So
who is the Mando?
Light touches. Go ahead, Rap. My bad.
Who is the Mando?
I don't know, but regardless of who it is, it's not a belt holder.
Well, there is no Mando because Xander's eyes was the mandatory for Findora.
Exactly, he got the vacant belt.
So who's number one there then in the WBO?
Well, it's
I
a
know,
it's a
I
low.
know it's basically a nobody, but still, that's his best bet. Look, y'all catered to me and got me a belt in hand. Okay, what
No,
do I
no,
do for
no, no,
y'all?
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
yeah. At 22, yeah.
Right now there is no clear cut contender. I mean, I didn't realize this. Garcia was actually number 2 behind Zayas. So whatever. Number 3 is Josh Kelly, and look, Kelly shouldn't be there, but hey, it is what it is. Number 4 is Jerron Ennis, which I was saying to Brim earlier. That will be interesting if they want to try and put Boots in there to get a belt early, but I don't know if that will happen. Number 5 is Erickson Lubin. So funny enough, there's actually some good guys in the WBO rankings, but the top 5 are guys who really shouldn't be there. Below them, you've got Bohachuk, you've got Ramos, you've got, well, Thurman shouldn't be there either. Madrimov, he's a good guy. So, yeah, there's a lot of good fights that could be made.
Nobody actually thinks this fighter at the moment is special. From everybody's breakdown, all I'm hearing is he's good, but he needs to take his time, which means that he never put anything on notice, and everybody realizes that he got a vacant belt and he needs to take his time.
Hey,
that's what I got from this.
Hey, real
well,
quick,
in terms of
go ahead, Fight Sports.
Yeah, in terms of not seeing anything special, Rap. I mean, I'm not. He doesn't give me. I don't know. He doesn't give me Tommy Hearns like vibes. Put it that way. And he's certainly not looking like Miguel Cotto 2.0. But that's okay. I'm not saying
but he's not
needs
even
to.
like Keyshawn Davis when he coming up winning the belt.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. But a lot of what made Keyshawn dangerous was how much of a weight bully he was. In terms of a young guy who fights the right way, who shows control and looks good in all areas, I'm seeing everything I need to see personally. So yeah, he's not exactly like, he doesn't exactly scream out superstar.
I mean,
right now,
what he's showing is that he's hit and don't get hit. He likes to hit, and then if it's close range, he wants to clinch a lot. So he knows how to clinch. So he's more of a guy that's consistently trying to box. If he gets you and he hits you, then he'll go back to the clinch. So what does that sound like? That sounds like a fighter which is a bit more of an American style fighter, like a Devin Haney, a Shakur Stevenson. I ain't saying he's like exactly, but he's got the similar methods.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so. I disagree. With Xander and Shakur.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'll tell you real quick, then I'll shut up. I disagree because Shakur only resorts to either being elusive and kind of like being on his horse and striking and getting in and out. Xander has showed more versatility. He showed like 3 shades of him, where Shakur has showed maybe 1 or 2. Or maybe Xander showed 3 or 4 and Shakur has showed 1 or 2, at 3 at max. But still, Xander has showed 2 or 3, 1 or 2 more shades than Shakur. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say, Rap? Like, he showed more versatility, more notches of versatility than Shakur has.
Or maybe he's just getting hit more. He gets hit more because he puts himself in those positions.
Okay, so hold on just a second, though. So just because Shakur gets hit less, does that mean he showed more?
No, that means that Shakur's just a bit more,
elusive.
He's good at
Yes.
not getting hit.
Elusive in anticipation and vision. Yes. Yeah.
But this is the guy's concept. His concept is hit and not get hit. And that's what boxing is about.
You're right. But you got to, and you know what?
Yeah.
Shakur surpassed the expectations last fight. He really did. He really stepped up. You can't talk shit about him. He left Devin stranded on No Punching Island. I mean, you really can't say nothing about him or the Russell brothers. They came to fight. They got the job done, and they ain't run. You can't talk shit about that. You can't.
And there's boxing, there's moving, there's punching, and they did good. But like I said, man, this guy's got some good boxing ability. Let's see how he can get going in the 154-pound division, because it's just the way that we see the division. We're seeing a lot of hard punchers in that division. We're seeing guys who can box and they can punch. Am I right or wrong?
You're 100% right, Rap.
And
And if
that's
I could
what's the
just,
threat. That's the big threat for him.
yeah, but I think so far he's shown enough. He's shown me enough that I'm not worried about him when he comes up against a puncher. I mean, certainly he cannot afford to take Murtazaliev's left hook, but nobody can. And also, you're talking about power, Rap. I want to plug my countryman for a second, Joseph Parker. When he outboxed Andy Ruiz here in New Zealand, my home country, there were so many people saying this guy was no match for Joshua or Wilder because he doesn't have the punch power of those guys. And now, I mean, fast forward to 2025, he's the last man standing out of that trio. So
yeah, but to be fair, when he did step up many times, he lost.
Well, he lost,
right?
But he didn't.
He lost to Dillian White, Anthony Joshua. He lost to a lot of guys towards his Joe Joyce, but he's just had another comeback in the heavyweight division.
Exactly, but to those losses, I mean, he didn't lose to White or Joshua because of punching power. He lost because of other reasons. So I'm just saying
size. Sometimes size matters.
Well, he and White were about the same size, and with Joshua, it was more.
Joshua was bigger than him.
Yeah. But it wasn't. Punching power wasn't really a problem. So you mentioned what people are saying about Zayas. Yeah, he's certainly not the puncher that Murtazaliev is, or probably even Virgil Ortiz is. But that's okay. If he's put it this way, I feel a lot better about his defense than I do Abdullah Mason.
But Abdullah Mason is so slick. He's just so fucking versatile, bro.
I don't see. That's a tough call because I mean, if Abdullah Mason was fighting at the same weight class he was, I'd be like, yeah, I'd feel that way. But there's one weight class below. But the thing about Xander, though, he does everything pretty doggone good. That's the thing. He does everything pretty good. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't suck at anything. So there's an advantage to that if he continues to grow as a fighter as well. Just letting that be known.
Just let it be known, yeah, that real boxing people come over here and they don't fucking sit here and say, oh, he needs to be powerful. He needs to knock someone out. Those are today's generation of casual fans. So just remember, yeah, when guys are boxing people and no matter what they're doing to win the fight against guys who are more powerful, that's still boxing skill. And that's why I say, if we keep the same energy with Xander Zayas, we got to keep the same energy with Shakur and Devin Haney.
That's why I was going to bring.
It's about winning.
That's why I came up here.
Go ahead, tell him, bro. Tell him.
I was going to brag. Nobody called him a Tom and Jerry fighter yet, and I've been like, y'all went in on Devin Williams score and Shakur Stevenson, but I haven't heard nobody. No, when I say I haven't heard nobody, I'm talking about the media, like the commentators and people within the industry of boxing haven't spoke on him as a Tom and Jerry fighter, which is crazy.
Well, I can say it's because his performance wasn't like William Skull and Devin Haney.
It kind of was, though. I ain't gonna lie.
He engaged so much more. So much more.
Yeah, but the fair point is, though, when you know a fighter, let's stop there. You know a fighter like Devin has given you 7-8 different types of fights.
That's what I was about to go.
So one fight that Devin stays extra careful, so he wants to get Ryan Garcia next, so he don't even get touched. Oh no, Devin Haney's a runner, but you know that Devin Haney can fight many ways.
Well, he can, but again, the criticism is because it was the last fight we saw, the Ramirez fight, and you've also because of the trash talk coming from him and particularly his dad. Like they acted like the Ryan Garcia experience didn't happen.
But what did Ramirez do? Why is it Ramirez? You guys don't criticize Ramirez. Ramirez can't even
hold on. Rap. I do criticize Ramirez.
No, but you guys need to criticize Ramirez.
Rap. Hold on. I do criticize Ramirez, but the thing is that given Ramirez's style and how old he is, he really couldn't have done much more. And Devin Haney was the favorite.
Well,
Fight like that ain't
goes
gonna
to
help
show,
Devin
right?
Haney versus
That it
Norman. I'll tell you
sounds
that
like
much.
it's all one-way criticism. That's how
No,
it sounds.
I don't care
Well,
about
that's
that fight, but I'll tell you
that's
this
not
much, gentlemen. That fight didn't do Devin Haney any favors in his preparation for Brian
I
Norman.
mean, he
Just
just
saying.
came back from a loss. He came back from
Cool
not loss.
story,
He came
but
back
I
from
forgot I take stands.
a major
Yeah,
beating
the
from the
difference.
cheaters.
Well, Garcia cheated. Nobody denies that. But
Yeah,
still, you're comparing Haney's performance against Ramirez to this. I mean, Haney was scared to death of getting hit by Ramirez, and I mean, there were just so many things that went that. I mean, he
my
should have.
thing
I
is,
mean,
why
First of
you
y'all
all,
do
went so
realize,
hard?
though,
wait a
you do
second.
But why
realize, though,
Wait a
went
second.
fight
so
Wait.
hard
sports.
on
Hold
Haney
on.
though?
Fight
He
sports.
just
When you
came
How
back
say,
like
how?
go ahead.
Look, I can't even finish.
No, finish, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what his dad said. Go ahead.
oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Haney was running around the ring, scared to death of getting hit, barely let his hands go, and then he was grabbing Ramirez like throughout the fight. He should have been warned. He should have lost points. And again, they act okay. Garcia cheated. Nobody denies that. But he and his dad act like he's still pound for pound top in the world, and that performance he's going to get criticized because of the standard they hold him to. So that's that.
Yeah, but let me rebuttal to you. When Devin
All right.
Haney, when Bill Haney came in and said, I gave my son those specific instructions, right? That you ain't gonna let this guy touch you. I don't care what the crowd thinks. You're gonna be fresh. We can't be injured. We're gonna get straight into the Ryan Garcia fight, and then you're gonna give him the best fight and beat him. So he already told us that we had this game plan that we told Devin that plan. So Devin followed the exact game plan that he was given. Now, Devin, if
Okay.
they told him to come forward, he would have come forward. If they told him to
Well,
box more or come from angles and get this guy, he would have tried to come upside his head on the different angles. It's just that he was told specifically to do that by his father.
true, but that doesn't change nobody's denying that he won the fight. Okay, that's not my argument. My argument is that it was insanely boring, and he really didn't show anything in that fight that made me think. Like, after that fight, I said he needs a couple more. He needs a couple of tune-up fights before he even thinks about fighting somebody in the rankings.
And
Because
it's crazy. It's crazy because everybody bases it like you. They go off the last fight. They forget about everything else, right?
Well, no, Rap. Come on, Rap. You know me better than that.
No,
I'm
but
not
that's
taking.
how fans always tried to do. That's what they did to Hamza Shiraz. Nah, bro.
Well,
His last fight, he looked like trash. Berlanga's gonna beat him up. People do that, not you. Just people say, "Well, the last fight." So if it's on the last fight, then Devin Haney's definitely maybe beating Brian Norman because he's definitely gonna be not getting touched.
well, Rap. Okay, yeah, he didn't get touched. Okay, but he looked bad doing it. Okay, you can make a guy miss for 12 rounds
Now he
and
did
make it.
move a bit more excess. He moved
Well,
excessively.
I mean, let's be real. He ran around the ring like a track star, and he just looked so awkward. I mean, he looked scared to death in there, and that's why
He
I'm.
wasn't running. It
You
was
mentioned
lateral movement, bro. That's not
Yeah.
running.
no, that was
That was
running.
excessive.
Like
No, that was
no,
excessive lateral. Running is
Moving in a
turning your
straight
hold
back
on.
and
moving back in
actually
a straight
sprinting,
line is
bro.
not lateral movement. Moving back in a straight line is not lateral movement.
That's literally what he was doing. He was moving side
It's
to side. That's lateral movement, bro.
no.
It just was excessive, but it wasn't running, bro.
He did some of
Well,
that, but he also
well,
did a lot of straight line backwards.
That wasn't
excessive
running.
movement is right. Excessive movement is running. Okay, like when Canelo fought Golovkin in the first fight, he was flat footed like he always is, but he was moving excessively around the ring. I mean, that was running. Like just because he wasn't moving like Arizona Lara, the guy was still running. And
But
like I
my
said,
thing is, they was always given this criticism of Haney never engaging with his fighters, and they always threw that on him like that was a bad thing. They always was
well,
talking
it's
like that, like
Hey,
before he even fought Ryan Garcia.
real
So
quick
I don't
though.
even.
well the reason why he was getting criticized for it is because his fights weren't entertaining. Like particularly the first George Kambosos fight. Now, when he okay, people got a bit caught up on the decision against Lomachenko. Haney did show a lot of heart in that fight, so he deserves credit for that. But yeah, they were saying that Haney can box, but he can't fight. Like he can't.
Real quick, at Fight Sports,
Right.
if you can't read body language, you can't decipher running in the ring. Straight up. If you're not intelligent to decipher body language and read body language,
Hold on a second.
you won't be able to see that. That's all I wanted to say, bro. That's all I want to say. Go ahead.
All right, look, I said that he was running, but whatever. Okay, the fight's over.
That don't even make sense, bro. So you saying wasn't Xander Zayas running too? Because he
No,
fought
it
just
made
like how
sense.
Devin
No,
in the
what I
past.
said made sense, nigga. What I said made sense. If
all
you're not
right.
intelligent enough to read body language, then you won't be intelligent enough
All right,
to read somebody running in the ring. Shut up, Fight Sports! Shut up! If you don't have the
here we go
intelligence
again.
to read
Here
body
we go
language,
again.
you will have the intelligence to read what's going on in the ring. They run
Here
it.
we go again.
So
Here we
wouldn't
go
that be
again.
considered running on Xander
What I said
Zayas,
makes sense, nigga. Straight up, bitch.
Sereniano?
You ain't got no stats. You ain't got no stripes over here. You
All
ain't
right,
talking about
well,
shit.
if Castro's finished with his little rant, the reason why I said that Devin Haney was running because he was on the back foot consistently. I mean, he
No, I'm talking
barely.
about before Ryan, bro. So fucking what, bro? Xander Zayas was on the back foot the whole, but you're not saying he was running. That's what
He
my
was
whole
on the
point
back foot
is.
the entire fight.
Xander,
And also, even when he was on the back foot, he was still being able to land a jab, do certain things, engaging
Devin
with him.
Haney
And it,
literally, same thing
Devin
like
Haney
Devin Haney.
avoided contact, and then when he did it, he would sneak attack, get a shot in, get out. You know what I mean? He did what he needed to do to get a win and get out of Dodge, and it doesn't do. And regardless of what anybody thinks and how that fight went, he won, but it didn't do
We're
him
not talking
any
about. We're
favors
not
in
talking about.
preparation for moving
We're not
forward for
talking
any
about the
next fight.
We're not talking about the Ramirez fight. I'm talking about before the Ramirez fight. I'm comparing his style, how his style was
You want to go
before
back in
he
Oh
time,
fought
no!
Ramirez.
I mean,
You
first
want to
and
go back in
foremost,
time, right? You want
people
to
are
go
putting
pre-Ryan
hours.
fight, huh?
Stop,
I'm talking
I
about
think
back in the day, huh? I'm talking about getting the time machine to go back to back Devin Haney, huh? That's
Can
what
you
you
chill, bro? Can you chill for a second, bro? I do think that some things about Devin Haney are
Now
overstated
people are
because,
starting
like,
to fight
going
like
into
Devin
the,
Haney. Now they're not getting the same criticism. That's what I'm pointing
I
out.
think I think some of Devin Haney's
it's not the
criticism is
same.
definitely overstated because going into the Regis fight, I picked him to stop him, bro. I knew he was going to dominate him. So I just think when it comes to Devin Haney, the fighter, there's a certain amount of respect I'm going to put on him off bat. I'm not going to play him like he's some like super punk.
No, they wasn't
But
respecting him. Now I just didn't see like.
that's what I
Also,
wanted to let it be known.
here's another thing.
Mhm.
No, Brim, I'll go after you. I just wanted to say something.
Okay, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first of all, what's your name, bro? I don't know if we've talked before. You asked me questions about Haney. Like, what's your name?
What? Tell him who me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't think we tell him. Okay. Yeah. Before the Garcia fight, I certainly wasn't saying that Haney was a runner. I said that Haney couldn't really knock people out. But so people calling Haney a runner, I mean, maybe that's from the Uriorkis Gamboa fight. But yeah, I don't think he was running. In terms of another reason why Zayas isn't getting the same criticism is because he's just a new champion who just won the belt, whereas Haney has been touted as being like the future Floyd Mayweather for quite a few years. I mean, since he was like 21. So different scenarios. And also Zayas, you're talking about excessive movement. Zayas certainly wasn't moving excessively. He was boxing and moving, but he wasn't jumping around the ring like Haney was at times.
No, he just adopted some of Haney's jab and grab at times. There was that's why I was teasing said for Devin Haney because he utilized some of Haney's tactics. But the thing is, I don't have a problem with none of that. That's part of the game, bro. I mean, like if I don't enjoy the fight, then I don't enjoy the fight. But for the most part, I don't have no beef.
Okay, my question is this then: if Devin Haney beats Brian Norman by
it don't
moving
matter how
like
he does
Xander
it.
Zayas, moving like Xander Zayas, coming on the inside, clinching every time, coming back, then even on the last 2 rounds, if he's up in the card, just like Xander Zayas did, just confidently win the
It
round and
doesn't
don't
matter how
exchange.
he wins.
Yeah, if
It
that's
doesn't
how he
matter how he
wins,
wins, Rap. If
then
he
no
wins, he wins,
motherfucker should
dog.
be complaining
It
how
doesn't
Devin Haney
matter how
is
he
going to
wins.
beat
If he
Brian
wins.
Norman Jr.
I know he ain't gonna be the clinch Brian Norman Jr. though, but that's
No,
cool
but
and
if
fine
he
and dandy. But
clinches, he's
it
got to
don't
clinch.
matter. He
That's
ain't
an
strong enough
art.
to get away
That's
with
an
it. It'll get
art
broke.
that
He gonna
boxers are
break that
using,
clinch gonna
bro.
get break. That clinch
So
gonna get broken.
if Devin Haney has to clinch,
That shit
work the
gonna get
jab,
broken.
Bro, they
fight from the
gave
outside,
That shit gets broken.
bro, they tally
box,
marked
box,
Devin
box.
Haney clinches, bro. I never seen nobody ever do that. I
That was
never heard
crazy
no
though. I was laughing
commentators.
when I was
I never
cracking
heard
up.
no commentators tally mark Devin
That was
some
nasty
other
work.
fighter clinches. So that's
That
what
was
I'm saying. People are
nasty work.
scrutinizing Devin Haney, but now you see other
But Devin
fighters doing
Haney's on a
exactly
different
what
level
Haney
though.
doing.
He just got here, bro. He just arrived, so
tell
don't
him.
expect the same criticism as
Tell
of
him.
yet. I mean, you can pose it though because he does have some characteristics in the ring. But I thought he was definitely a little bit more engaged in the ring.
But
He
don't.
just utilized some
Everybody's
tactics
saying
of
in
the
the
jab
chat
and
right
grab.
now, Brim, do
Huh?
not complain. However, Devin beats him, he's gonna beat him.
I don't know how you talking about what the chat's saying when I'm the one that's saying it.
But
I said
do you agree with
you
that
don't
as a
fucking
grown man?
listen to you don't
But
listen
would
to
you
shit that you
agree
rap.
with that as a
Bro,
man?
are you listening
As
to
a
what I'm
man who
saying?
comes from the Brian Norman
Hey,
people like
listen.
yourself, do you
What,
agree with that?
you're
If
not
Devin
listening.
wins, that
Why are
you're
you
going to
asking me a
give him his
question I already
credit?
answered before you said it? Asking me this question.
Well, I just want to make sure, no matter how Devin wins, will
It
you
don't
give him the
matter how
credit
he wins. If he
against a
wins, he
killer?
wins. It don't matter how he wins. If he wins, he wins. The goal is to win a boxing match. It don't matter how you win. If you win, you win. Period.
Did you hear that, everyone?
It don't matter how you win. It's you win.
Does
The
everyone
goal is to
agree
win the
with that?
box. The goal is to win the match. And so, if you think if his goal is to try to box and have it easy,
Okay, Brim,
it's his
I got an
job to not
example.
make him
Now,
comfortable
hold on,
enough to
Brim, I
do
got a
so. In the
question. I'm
story.
not trying to yell at you. I got a question.
No,
What's the
God.
weakest example of that, Brim? What's the weakest example of that off the top of your head? You say you do whatever you got to do to win. What's the 70 out of 100? What's the passing? What's the minimum fight example you got for that?
I'm not. You want to? You want to know? No.
I'm
Listen,
serious.
I want to answer your
Cash.
question, but I'm gonna be. No, listen.
Give me an
Bro,
answer first.
you're doing too much.
Castro.
Take
You're
that
doing
shit
too
to the
much.
Castro.
MTV.
You're doing
Take
too
that
much.
shit to the
Castro.
MTV. I want to say right
You're doing
now.
too much, dog.
Castro.
No, I'm telling you,
You're doing
nigga,
too
let
much,
no flip
dog.
family
You're doing
fuck
too
with
much.
Castro.
Yeah, you're doing too much, dog.
Castro.
I know it. What's the
No, Xander
example you
definitely did
got
his
for me?
thing though.
When you
I
say,
just
I know you love
I
He
just
business,
have
did
but
problem how
everything.
people
I
don't
just
keep the
couldn't
same
give him a.
what's the
energy.
I couldn't
example
Oh
give him
you
like an
got
man.
8
for
or a
me?
9. And you
You
know,
say
Castro.
you do
6.5
whatever
or
it
a
takes
7.
to win.
He did
What's
everything
the
good. But
70
like I
out of
said,
100 fight example? Like, if
Castro.
you
Give it.
do,
Xander's
if you
Castro. Give it
performance,
a
disagree or
rest.
Xander's
anything short of
performance,
that, you're
Xander's performance
exposed.
was a
No,
70
but
out
to
of
be
100.
fair, right, a real boxing fan who understands the fighting game, just like Brim said, no matter what it takes, if you win, you
You
win.
win. Period.
That is a real boxing fan in the world of fundamental of whatever it takes to win.
Not really, because
What
Devin
that
Haney's
is the
the best
boxing. That's how
example of that,
boxing
rap.
is.
Devin
Whatever it
Haney's the
takes
best
to
example
win,
of that.
you
Look
better
how much
win.
hate Devin Haney gets. He did whatever it took to win. Finesse, his daddy did too. So look at
I
that.
don't know. You're
Simple.
doing
Yeah,
way
but
too
what I'm
much.
saying is Brian Norman's a killer, right? He's the biggest killer. But can he do anything with Devin Haney when Devin Haney makes him punch air all night? He punching the air.
Devin Haney is just not that quick. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm
I
just
just
letting
don't
you
believe.
know
I don't
that
believe the hype,
whenever I
dog.
watch
Quick,
Brian
Devin
he was
Haney's
Norman,
a
pretty quick
really
in his
good
whenever
fighter,
I
but is he
watch
years,
that
right?
Brian
quick?
Norman,
Is
bro,
he just
Brian Norman
unhittable
likes
for
to
us?
come
Fuck
with fighters who
no.
just come forward, bro.
He's a good fighter, but
He's only
he's just
fighting guys
unfittable.
that come forward
But
looking
Devin
good, by the
Haney
Damn
way.
is
near
not.
almost
Devin
360.
Haney at his best is
Jin
not a
Sasaki
runaround fighter,
bro.
dog. Devin
You
Haney
guys
at his
can't get
best
all hyped up with
exchanges.
Jin Sasaki, bro.
Devin Haney
Jin
at his
Sasaki
best
ain't
exchanges.
no top level opponent that gives you
Devin Haney at
credibility
his
to say that
best
he's gonna beat a
exchanges
guy that's
punches.
been in the game for years and got the
Devin
IQ.
Haney at his best exchanges punches.
Rap. This observation though, Norman has knocked out 4 of his last opponents devastatingly that were bigger than him. What has Haney done in his last 4 fights?
And that is what I'm
That's
saying.
what I keep going back to. That's what I keep going
So
back
you
to.
guys can go back to this, that this guy's been knocking out guys that are nobodies, but at
Yeah,
the end that
exactly. I
because he's
keep
You want to
knocking
saying
them
call
that.
out.
Santillion a nobody, but if Santillion would have beat Ryan Norman, he'd be the champion. So
But
I don't
No,
want to hear
to
this
be
Centillion
fair
is
with
bullshit.
you,
definitely
bro,
He's
somebody.
not a
to be fair
bum.
with you,
He's
none of
not
them
a
guys are not
bum.
on the
He's
top
no.
level, bro.
He's better. He's
I'm biased. Be real though. Your boy hasn't fought no top elite fighters that
Okay,
all,
well,
bro.
you know what? The resume
Be
won the
real
fight
about that,
already.
bro.
I don't care, bro. The new clips
Brian
is
Norman
Who the
coming. Them
hasn't
hell is
old
fought
ones ain't
Jin?
top
gonna
guys
matter. How
to
many times
say
I'm
that
gonna tell
he's
y'all?
that
Y'all
guy
keep
yet,
on
bro.
living off them old clips. Gonna get you shot with the
Bro,
new
who the
ones,
hell was
man. Let's
Jin
just get ready
Saki,
for the
bro?
fight and enjoy this shit.
Tell him speak. Go on, tell him.
Who the hell was Jin Saki? And why the hell he
Listen,
chose
bro,
James
I don't give
Toney
a
over
fuck.
Boots?
Bro, going into that fight, I expected the knockout. So this isn't like I was sitting around jumping
So
for joy. Who
exactly. So why the
rah.
hell he
I
fought Joe
expected to
Again,
Saki?
win.
high up with
I
Mr. Saki.
expected to win. It was just a day in the office, my G. So what we talking about?
Yeah, no, that was the day of ducking. He should have fought Boots.
Don't get me started with that because I know so much more
No,
than you about
that
that.
was the
I
day
know
of ducking. He
so
should have
much
fought
more than
Boots.
you
He ain't
about the
had to
whole
fight no
situation, dog.
Saki
I know
all the way in
so much
Japan.
more than you about the entire situation. If
Hell
you really want
no,
to go
fuck
there,
no.
I can go there. I know so much
No,
more about it
that
than
was a
you.
day of ducking, bro.
You want to
That
know
was a
something? They didn't approach them till August the fucking 8th. Listen, I'm finna tell you something.
no,
The
they
day that
didn't, bro.
they approached them to set the offers, the first offer was literally 3 or 4 days before the order ended up fucking up
Brian
the
Norman
whole
is
thing.
a
Let me
liar,
finish
bro.
speaking. If you really want to know the truth, let me finish speaking. Listen,
All right,
the moment
tell
they
us this
are
bullshit
you
lie
gonna
that you
listen or
got
you
from
gonna
Brian
interrupt
Norman,
me?
bro.
I just keep my lips sealed because it don't matter to me because I already know what happened and know what's up. It don't make a difference to me. All right. August the 14th was the first time they hollered at him. The first offer was 750K. They obviously Norman went with a pretty high number in my opinion. And the truth of the matter is I can't necessarily blame him based on the overall totality, but as it was happening, I would say that was a little high. You know what I mean? So then they come back with the second offer, which probably about, maybe about 2 days that it went by. You're getting a little warmer, 1.2, but you're not quite there where you feel comfortable, going forward. And see, here's part of the dynamics that none of y'all understood. When July the 31st came in, that's when you're dealing with the mandatory situation with Karen. If you don't communicate with him at any point in time, you're basically putting yourself in a position of weakness where things can go awry. And that's exactly what happened because Karen filed paperwork on August the 18th, which expedited the process. So you don't even get the full fucking 30 days to do what you got to do. So that at that point, you only have 48 hours for him to submit 20K with the paperwork, which would be the extension necessary so you can be able to make the fight and move forward. That didn't happen. So on August the 20th, the fight was actually officially dead in a sense where the IBF title could be on the
When you
line.
talking about Karen, we talking about after Stanionis, bro.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Because
Exactly. That's what I'm
no, it's
talking
even
about. You
worse for
talking
Boots.
about
Because what's the
Karen,
difference
bro.
between 3 weeks? They came up to them and tried to offer Norman 3 weeks before Norman's fight. Norman was like, "Hold up 1 second, let's holler at me right after the fight because these guys have been making these fights in advance, been
Bro, no,
losing." Now
that's
let me
cap, bro.
listen.
They
If you
didn't
go,
even
if you
make a
gonna make a
fight
point,
before.
let me rebut it and tell you the facts of what actually transpired in the timeline.
No,
So
bro.
they came up to Norman and offered it 3 weeks before his fight, bro. What's the difference between 3 weeks before his fight and the date of his fight? Because he moved up 3 weeks after they offered him, and Norman Senior tried to holler at them 2 days later. After they tried to holler him and say, "You know what? What's up then?" And they never even called him back. So they tried to holler at them 3 weeks before Norman's fight. 2 days after they first hollered them, Norman Senior tried to
Who is
holler
he
back, and they didn't
fighting?
even reach
Who is he
back to them.
fighting?
Let me finish, and they
Who
didn't
was
even
he
reach back
fighting?
to them. And then they announced they was moving up to 154, even though they was trying to make a fight with Norman, quote unquote, which would have been a fight in November. So if it was too much for you to make 147, why the fuck would you even try to offer Norman a fight 3 weeks before his fight? The fight in fucking November in the first fucking place. If 147 is too much to already make it in the first fucking place. Read between the fucking lines, bro. What's the difference between
Who
3
was
weeks?
he
That's
fighting?
why I know that's bullshit. I see his posturing in
Who was
position, and
he
I see the
fighting?
bullshit.
You ain't answering the question. Who was he fighting?
Who?
You
No,
need.
that's when the last offer
You see, you
No,
ain't
but
3
trying
you
to
weeks
can't
answer the
before
blame him
question. I'm
Norman,
because
I'm
Boots
about to
said
3
he.
fuck
weeks
you up.
before
You
Yeah, but
Norman
want
was
him to
about
you
to
gotta
fight?
fight
listen to this
Jen.
guy, bro. Brim, you gotta remember
No, he
that there's a
wasn't about
guy
to
called
fight Jen.
It
YSM,
was the last
Greg
time was
Hackett
3
Listen,
weeks
TV,
bro.
before he
You
was about to
and
listen,
fight
many
Jen
Ken.
other
Sasaki.
media.
He told me
Eddie
to
Hearn,
holler
Boots
back at
Ennis.
him. That
This
was the
is
last
yo. Boots
situation.
Ennis didn't say that though. Listen to Boots. Let me get Boots. This is what Boots is saying.
They don't do nothing but talk. All they doing is talk. Social media, they on a they don't do nothing but talk. All they doing is talk. Social media, they on a social media tour right now. They talking, they trying to build their name up off me. They've been doing it. That's what they've
The
been doing.
same
They not
way
really
that you
about it.
tried to do
If
it against
any of
the
y'all in
fucking
here made
Crawford.
100,000 y'all
Fuck
last
out of
fight,
here.
and y'all got offered $2 million to fight me, what y'all doing? What y'all doing?
He didn't offer
Y'all gonna
2
fight me,
million,
right?
1.7 and you
Exactly.
done.
And that's
You had the
close in
message and he
in the
dropped
story
the
right there.
fucking ball.
Well, let me finish though. Boots
And he
Ennis said
dropped the fucking
Bozy Ennis
ball.
said Bozy Ennis and Boots Ennis said a motherfucker getting 100 grand and we're giving him close to nearly 2 million.
Stan
This guy's
Leonis
still.
made less than Norman in his last fight. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Stan Leonis made less than Norman in his last fight, and they gave him $2 million at a neutral site, dog. They gave him $2 million at a neutral site.
See both sides of
They
the story.
He's
Stan Leonis neutral site and $2 million. And you want to talk about what Norman wanted, bro? And he made less than Norman in his last fight. I don't want to hear that y'all throw that bullshit out about Norman. When Stan Leonis made less money than Norman in his last fight.
Saki though for less money though.
No, he didn't. He got over $1 million for that fight.
No, he didn't. Come on, you not fronting. He ain't no million for no Jin Saki.
That was for a title fight. They're gonna bring him over for a title fight. They're gonna pay him well. How much you listen, bro? It's not on the same level as Steve Fulton, but Steve Fulton got over $3 million to go fight in New Way. They pay you if you bringing a title to the table, bro. He got paid over $1 million. Use your fucking head. Come on, bro. Come on. Good God. Shit.
No, he didn't. He said 700.
Let me finish this. Let me finish what this guy is saying.
It was 700.
Listen to what these guys are saying.
You know what? Why you clocking his pockets? It don't fucking matter. He's fighting Devin Haney on November the 22nd. And if he's talking about all that bullshit you talking about mean nothing, because Boots ain't fought nobody of that caliber yet. End of the story.
Yeah, because they kept ducking him.
If you say so, I know more about it than you do. You talk about kept ducking it. Eddie Hearn dropped the fucking ball and fucked up his own parade and did a great job of pinning it on Norman. He lost the chance to be able to put that fight together because the fight would have been dead for the IBF. He didn't even have more than 4 fucking days to make the fight because he fucked up. He fucked up. He didn't even have 4 days to make the fight because he fucked up and let Karen kill the chance of him making the fight. And he did a great job of pinning it on Norman. That's what happened the first time. The second time, he tried to throw out an offer 3 weeks before his fight. Norman tells him, yo, chill, holler at me right after my fight. I'm in the middle of the fight. And then they don't say nothing. Then Norman Senior 2 days later said, I was going to try to reach out to them, and they just completely don't call back. But y'all want to say he's doing all this ducking, and he doing all this posturing. If you were going to make a fight with Norman in November, what is the difference in waiting 3 fucking weeks after his fight to make the fight? Y'all not using no common sense. And he announces he's moving to 54 right after that. That's fishy. That's fishy. Y'all ain't using your head.
Listen,
but
bro.
You see what I'm talking about? Norman was all respectful when Boots was in the weight division, but now talking about some he wouldn't chill. We gotta wait till our next fight. You see?
And you even heard that Boots' camp said that we taught this kid a lesson in the sparring.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about no sparring. He's 17, 18 years old. That man been around walking, working, construction. The sparring story shit don't mean a motherfucking thing. Sparring stories is exactly what they are. Sparring stories. They only go as far as they can. There's been multiple times where people had to one up in sparring stories and got their ass whooped in the fight. So that's cool, fine, and dandy. But at the end of the fucking day, the posturing is real. Y'all believe the posturing, and they did a great job. Solid of them. They created a position and a narrative for y'all to believe, because by the time y'all even heard it, when y'all heard about this shit, by the time, no, bro, the reason why I know y'all don't understand what's going on, by the time y'all even heard about this shit from the first situation, the fight was already dead. And all that shit that happened, all the words that was in public, all meant nothing because the fight was already dead when it went public. And that's why I'll be like, y'all don't even understand the half of this shit. Y'all don't even get it. I do. It's cool though. That's the name. That's the sport of boxing. That's the game itself.
So what you trying to say, unbiased to the world, that you really think that Boots Ennis was lying, that he didn't want to fight Norman Jr.?
It ain't about Boots Ennis' representation.
What are you trying to say? Because Boots Ennis wanted that fight. He wanted to be undisputed. He wanted Norman Jr. The reason why he stayed around is to see if they would catch the bite.
He lose a purse bid?
They didn't want to catch the bait.
If he was so focused on making sure Boots get everything, why would he lose a first bid for a Karen fight? Why would he let Karen kill 13 days of him negotiating for a fight? Why would he let Karen kill 13 days off of negotiating the fight?
Punch Drunk knows all the both sides of the fucking people.
That's cool. I'm glad he didn't know what he know. I mean, what he says ain't gonna sway me. If y'all believe him, that's cool. I don't give a flying fuck, to be honest with you. I got what I got. I've researched what I researched.
So you don't believe that
I'm the one that brought a lot of the information to the table.
You don't believe that he made this decision?
I'm the one that took the research and the time all over through those days.
So you're the only one who took the research.
A lot of the information people are going off is the information that I found. So that's why I don't give a fuck what nobody else tell me, because I was entrenched in reading information as it was happening. That's why nobody can tell me a motherfucker.
So you got all the information, and us elite people out here, we don't know the information.
Just because you said it, Get the fuck
Listen,
out of here,
Daryl
Brim. You
Peoples
cat.
confirmed all the questions that I had, and I brought him to a person that would bring those questions to him and get the answers that I wanted, and I got the answers that I needed, and
Bro,
those
Eddie
answers
Hearn
solidify a
exposed
particular
them,
thing.
bro.
That sounds
Eddie
cool,
Hearn
Funny
was
Daddy. That sounds
exposing
cool,
them.
Funny Daddy. But if he keep on exposing everybody, why does Boots look bad right now? Because their positioning, the way they've moved him in certain ways, and y'all it only matters in that frame. But the thing is, they did a good job of positioning this
And
frame to
let's
look
be
like it's
honest
all
though.
on
Let
them.
me tell
Bro,
you the truth. His
listen,
father.
you can't tell me no truth. You
Okay,
can't
I've
tell me the
seen
truth.
every detail about this situation.
On August the 20th of
Why you don't let
2020,
us speak though?
I just
Why
want to say
can't
this
we
one last
say
thing and
this?
I'm be quiet. On August the
But you
20th,
peep, but you peep
2024, not a one of you
how
motherfuckers knew about
respectful
this
he
fight,
was
bro.
when
On
Boots was
August
in
the
the weight
20th, none
division
of y'all
though.
knew about
They
this
didn't
fight.
want to
I
say
feel it.
nothing, bro.
Now
Stop
because
None of
you're
y'all
saying
knew
that
about this
shit.
fight
overspeaking.
on August
No, my
20th,
thing is, my
Now
2024.
thing is,
because
None
you're
of
if,
you.
if
overspeaking
None of
Yeah,
you.
everybody,
Georgia, of course.
it
Goddamn it.
doesn't
What the
mean
fuck?
you're
I don't
right,
say
bro.
shit. That don't mean shit.
exactly, bro. Just look how respectful they was when Boots was in the weight division. Their energy was nothing like how it is today when Boots moved up, bro. If they really wanted Boots, they would have kept that energy, bro. That's my only argument. That
Bro,
their energy
you know why you have
completely
no argument? Because
changed.
the moment there was any energy to fight was already dead, and you didn't even fucking know it. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all niggas.
Nah,
Y'all didn't
bro.
you have no
Brian
idea
Norman
the
was
fight was dead when it
Caucasian,
went
bro. He
public.
really
When it
didn't want to
went
fight
public,
no
the fight was
Boots.
dead. They
And
didn't
he's
even have
angry.
they didn't
He's
even have
really
4
angry
days
at
to
the public for
negotiate.
seeing that too. He angry that the public is not falling for the trick that he actually want to fight Boots. So that's why he's going on Mill City and crashing out every single day. Because nobody's letting that
He actually was not even aware about some of the things that was going on, my G. That's why I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, bro, he's
He's a
crashing
father
out
to his
because
son, and he don't manage him in the
he
same
didn't fool
capacity.
the
He knows
public
about
that
some things, but
Boots
some things he didn't
he
know
didn't
about.
fool
He
the
didn't even
public
know the
that
fight
he
was
that
dead on August the
Boots.
20th him damn self because of the
Nah,
Karen
bro.
order. He
He's
didn't know that.
crashing
I'm
out
the
on
one that
Mill
told
City
him,
and
my
all
G.
these platforms
I'm
on
the
Boots
one that
because
told him that the fight
nobody
ended up dying on
falling
the
for
20th
that
because of the
bullshit that he
Karen
pulled
order.
when he
You
was
don't
at
get this,
when
bro.
Boots
I'm
was
the one
at
that did the research.
147, bro.
He didn't even know that. That's why they can't worry about you. When you throw things about Brian Norman Sr., I know he's there representing for the best interests of his son, but he don't always know everything about every situation. And I understand that.
Okay, so I've just got some information just now, and I'm gonna play this videos. Just give us a minute because this is Rap Star Boxing knowledge.
I don't do
Ladies and gentlemen, the manager went out there and was crying that they wanted a bit more money. The offer was there, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna prove it to you. That
Either
Brian
a
Norman
bit
C.
more
Can I
money
finish?
or the
Look,
same
look, look,
amount of
this is
money
not
at a
fair.
neutral
You are
site.
only
The
talking and
same amount
talking,
of
and
money
you're
at
not
a
letting
neutral
anybody
site.
talk.
The same
Exactly.
I'm
thing with
just gonna
Nobody
Craig
play the
falling for
Stanley on
that
it.
receipts.
shit, bro.
I'm
They
gonna
get
put
Get
the
Stanley
your
receipts
on it.
out
mouth.
They
here
would
now.
Shut
not
up,
take
I'm
no
gonna
goddamn
show
offer.
it.
you
The
now
same
Shut up
that
amount
you
of
and
are
money
stand
stuck
at a
in
up.
Brian
neutral
Norman's
site or
life.
give a little
Shut
bit more
You
up.
to
are
fight on the
becoming a
ground.
fanboy,
Shut up,
bro.
nigga.
No,
Let
that's
him
You
not a
need
breathe.
to
Let him
fanboy.
calm
get
down,
paid.
bro.
No, he
That's
a
a
Shut
fair
fact.
up.
That's
boy.
a fact.
He a fair
What did
boy.
they give
Bro, this
Stanley on?
guy
Did they
just
give
won't let
Stanley on as a
anybody else
neutral
speak,
site?
Castro.
Did they
Listen,
give Stanley
That
on as
don't
a
mean
neutral
you're
site? Because I'm
right.
not going to let you
I
perpetrate the
listen to
lie.
That don't
some
I'm
mean
not
you're
niggas.
going to
right,
let y'all
bro. That
perpetrate
don't
the
mean
lie.
you're
Did they
right.
give
Damn.
Stanley on as
We
a
need to
neutral
Yeah,
play
site?
the
you
Answer
facts.
do.
that question.
We
Yes
need
or
to
no?
sit here
Did they
and
give
we need to
Stanley?
play the fucking
Did they give
receipts.
Stanley on
We
as a
need to
neutral
show
site?
everybody the
Did they give
receipts.
Stanley on as a neutral site? Yes or no?
All right, let's just put the receipts out and then
Did
everybody
they
can
give
talk.
Stanley on as a neutral site? Yes
Hey,
or no?
look, look, you can
Exactly.
overtalk
You're not
everybody, yeah?
because you're
Let's
not
go.
going to
Until
answer the
you
question.
listen to the
I'm not going to let you
receipts,
cap. Did Stanley
then
on us
you
get a
will
neutral site? Yes or
Nobody
no?
understand, bro.
capping, bro.
Yo,
Did
this
Stanley on
guy's
us get a
gone
neutral
mad, bro.
site?
You
Yes
gotta
or
let a
no?
man speak. Brim, you gotta let others speak so then you can get your points across. If you've got nothing to hide, Brim, and you're not scared of the facts, you should not want to keep talking, because it's not gonna win you the argument. So you gotta let others come out with the receipts, bro. Now, the question is this.
Bro, Boots had 2 belts, bro. It was
Look,
no reason to
the
duck.
manager made a video saying they wanted more money, right? They got 1.6 million. They were arguing for some more. It started at 700-800 grand, then it went back up, and then it went up to 1.7 million like that. Then the father went out there and complained, and everybody who knows boxing knows every detail that we know, every detail. That when Brian Norman Sr. complained on the
Oh.
Mill City to Zab Judah and Mill City and said, I need more money. I want
Oh.
my son to get 2 million in
That's
his
not where it
pocket.
started. It
Let
started
me
after 20
finish.
stuff when Booth went on a YSM interview and said they did not
Let me
offer. That's when
finish,
everybody found
bro.
out about the fight. What the fuck
This
are you
guy's
talking
not
about?
letting me
You don't have
finish.
no timeline facts. You presenting bullshit.
Bro,
The first
this is
interview to let the public
exactly
know
what the
about the fight
father
was
said.
Booth on August the
The
22nd on the
father
YSM.
said,
Give
The
me out the
father
facts.
went out
You're
there,
not giving the facts. That was the
bro.
first
The
announcement
father went
about the
out
fight.
there and said, "We
No,
need
it
more
was
money."
Boots first. Boots first said
Bro,
it
so
on
the
YSM
father
on
lied.
August 22nd. You're
So the
lying.
father lied,
August
yeah?
the 22nd,
You
Boots
So the
lying.
YSM.
father's
Oh, now
lying,
Stop
you
yeah?
capping.
So
lying,
Brian
bro.
Norman
Hey,
Sr.
yo,
is
wow.
lying.
Wow,
Brian
he's
Norman
lying
Sr. is
now.
lying then, yeah?
He's lying. Yeah, he's
So
bullshit
Brian
now.
Norman Sr. is a big fucking lying bitch, yeah? Because if we listen to Brim, then
Find a
Brian
Brian
Norman
Norman
Sr. is
interview
a
before
liar.
August the 22nd talking about the
Okay,
Boots
if we
offers.
listen
Find
to
an interview
Brim,
before
then
August
Brian
the
Norman
22nd talking
Sr.
about them
is a
having
liar.
offers. If you
Brim.
find it, then you know what's up.
You
Make
You
your
won't
mind
find
up.
it.
Who's
You
the
know you
liar?
won't find
Brian
one
Norman
before August
Sr. or
22nd.
Brim? Who's lying? Tell him.
It ain't about Brian Norman Sr. There's no interview of Brian Norman Sr. before
Brian Norman
August
Sr. said
22nd.
that he want
There's
more
no
money at
interview
that
out
time.
before August.
Ah,
The
forget about this.
the first time you
I'm
ever
just
heard
gonna get
about
the
there was
video.
ever a Boots and Norman fight was coming from Boots' mouth first from the YSM interview on August 22nd before anyone else spoke. That's why the
Their
Norman Sr.
hometown
ended up
newsletter.
speaking in the
Their
first place.
hometown
You guys
newsletter.
don't know the facts in the
YSM.
timeline. You don't.
Philadelphia newsletter. The pamphlet. I bet you it's 50 cents down there at the goddamn store in Philly. The fuck out of here, YSM. That's their local newsletter. He gonna tell them anything in comfort of his own home, what his own hometown fans want to hear. So I don't want to hear nothing about YSM.
That's where everybody found out there was a Norman and Boots fight potentially.
So why was Brian Norman Sr. complaining that he wanted more money?
That all happened way after the fact. When all that happened, the fight was already dead, dog.
No, but why? No,
All
that
that was
was at the
after the fact.
time. That
You
was
didn't know
exactly
that.
at the time
You didn't
that
know
he
that.
said that we're
Bullshit.
getting an offer, but we want more money. He was still saying we got 3-4 days and we want more money.
Exactly.
He was still trying
And
to.
then this is exactly why Eddie Hearn said
this is
we don't
exactly
want to give
why
him no money, bro. We don't
this
want
is
to give him
exactly
no
why
more
Cena
money,
is
bro.
crashing
He
out on
already
those
gained
shit.
enough money, bro. We don't want to give him no more
He
money.
never even talked
And
to
that's
Kevin once.
exactly why
This is exactly what we got, bro.
Norman Sr. is crashing out because nobody falling for that fucking bullshit that he pulled her down when Boots was on 147.
No, you just not.
Was
Y'all
in
just not.
147.
Y'all just like to believe whatever you want to hear, but
No,
never actually know.
no, that's
Bro,
why he's crashing out
bro,
because
when did
he's
you
looked
find out
at
there
as
was?
a duck
When did
right
you find
now,
out there was going
and
to be a?
he know
When did you
that
find out when
nobody's
there was
falling for
ever
it.
any conversation
So
with
that's why
Norman?
he's crashing out trying to save
Bro, you
face.
have no clue what you're talking about. I
Yes,
remember the
bro.
first day that people knew about the fight because I remember when Boxing Voice went live after the YSM interview came
YSM
out
is
where Booth
Booth's
said
friend,
they
bro.
denied the fight. And that's when the interview was. The interview was shot on August the 20th, came out on August the 22nd. That was the first time the public knew about Brian Norman and Boots. Not it wasn't Brian Norman Sr. that said anything. That's not when you found out about the fight. When you found out that it was about any negotiation with the fight, it wasn't from Brian Norman Sr.'s mouth. It was from Boots' mouth from the YSM interview. That was the first public announcement of any sort that brought light to the fight being negotiated in any form and fashion. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't.
No, you don't, bro.
Yes, I do. You
Bro,
don't know
we
what you're
have the
talking about. I
videos.
just told you we were just documented facts. I remember the day when it went public and when Boxing Voice went live right after that interview, and then there was a fervor about the fight. It was that day on August 22nd. You don't know what you're talking about. I do.
Unfortunately, though, we've been told by the horse's mouth, the manager, Eddie Hearn, and even down to Brian Norman
You're
Sr. that
talking
was
about that's
complaining,
that's
crying.
all after the
See, you
day. That's
keep
everything
cutting
you're talking about is
everybody
Bro, so
off,
after
you're
what
bro.
I'm
basically
talking
You
about.
saying
wouldn't
that
let
Brian
anybody
Norman's a
else
a
Everything is
speak.
liar,
after
bro.
this.
You
Are y'all,
won't
are
let
y'all
Pelham
listening at
speak.
all?
You won't let Castro
You guys are
speak.
not listening. The
Only
first
person
time
everybody's listening
anybody
to
heard
is
about
you.
the fight was on that
That's not
interview.
the way to win a
Bro,
debate or an
it's not
argument,
about
bro.
winning the debate. I don't
That's
care
not a
about winning
way
the
to
debate. I'm
try
trying
and
to give you
fucking
documented facts and you're
overpower
not using
everybody
your head at
because you don't
all.
want to listen to
You guys are
anyone
not
else,
using
bro.
the head at all. I'm
You ain't
telling
one.
you documented facts.
You ain't giving no facts if you're not listening to anyone else. It's not fair. You just keep over speaking everyone, bro. Brian Norman Sr. was crying, complaining. These guys need to offer us more money. I want my son to take home 2 million.
When you
And
heard
then on
about that,
top
the
of
fight
it,
was already
the
dead, bro.
manager came out with and said, yeah, we got offer, but it's something we're looking into more. We need to do a better deal with this deal. And then Eddie Hearn said that this guy crying for no reason when he already got a great deal and we can't give this guy any more money. He's earning 8 times, 10 times more than what he's ever earned in his life. So if
Yeah,
this guy wants to keep crying,
good
let him
job
keep
by him
crying.
paying
We're
the
moving
attention.
on.
Good
How
job
that
paying
mean
that
that
man.
Eddie is trying to protect Boots because they give him an extension, bro?
Great narrative painting because he offered Stanley Onis 1.5 and Stanley Onis, the team didn't even bring to Stanley Onis.
Hey, real quick
Wait,
though.
what? That was a
Hey, I want to
terrible
ask
take
something
for
real
me
quick
to
though.
say.
He
Hey,
offered
bro.
He offered Barrios
Brim.
1.8, but then you gonna come to Norman as your last ditch offer with no time on you like
Okay, Brim. Okay, we heard you.
Come
Okay.
on, bro. Y'all
Hold on, I
capping,
want
bro.
to ask
Y'all
something real quick though. No, shut up, bitch. I
Who
want
you
to
calling
ask
bitch? Just
something
talk
real
stupid
quick.
ass up. Who the fuck you calling bitch? Just talk
I'm
normal about
calling
you.
you a
You
bitch.
fucking,
Shut
I ain't
up,
calling you
nigga.
no fucking names.
Shut
Just
up,
talk
bitch.
about you,
Let
you
me
funny
ask
ass dude.
something. We heard
Funny
you
ass
talk. We heard
clown.
you meditate. We heard you think out loud, nigga. We heard your diary entries, nigga. The Dick Sucking Chronicles,
You don't
nigga.
know no facts.
Shut up, bitch.
No
Goofy
way
stuff,
you
bro.
yelling like this in the middle of the
Shut
night.
up, bitch.
WWE ass nigga. Get on somewhere,
Shut
man.
up, bitch. Fuck you, nigga. You suck dick all day long on these panels trying to
Yeah.
sell that Norman shit, nigga.
I
While
gotta
you
say,
hobbling down on this
listen, if the
broomstick, nigga.
information didn't
Fuck
go
you, nigga.
Norman's way, I would tell you the
Get your dick in the
information that
booty
goes
ass up out of
here.
here, nigga.
If the
Sucking all that dick
information
and hopping up and
wasn't
down that
benefited to
broomstick,
Norman,
bitch.
I would tell
Fuck
you
you,
the
nigga.
information
Now
wouldn't be
Norman in his
benefited to
head.
Norman.
But
That's
fuck
the
you, nigga. Fuck your
difference.
dick sucking ass, nigga.
So what if he
Shut
want to
up,
tune up,
bitch.
bro? He just moved up.
Fuck you.
I
I
don't
try
get
to
it.
say something, nigga. We
Yeah,
try to call me out, nigga, like I ain't shit, nigga. I
But the
really,
cook
tune
you
up
it's
might
twice,
not
actually
nigga.
be a
the
At
other
good
the
fight. It
chat,
might
nigga.
actually not
Who
be a
won this
tune up.
debate, nigga? Who brings more heat, nigga? Castro or Brim, nigga? In the
heard
chat.
that. Really
Let
did
me
make
know, nigga. Who brings that heat, nigga? Who cooks
it
some?
really
Castro or
fast.
Brim, nigga?
But
Let's hear it in the chat,
kind
nigga.
Who is he fighting?
in
Since
the
we calling
background,
shit
but
out, nigga.
it's kind
Pulling
of
pop
crazy.
quizzes,
He
asshole.
made a couple mistakes and
Yeah,
he
pulling pop
admitted
Elijah,
quizzes,
who is he
asshole.
fighting
You
then?
shut up, bitch. Put in the chat, nigga. Who cooks some, nigga? Castro or Brim, nigga? And you shut your bitch ass up, Brim.
yeah. Okay, but back to the boxing talk. The reason why I say y'all don't know what y'all talking about is because when y'all talking about the Brian Norman complaining and all that,
Wait, Elijah, who's
all
he
that is
fighting
after the really
if he's not?
initial start of things. And I'm trying to tell you the birth of everything, the very first interview that started everything before you got any conversations publicly about anyone talking about
Fuck your
Norman
speech,
talking
nigga. Fuck your
the
speech,
very
nigga.
first
I'll talk over you too, nigga. Fuck your
information out
speech,
is
nigga.
that
Fuck your speech, nigga.
and
Shut up, nigga.
everything
We
that
can't
came
hear
out
you. We can't
really
hear you.
when
We
it's all
can't
said
hear
and done,
you, nigga.
it's
Shut
talking about
up. You shut up, bitch. Ain't nobody can hear your knowledge. Your bullshit, your flim flam, nigga.
Yo,
Your dick
Elijah,
sucking,
Philly.
nigga. That's all we hear.
documented. Karen
That's all
submitted
we
the
hear is
video.
Norman's nuts hitting your goddamn ass, nigga. That's all we hear. We hear Norman's nuts getting
Karen
smashing
submitted
your
the
ass,
paper.
nigga. That's what we hear, nigga. We hear Norman's nuts just hitting your cheeks, nigga. While
That's
you
cool.
suck his daddy dick, nigga.
I ain't
How
taking
about
anything.
that, huh?
Huh?
Atlanta, Georgia, that, nigga. Your
Listen,
bitch
I'm not
ass,
talking
nigga.
about
Shut
that.
up, bitch. Don't you ever think you got the upper hand on me, nigga? Because you
But you
ain't
still
shit.
haven't answered the
I
question.
crushed you in the
What's the
chocolate
question?
Who's
box,
he
nigga.
fighting
Fuck
then?
you.
What's the question, champ?
You shut your bitch ass up, Brim. Don't
I
you
wasn't
ever think you
listening. I'm
got
not
something
talking
on
about you. What's
Castro?
your question, though,
I'll
my
break
brother?
your jaw, knock your teeth
No,
out,
I'm
nigga.
talking
One
to
shot,
the
nigga.
chat.
One
They saying that
transaction,
Boots is
bitch.
gonna fight
So
a
you
C-level
shut up
fighter,
and you
but
listen when
who's
I
he
talk,
fighting?
bitch. Because I'll
This is
cut
probably
you
the
off
Doja.
just
Okay,
like
I
you cut
found
me
I
off,
found the
I
bitch.
think
video.
this boost
I
fight at
found the
least in Doja
receipts. Go
quality.
ahead,
The
Castro,
Doja quality
and
at
I'm
least.
gonna play the receipts next.
What is if it ain't dated before August
No, I'll
22nd,
tell
it
you
don't
what
matter.
receipts I got. I got Brian Norman Senior and Brian Norman's manager talking on the Boxing Voice. Now listen to this.
What's the date of the
All right,
interview?
I'm gonna play this, but Brian, but you
What's the
need to be
date of the
quiet,
interview?
Brim.
What's
You
the
need
date
to
of
be
the interview?
quiet, Brim.
Can you tell me the date of the interview? I'm trying to ask you a question before you
I'll
play. What's the
play
date
that
of
for
the
you as
interview?
well. I'll give you
What's the
everything.
date?
Just give me a sec, bro.
Can you
Give
tell
me
me the date?
1 sec.
What's the date?
Give
Shut
me
up,
1
bitch. Don't
sec.
gotta
They
answer to
agreed
you,
there was
Okay.
an
nigga.
offer.
You don't
Now
want to shut
just
up
be
and you want to
quiet.
interrupt, nigga. Don't gotta answer to you, bitch.
$1.5 million
You don't
was
want
the
to
offer.
comply? Why we gotta comply
$1.5
with
Shut
million.
up,
you,
Hulk
Brim?
Hogan. Sit
You
your ass
guys
down, Hulk
What you
say
Hogan.
talking
crossing
about?
the
You
Shut up,
street
shut
Hulk
up,
in
Hogan.
bitch, and you
boxing
Shut up, Hulk
wait.
Hogan.
on the
And you
internet.
show
So
respect, bitch.
Brian is
Since you
signed with
over
Top
talking
Rank.
and interrupt, bitch.
He's not
But you
signed
don't
with
want to answer
Matchroom.
shit, nigga.
So to
Shut up,
cross
nigga.
the street
Shut
He's
bitch
in
gonna
ass
get
shit
boxing
up
on the
out of
smoked.
here.
business side,
Take that nigga
it
shit
ain't
they
Who you
talking,
fucking
trying to
nigga.
free.
listen to? Shut
Shut
your
So
ass
bitch
Brian
ass
up.
would have
shit
had
up
to
out of
pay
here, ho.
20%
Shut up.
of
Fuck
his
Shut
you,
purchased the top rank to go cross the street to go fight Jerry.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the manager that's telling you in front of Brian Norman Sr. that a real offer was there for 1.5 million and why they never took the fucking fight with Boots Ennis. Listen to this.
1.5 million.
Nobody fucking speak.
$1.5 million was the offer. $1.5 million. You guys say crossing the street in boxing on the internet. So Brian is signed with Top Rank. He's not signed with Matchroom. So to cross the street in boxing on the business side, it ain't fucking free. So Brian would have had to pay 20% of his purse to Top Rank to go cross the street to go fight Jared Ennis.
So that's $300,000 off of 1.5 million. I know, and I'll say this real quick. I know Eddie Hearn, it's not his job to care about our deductions, but it's our fucking job to care about the deductions to make the fight make sense. So we're already starting off with 300,000 being deducted based off of a percentage that he has to pay to his promoter to cross the street. He has a world-class trainer, that's 10%, that's 150,000. He has top management, that's another 10%, 150,000. And then to fight for the belts is not free. To cross the street is not free. To fight for the belts is not free. 3% off of $1.5 million is $45,000. He has to pay that for his WBO belt. Then he has to pay that for the IBF belt that he's fighting for. That's $45,000 two times. It's $90,000. So y'all keep saying, I get it because it's what you see. You're seeing $1.5 million. After the deductions, I see $810,000. So from my standpoint, I'm like, bro, we need more money. And I'm not saying, bro, you have to give us another $2 million or $3 million. Let's pony up the dough a bit to make sure that the deductions that we paying, the whole thing makes sense so that after the fight happens, my client goes home with a check for $1.2, $1.3, $1.5 million, not $810,000. I wouldn't be doing my job if that's the okay. So from our standpoint, bro, I get it. From the fan standpoint, I get it. Y'all want to see the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the offer was there. The manager of Brian Norman said that offer was there. They wanted more money. They didn't want to go home with 800 grand was going to be left for Brian Norman. And he never been given that money before. So you guys tell me now, was it a duck? Yes
Yeah,
or
that
no?
shit was a duck.
May I respond to
Because
you?
he was
I
not
ain't got
only
nothing
fighting
else
for the
to
money, he
say.
was
And
fighting
I
for
got
the
the
belt
video.
too.
On his
I got
team
the
didn't even
video with
talk to
Brian
him at
Norman there,
all.
the
That's a
manager,
duck.
On his team
and
didn't
his
even talk
father
to him
there.
for
I don't
That's
want
a
to hear
1.5
duck.
million was the
nothing
first
else for
offer.
nobody.
Stanley
Was
on
that
his
a
team did not
motherfucking
even
duck?
talk to Eddie Hearn
There's
with
Was that a
people that
1.5
duck?
fighting
million
I
for
was the
want
less
people to
first
fighting
tell me
still,
offer.
bro.
in the chat.
Bro,
Was that
And
a
T only
duck?
you
got
gotta at
one
least
belt.
I
let me
don't want to hear
respond to this
nothing
because they
else.
were still
I'm gonna
actually
go
trying to
eat
negotiate on the
breakfast.
table, but
You guys can
they
cook.
ran out
Tell
of
them.
time
Make
because
sure
Eddie
you
Hearn
cook.
dropped the
Tell them.
ball.
I'll be back.
Bro, Stanley owners team didn't even present the offer to him, and it was 1.5 million. They came
Bro,
to
it don't
Stanley on.
matter,
Yes,
bro.
it does matter. It
Three
does matter. This
belts
is
you're
your
fighting
last
for, bro.
opportunity to make a fight. Stanley owners
Three
make less.
belts you're fighting for. If
It
you
wasn't
was
no
to
three
beat
belts. It wasn't no
Gerard
three
Boots
belts. He
Ennis,
didn't
you
have
know
no
where that would take
He
you
didn't
in?
have the second belt at that time. I'm talking about the first set of negotiations because the second offer is all cap. The
Well,
second
I'm
offer
not
is all
talking
cap.
about that.
Duck,
You
I'm
talking about the
talking
duck,
second
about
offer is all cap. If
rat
you talking about the
bodied
second
brim.
offer, it's all cap. Because
It
what
was
is the
a
difference between
absolutely. It was a fucking duck.
you guys are pitiful. You
Everybody
want to know
said
why
you
you guys
just
are
got
pitiful?
bodied,
Y'all
bro.
get on
You
Brian
bodied
Norman about
yourself.
not taking
You
1.5
bodied
million.
yourself in
When
the most
Stanley on his
knowledgeable
team didn't
channel
even
in the
listen to the offer. They
motherfucking
didn't even
world.
bring it to Stanley on
Rapstar
when they
boxing
offered the
knowledge. When
1.5 million on the
everybody
first
gets
offer.
what is he
They
bodied
getting?
offered
if
Stanley
you
on his
capping
1.5
for
million for
another
the first
man.
offer, and
I'll
his
be
team
back
ignored
after my
him. What is
breakfast.
wrong with y'all? Brian Norman was the only person that actually stepped up to the table, but they did him greasy. They offered Barrios and Stanley on this more money on the first offer, and both of them disregarded them. And y'all want to call Norman the duck? You guys is fools. And then Eddie Hearn drops the ball with Karen and loses 13 days to negotiate. Norman didn't deny the fight. They were still in the middle of the negotiating. But Eddie Hearn had to leave the negotiations because he fucked up and Karen put in the order and killed the chance for them to keep on negotiating. He lost 13 days of negotiating time. Because he didn't even contact Karen and say, hey, bro, stand chill. We're going to put you on the card or whatever have you. We'll give you a step aside money, all that, because he didn't want to have to deal with that. That's why he lost the purse bid in the first damn place when we come down to it, when it comes to the Karen fight, when it happened. So, like, you guys got to really piece it together. Y'all ain't really seeing the business for what it really is. He was pissed off on the 20th interview. He was so pissed off because Karen filed paperwork on that ass.
Duck, bro. Duck.
No, you saying it's duck, but you don't even care about the facts. You don't care
Nah,
that
bro. It's
you
a
don't
duck,
care that
bro.
Karen. You don't care that Karen
Nah,
submitted
bro.
paperwork
That's
on
a duck.
August the 18th before you even knew about the fight. You don't
That's
care
a
about
duck,
that.
bro.
You don't care about the fact that Karen submitted paperwork to expedite the fight 4 days
Bro,
before you
three
even knew
belts,
about the
bro.
fight.
3 belts. Ring magazine.
It wasn't
Ring
3
that.
belts. You don't even understand how the timeline works. This time, the second when it was 3 belts, it was coming up to Norman when he was in the middle of the fight. And they said, "Yo, holler at me in 3 weeks," and then you turn around and say, "I'm going to move up in 154." Even though if you was going to be fighting Norman, it would have been in November. So what's the difference in 3 weeks if you could make
Bro, it
147?
was a
That's
duck,
why
bro.
y'all ain't paying no attention to the
Nah,
goofy shit
bro.
they was doing. The fact that y'all don't see that is crazy. 3 weeks. They hollered at Norman 3 weeks before his fight. That's the
Now I
second
understand
offer.
that Boots didn't have shit to offer, but other than that type of
Bro,
money,
he
but
just
he
said
had
he
belts,
just
bro.
said let's
That's
sit
all
down and
that mattered,
negotiate.
bro.
Let's sit down
He
and holler
had
at me
belts.
after
He
my
had
fight.
legacy.
What is
He was
so wrong
carrying
with you saying
legacy.
holler at me in
If
3 weeks after my
Brian
fight,
Norman
but he
was so
moved up to
confident
another
of
weight
beating
class?
Boots,
You
he
don't
would
see
have beat him
between the
and got
3 weeks?
legacy out of it, bro.
Oh my God, you guys is crazy. I
He
don't
would
see,
have beat him and got
I don't see
legacy,
that
and
play.
that would have been unlimited money off the
I
back.
don't see how
So
y'all don't see
stop
that
it.
play.
Hey,
We don't.
Norman wasn't confident. They were scared.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not scared.
wasn't
They're never scared.
confident.
They
That's
were
why
not
they're
confident. They
the
didn't
way
want
they
that
moving
smoke
right
with
now
Boots.
is all persona, bro.
Yeah, they didn't want that smoke with Boots.
Man,
It's all
y'all, I
facade.
can't believe y'all really believe
Devin
that
Haney
bullshit.
stepped up, bro.
It's all facade, bro.
No, everything that Eddie Hearn did was a facade because everything that
Yeah,
y'all
so his
heard,
No,
everything
it's
manager's
that
a
out.
happened
facade,
The
bro.
publicly
father's a
was
liar.
all
The
The
dead
manager's a
meat.
talk, the
liar. The
talk that
father's a
Brian
Everything that
Norman
liar.
was
happened
giving
publicly
out
was
is
Stop the
all dead
cat.
facades,
Stop
meat.
the
bro.
cat.
No,
It's
Devin
not
Haney
cap.
is
It's y'all
exactly
want to be
moving.
cap.
Devin
Y'all
Haney is
talking about
moving
a
like
whole bunch
how
of shit
Brian
that
Norman
happened
should have moved
afterwards.
when
All
Boots
that
was down
happened.
there.
Everything I'm telling you happened before. Everything you telling me happened after. That's why I know what I know and y'all don't know shit. Because everything I'm telling you is before y'all motherfuckers even knew. Everything you telling me is after the whole public knew. Cool story, bro. Thanks for telling me about it. I don't give a fuck.
Who the fuck is
People
Jen
told me what
Psaki,
I
bro?
needed to know. Daryl Peoples told me what I needed to know, homie.
Who the hell is Jen Psaki? Why he fought him?
Daryl Peoples told me what I needed to know, homie. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Every one of y'all in the chat, Daryl
But
Peoples
you gotta
told me
be
what I needed
honest.
to know.
I'm
After he
I don't
biased.
give
knocked
a
You are
out
fuck what
Quavis,
biased
y'all
he
for
got to
didn't
tell
even
Brian
me.
bring
Norman,
up
bro.
Boots' name,
Daryl
You're
bro.
Peoples
biased for
told me.
Brian
The
Norman, bro.
IBF president told me what
But
I
Bro,
you
needed
are.
after
to
You
know,
he
gotta be
beat
dog.
up
honest. You are
The
Quavis, he didn't
Brian.
even
You
bring
IBF
up
are.
Boots' name,
president
bro. He's
told me
turkey,
what
You
bro.
are
I
I want
needed
to
to
biased.
hear it.
know.
Is unbiased biased for Brian Norman? Let me know in the chat. Is this man not biased for
I
Brian
don't
Norman
care
Jr.?
what anybody say because I know what I know. Daryl
We've seen the
Peoples told
facts.
me
We
I
got all the
wasn't
facts
capping.
here.
Daryl
We
Peoples
got all
told
the
me I wasn't
receipts. We got
capping.
all the
So I
facts.
don't
I
care.
don't know what to say to you. You're a good guy, though. We like
No, I
you.
don't care what
You're a good
nobody
guy,
says.
though. We
Daryl
like
Peoples
you. We
told
like
me
it.
I
We like
wasn't
that you like
lying.
your boxing. We like that you love
Daryl Peoples told me I wasn't
talking
lying.
about boxing, bro.
So it's all good. That's why what y'all say don't matter because Daryl Peoples told me what I'm talking about is factual.
I
Brim,
don't know, man. I've seen a lot of
Brim,
facts out here.
Brim. So you think what Brian Norman has right now, what he has at peak, is enough to beat Devin Haney? He doesn't have to expand his game or go beyond his horizons or extend anything about it.
No, he wasn't, bro. Come on, you know. Who the hell?
No, it's not. No, you don't
No, not
understand
you,
what I'm
not you. I'm
saying. What I'm
talking to the
saying is
chat. I'm
he
talking to the
thinks
chat.
Brian Norman can beat him based on what he's shown thus far. He
No, I'm
has to
talking to the
cover that
chat.
distance. He has to. He has to be able to cover distance elusively and reach out to Haney and map out his evade patterns. If not, he's not going to win. You know it. You know Bill Haney, the soccer mom Billery. You know he's doing everything in his power and has done thus far to get Devin where he has. God bless him, but still it's a gift and a curse because maybe your son really don't belong there.
No, what do you
Go
mean?
ahead.
His son put in the work.
But honestly, bro, look what he's done versus fighters his size versus Ryan and Ramirez. Okay, Ryan cheated. Okay, I'm not going to spend 10, 20, 30 minutes on that. Okay, Ryan cheated. It don't count. But look what happened in the ring. And then look at Ramirez, somebody his size. Look what happened in the ring. And then
Or
you look
now
at
he's
his
fighting
successful
Brian
fights
Norman,
and look at
somebody
the
his
people's size,
size.
the natural size difference. So, I mean, and like I said, Norman coming off of 4 knockouts, impressive knockouts. Santillan, the fucking Argentinian guy, or the Nicaraguan guy that
You
was
don't
bigger
even know
than
the
him
guy
before he
name.
knocked out the
You
Japanese
see,
guy.
you don't even know the guy name, bro. Come on, chill.
But I seen the
You
fights,
couldn't
though.
even
I
tell us
seen the
his name.
fights. I seen the knockouts. I
That
seen
was
them
gonna go
bigger
to
than
my
him.
point, bro.
They were
To guys
all
that
bigger
we
than him, except
know
maybe
about, bro.
Santillan.
Bro, you couldn't even tell us the guy name. Who's the Artini? What is he? I don't even know what he is. is.
Santillan, the Argentinian, Jin
Well,
Kazaki,
what's his name?
and another one. There's another one in there I'm forgetting,
You
but
don't
I
even know
know
their
there's another one.
name,
He had
bro.
4
These
knockouts,
guys are
impressive knockouts
nobodies,
in a
bro.
row. And look at Devin
Tailor
Haney's past
made for
4
Brian,
fights.
bro.
Look at his mental status. Look at his lack of rising like a phoenix out of the ashes and showing productivity or fucking bounce back. He ain't showed none of that, bro. He ain't showed shit. We're supposed to take it on his history fucking from 19, 20, 21 or whatever, wherever y'all want to refer to. No, bro. Think about it, bro. But still, I'll give Devin this. He recognized this is the fight of his life up to this point, bro. This is his spot on the Sheik train.
No,
The big money
Tillian
train.
was
So
definitely
he
bull.
realizes he's going to go in there like it's the fight of his life. And that's what I'm trying to tell Brim real quick. Then I'll shut up. That's what I'm trying to tell Brim. If Norman doesn't bring something new to the table, if he just works and maxes and brings everything of what he's brought already, it's not going to be enough. He's got to cover that distance. He's got to study fucking Haney's evade patterns and map his exit patterns out in order to meet him out there and bring power through the zone. But you have to anticipate it and study it. You can't go in there and then hope for the best and say, yeah, I'll catch up to him. No, you won't.
Why does everybody say Devin Haney is this elusive monster when his best work is mid-range?
But once his elbows wing out away from his body, his power diminishes immensely. Like, yes, his body shots are his best power shots, but once his elbows wing out, his fucking power, it diminishes, it depletes. It's not the same. When his elbows are close to the body and he turns those hips like if he's fucking hitting a tennis racket, those are his best shots to the body, yes. But that's
now,
it.
Punch Drunk Boxing's coming with his receipt saying Brian Norman Jr. ducked boots to fight in the Michaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan undercard for only $150,000.
I don't care about none of that. You know why I don't care about none of that? Because everybody want to talk about what Norman got, but nobody want to talk about the fact that Stanley Onis made less money than Norman. They gave Stanley Onis a neutral site and paid him $2 million. And the first time they came to Stanley Onis, they offered him 1.5 the first time, and Stanley Onis team didn't even pay him no mind. But everybody want to call Norman a duck. Y'all can have that bullshit, man. I'm not
But
really.
Stanley Onis a bigger name at the time for
Stanley
than
Onis
Norman.
ain't a bigger shit, bro. He's an inactive fighter. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Man, Norman almost had the KO of the
The
year
reason why he was
before, and he got
inactive
the
is
KO of
because
the year
Virgil
this year. I don't
Ortiz
want to
pulled
hear
out
that
of the
shit.
Tell him
He
fight.
you
had
agree.
KO of the year this year and almost had KO of the year last year. Year
Let
by
Tell him
year,
speak.
2
Go
years in a
ahead,
row,
tell him.
he's had almost a KO of the year.
Let Tell him
Y'all
speak,
playing
bro.
with my boy, and it's cool. I
The
want to hear that.
reason why Stanley Onis was not active
The
because
man
Virgil
only got
Ortiz ducked him.
150 grand.
So like, and he wasn't inactive for a long time. He was only inactive for like 8 months, bro. Come on, bro.
What are you talking about? He only had 2 fights in 3.5 years, dog. Actually, going on 4 years. 2 fights in almost 4 years when you add the boots fight to it. What are you talking about? I don't even want to hear this madness, bro.
He was supposed to fight Virgil though.
Yeah, you said a key word. Unfortunately, was supposed to.
No, you tripping. He fought. Wait, hold up.
You know that
Who he?
He fought one time before the boots
Norman
fight.
never earned more than 140 grand
That's
until
false.
Eddie Hearn offered him all that money.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. He fought somebody way before Boots.
Another thing to make it so nasty work, y'all be pocket watching Norman, but y'all ain't pocket watching Stanley Onis. This dude made less money than Norman. Get the sweetheart deal out. His team don't even holler at him, but y'all want to come attack Norman. And he's the only one that actually came up to the table the first time, and they
Because
gave him the lowest ball
Norman
offer and
made
tried
He
to
this
made
play
it
him.
about
business.
money,
Y'all, bro,
bro.
Why
they
he wasn't
offered
more fight, bro?
Barrios and
Norman was
them
capping,
way
bro.
more, and they played Norman, and it was their last hope, and they bullshitted with the offer, and ran out of time because
Norman
they
was crying
bullshitted with
out here,
Karen
bro.
too. So they didn't even contact Karen one fucking time, and that's your mandatory, knowing he could fuck you up and force the fight. Come on, man. I'm not trying to hear this weak shit y'all talking about, bro. Because everything y'all talking about is after everything I'm talking about. Straight up.
The guy made 150 grand to go fight on Sandy Ryan's undercard.
And guess what? And Stanley Onis made 80K for the fight before he got with Boots. What are you talking about? So what?
Yeah, but we're talking about a guy
No,
that
no,
getting
but what? No,
opportunity to
it was
get
good
10
for the
times
good
more.
for the gander. If you want to attack Norman making 150K,
but we got a
what
guy
about
that's
Stanley
gonna
Onis
get
making
10 times
80K
more.
and then getting 2 million and a neutral site? And Norman Senior even tried to go when he was public.
Why
He said
you
he
have
would
to
take
compare with him
1.7,
and
but he
Stanley
would do it
Onis?
at a neutral site. But the reason why Eddie Hearn didn't entertain him because
The
he ran
neutral
out of
site.
time because he messed up with Karen. What do y'all don't get about that? Norman just
There was
walk
the
away. They wanted to
negotiation was
continue
going
to
on, bro.
negotiate, but Eddie Hearn wasn't going to negotiate anymore because he didn't have no more time. Which I don't get about that. He just played it good for y'all. He
Now
ran
he
out of
wanna,
time. He
yo,
fucked
you heard
up.
that, Kip, you heard that. Now you want a neutral site. You heard that, people. You hearing this?
Yeah,
You
all
hearing
these
this?
excuses,
This
but he
guy
went
now
all the way to
fighting for Norman
Japan.
like he was the A
No, it
side,
ain't no
bro.
fighting for Norman because if things wasn't in Norman's favor, I would say that because I told Norman Senior myself I would take
Man, be
1.7
quiet, bro.
million. But
But
the
you speaking
problem
about
is,
Norman like he
bottom
did something
line, bro.
serious. Norman
When
ain't
you,
done shit in
bro,
boxing, bro.
y'all
Norman ain't
don't give
done
a
shit
fuck.
in
The thing is
boxing
so
yet.
crazy. Y'all don't care about
He ain't
no
done shit right
details.
now, bro.
Y'all
You
only care
talking
about the
like he's the
fluff they
next
put out
Muhammad
there.
Ali,
Y'all
bro.
don't care that
He
Karen
ain't no
actually
Sugar Ray Leonard.
killed,
He ain't no
forced the
Duran yet.
order and killed
You
the
gotta
fight,
wait,
and
bro.
that's the reason why Eddie Hearn was so pissed off because Karen forced the order. And he never
Brim,
talked to Karen. And y'all don't give a
Brim,
fuck about none of that. That's crazy.
Brim. I just feel Eddie Hearn felt Norman wasn't worth $2 million. Plain and
You
simple.
Well,
know
Go
what,
yeah,
look
Danny?
it
Eddie
You
up.
know
Hearn
what,
said he
y'all?
ain't
That's
Go
his
worth
look it
shit,
fault.
up.
bro.
That was his
That's all I
last
gotta
chance to
say.
make a fight without
Ladies
having
and
to fight a
gentlemen, Eddie
mandatory.
Hearn said at the
That was
time
his
he ain't
last
worth
chance
that
of
kind of
making a
money, bro.
fight without having to fight his mandatory, dog. If the only person that came to the table was
Bro,
Norman,
you
the
crying?
other two fighters played
Holy
you and
shit.
said, fuck you.
This
And
man
then you tried to
crying.
play
Hey, yo.
Norman, and now you got to fight Karen because you was bullshitting Karen too. Like,
No,
come on, dog.
there's no way you crying, bro. You
I'm
sound
not
like you
crying. I'm
care.
just telling you what it is, and y'all don't care what the facts are. Y'all really don't care what the facts are for real,
Yo.
for real. Y'all don't care. Norman's not 100% innocent in this. That's the whole point. You're
No,
not
this
getting.
man is a major
Brian Norman
fanboy,
Sr.
bro.
What they doing is not 100% in their favor. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you look at the dynamics and the circumstances and everything that played out, y'all guys are being goofy as hell to think that Eddie Hearn was on the up and up about every fucking thing. Like, yeah,
But
come on, dog.
bro,
Like, serious.
your boy didn't even fucking headline a card
My
in
man just
fucking
start
even in
tearing
a
up.
school. At that time, he didn't even
Yeah,
Nobody's
fucking
yo.
tearing
sell
up, bro.
anything.
It ain't that deep, dog. I'm just trying to tell you, y'all really don't give a fuck about facts. Y'all only care about that like surface
Bro,
level
you
shit.
sound
Y'all
like
don't
you
care
was at
about
a
the deep
funeral,
important
bro.
shit. Like when there is a fight that's ordered by a mandatory, you have 30 days to negotiate the shit. And if you don't holler at your mandatory fighter, you can piss him off and he can force that order. And when he submits that paperwork, then you're in a position where you got to do something you have to fight your mandatory. And all that happened before any of you motherfuckers knew about the fight. And then on top of that, you guys are just sitting there, oh, Norman's a cap, Norman's a duck. But the maximum money that he was offered, the other fighters that didn't even give him, paying him no fucking mind, was offered either that or more. So that means the little bit of time they had to negotiate, Norman's had to wiggle and push and scrape to try to get the money they was just ready to offer the other fighters off the bat that didn't even pay them no fucking mind. Like, guys, what the fuck are you paying attention to? Are y'all forgetting that they tried to holler at Barrios and Stanley Onis and they both ignored them? Like, come on, what the fuck are we talking about here? This motherfucker Eddie Hearn came up to Norman with it was supposed to be 17 days to be able to negotiate a fight based on the amount of time left on the order. But what ended up happening, the motherfucker only ended up having 4 days because he didn't even talk to Karen. And y'all want to sit up here and scream about Norman. No culpability, no other way but one way. Y'all got it. Y'all crazy as fuck. Y'all don't give a fuck about no facts.
Bro, why he fought
We're
Jin
crazy as
Saki? That's
fuck,
what
though,
I
right?
don't
But you
understand,
just
bro.
spewed and nutted and threw up all over the place.
I just don't get how the Jin Saki fight came into fruition, bro. Like, how the hell he picked Jin Saki afterwards?
Well, you know why? Because Jen's team, the Japanese team, about their business, and they planned out to bring their fighter to go to Brian Norman's fight, and he showed up and said, "I want to fight you," and his team came correct and they offered him
Yeah,
a
but
pretty
he knew
good
that
amount of
Boots was
money
gonna
for a
fight
fight
him though.
to come fight him in his hometown.
Yeah, exactly. He ducked Boots, bro. All this talking that he's doing right now, he wasn't doing it when
Japanese don't got a history
after he
of
beat up
robbing people
Cuevas,
either.
bro. After he beat up
Japanese don't
Cuevas,
got
he
a history
didn't
of
say
robbing
nothing
How
about
people
nobody.
boots
Boots.
dug. Look at people
Where the
boots
Japanese
dug.
have a history of
We got
robbing people?
Tio,
Japanese is the fairest culture in
Virgil,
the boxing
all
culture.
kinds
It's
of
easy to
people,
make a
bro.
fight over there
Come
because
on,
you know you
buddy.
ain't gonna get robbed and cheated, and everything
Brother's
is not in
track
your favor.
record.
Tio is not
Everyone
even
look
at
judge everybody off their track
147,
record.
bro. What are
Look
you
what
talking
Boots
about?
does. Look who Boots weaved and all that old shit. Said nah and second guess and all that old shit. Hell nah. And that one duck Norman got, yeah, right, bro. Hell nah. Eddie Hearn didn't think fucking Norman's worth $2 million. Simple as that, bro. Period. At that time, he may not have been. It may have been a downscale. Regardless, though, Eddie Hearn at that point didn't think it's worth $2 million. That's simple as that, bro. But oh well, you know what? That was better for both their careers, though. Because honestly, at that time, if Boots would have beat Norman, it wouldn't have said shit anyways. Norman didn't have them knockouts he has now. He don't have them 2 or 3 knockouts he had since that date they would have fought. So
yeah, to be fair, Boots and Norman, it'll be a bigger fight in the future if Norman goes up to 154.
He ain't going there. I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think so. No, he probably is. He probably is. But not now nowhere near. But I say in 3 more years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on though. Real
He's
quick,
not
though.
trying to go up there anytime soon.
I want to know who, like, what the test for Boots? He wants a fucking tune-up. What's a respectable tune-up? I haven't heard any Boots fans give a respectable tune-up.
I say a Booker
I hear Josh Kelly. That's not respectable, and I'm not trying to talk
Kelly
shit.
is pretty
I'm trying
nice.
to question
I
all the
just
Boots
watched
fans. They're sitting back listening to see who everybody else is. I have not seen a
Josh
Boots
Kelly
fan
is
hop
pretty
out there
nice,
and say,
bro. I
this
say
is a
Booker Chuck fight. I think Josh Kelly is better than Booker Chuck, if you ask me.
Brian Mendoza's not a bad tune-up. That's a pretty good quality
It is
tune-up.
respectable. Him or Ramos is respectable, Brim. Real shit.
There's really no way Boots could fuck up Boots gotta find somebody decent. There's so many decent fighters.
Okay, hold
He
on.
got the 154 is deep as hell, so he can get a good quality tune-up. But Mendoza, Ramos, those all both work, bro. I ain't beefing with neither one of those for a tune-up coming in the back, coming in 154. Those are good quality fights.
Fight up in 154 is
You know,
really
I think he
a
wins those fights clearly, but those are good fights in the half.
I got a question real quick, Brim. Let's say, okay, Boots said he needs 2 tune-ups. He said no to Virgil. All of a sudden, he's in line and he fights fucking Xander, the 22-year-old kid, for a belt. How is that a tune-up? What would you say to that if someone was trying to debate you?
Wait, say that again?
Okay, Boots said he needs 2 tune-ups. He doesn't want to fight Virgil. He needs 2 tune-ups.
He never said he needed 2
Hold on, man.
He never said that.
Whatever. He needs a tune-up, whatever, though.
He said 1
whatever
tune-up.
He said. Whatever.
Tune-ups.
Okay, he dunked it. Man, bro. Let me finish, bro. Quit trying to clean up for Boots, bro. I'm talking to Brim right now, bro.
Already finished, but I just had to correct you on that.
You ain't correct nothing. I never spoke no false shit. I Like I said, I'll start over though. I respect you though. I respect you though. For real, I need that's live shit. That's good shit. Boots said when he went to 154, he needs a tune-up or 2 before he fought Virgil Ortiz. Since Xander has a belt, him being 22, what if Boots fights a champion? How can you call that a tune-up? If I ask you that as a Boots fan, what would you say to that in a debate? That's not a tune-up. That's for a belt.
Exactly. I said nothing. For you can't not. I don't think no fights at 154 is a tune-up. If you fighting somebody that's
you can reach low enough to where it be a tune-up where it be like.
You know what though?
A tune-up is
real
to
quick
me
though, Brim.
is a punching bag,
to you,
bro.
hey, to you on the real quick though.
You
know what though? That is a belt though. That it like statistically, technically, that is above a Virgil fight because Virgil is like a Mando or an interim.
What's above a Virgil?
Reality, if you're a Boots fan, you can say, you know what? He fucking said, you know what? I'm gonna fight for a belt. In all actuality, in YouTube argument's sake, Boots fans have that argument, that angle, if he does go and fights little Xander, a 22-year-old, for that belt in the next fight, because Xander has a belt, Virgil don't.
There's nothing wrong with him fighting. He fights Xander. That's even better.
That's even better.
But that ain't happening though. Realistically speaking, that's not happening now.
I looked earlier. He's ranked number 4. Bro? Thank God he's not ranked number 1, or he would get that fight. He's ranked number 4 in that division, that WBO, where Xander has that belt. But what I'm saying is, it wouldn't happen
because Boots is going to fight in September. He's about to his fight about to come around.
Okay, honestly though, bro, like give Xander 18 months or something, and then if Xander or let Xander have another fight and Boots have another fight and them meet, that'll be a true read. If Boots punches him down, that's a true read. He got that. That's a valid victory because by that time Xander will be 25 or something. You know what I'm saying? 24, 25 and everything, and bigger than Boots naturally. But yeah, bro. I'm just saying though, right now though, it's too early. Xander's too young. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. Xander's too young to have a belt right now. He has no business with a belt.
You know what? I'm done with unbiased bringing all these fake lies in my channel, bro. He ain't speaking no facts. I
How am
just
I
did my
speaking no facts?
research quickly, yeah? Let
How
me
did
just
my
show
facts in
you.
the first interview with Bush came
I
out
just
with
did my
YSL when the
research.
public found out about the
Look, look,
fight?
look, look,
That's
look. Let this
documented
guy
facts.
need to
That's
be
not a
quiet
lie. That's
now.
a
I
fact.
got receipts again. He said that Estanionis got more money than Brian Norman. That's a lie. Ring Magazine said that he earned the same money they offered Brian Norman.
At a neutral site.
Yeah, at the
Damn.
At a
same money.
neutral site.
So stop lying.
He didn't
Stop
get
coming
offered no
here and
$2 million.
lying that
Oh,
he
He
earned
didn't get
you
more
a
offered
money.
no $2
front.
million.
You
It
a
So
was the
he's
front.
same
You
lying. What are
can't.
you
motherfucking money,
talking about?
bro.
Oh,
He's
you
Yeah,
lying.
you
same
Everything
fronting.
I said is
motherfucking money,
facts, bro.
bro.
Nothing
Fronting,
I
I'm
said is
bro.
done
a
with your
lie. It's
fucking
not
lying
speculative
shit in
about
my
what I'm
channel
saying.
for Brian
Everything I'm
Norman.
saying is facts.
I'm done with you lying for Brian Norman.
I'm not
You
lying.
do
Everything
not
I'm saying
speak
is
any
facts.
facts, bro.
Bro, you a
No fucking
bullshitter, bro.
facts.
Did Karen
You
submit
know
an
that
order
I
on the
come with the
18th? Yes, he
receipts.
did.
You
Did
know I'm
Eddie
a
Hearn
man
only
that
have 2
come with
days after that to
receipts.
be able to make the fight? Yes, he did.
Hey, tell him. Do you
That's
see that?
facts.
Tell
That's
him.
not
Yes, bro.
non-factual. That's all
Castro, do you
facts.
see that, Castro?
That's all facts. That's
You see that,
I do
Castro?
see that. I see that receipt printed out. I got
Bro,
it
this
right on
guy's
the
out
fax
here
machine.
capping, bro.
Yo, you a
He capping out
bullshitter,
here for
bro.
Brian Norman, man.
Estimated. You
This
see that
is
shit?
wrong.
Estimated. Stanley only is estimated. Okay. Cool. I hear
Yeah.
you.
So
At the end of
stop
the day, it was
coming
still
here
a
trying to
neutral
make
fight.
up your fake accusations, bro.
Yeah, fake
Hey,
accusations.
rap. You know what it was though? Brian
Let's
Norman
take
had
it
been
by
in the
what I said.
ring with fucking Boots. That's why he was familiar with them. He felt familiar with them. He'd rather fight Boots, something he's known and been in the ring with, than Stanionis, some dude he has no idea with, but he's heard all about.
And you already know what they call this channel, innit? Rap Star Boxing, what?
Hey,
Knowledge.
rap.
We got to bring the real
Rap?
facts,
When did
Castro.
the public find out about the
We got
fight?
to bring the
Can
real
you bring
facts
that?
out
Is
here,
that
bro.
what's the fact? When did the public find out about the fight? When
It's
did the
not the
public
public,
find out?
Cabana. You said 10
No.
things that are
When
not
did the
true, bro.
public find out
We
about the
bringing
fight?
out receipts after
You're
receipts
not.
after
All those
receipts.
receipts is after
They call
everything that
me,
I'm
I
talking
got
about.
more
Everything I'm
receipts
talking
than
about.
McDonald's,
Every
bro.
receipt you bring
I
in
got
is
more
after what
receipts
I'm
than
talking about.
McDonald's. Now let me eat my food. Stop capping over here anymore, bro.
I ain't capping. That's the sad
You
part
already
about it.
did
Is
enough
I'm not
capping for
capping, but you
fucking
don't care
Brian
about
Norman,
facts.
bro.
You are
You don't care
capping,
about
bro.
facts.
You
You don't
bullshit,
care
Yeah.
about
bro.
facts.
Yeah.
It ain't cap.
You already know.
Why was Eddie Hearn so mad about the carrying order on August the 20th in the interview he had? Why was he so mad?
Man,
Hmm?
the haters
Hmm?
are hating
Hmm?
right now.
You didn't know about the Boots and Norman fight on August the 20th. You didn't know about it.
Ah,
The,
man, you
the
don't need
moment
to
you found out
change it,
about the
bro. We
fight
got
is when the
receipts
Boots
after
told you about
receipts
it. That's
after
when you found about it.
receipts.
The receipts. You want a receipt? I can give you the receipt when it was public. I can give you the
Yeah.
date when the boxing view came on the 22nd after the Boost
So you
YSM
still
interview.
really believe, yeah, that
No, I
Bro, you
Brian
already
keep
Norman
know.
talking about
It ain't believe. I
receipts,
really
but
know.
don't
didn't
give
avoid
us
the
shit,
fight?
bro.
You still
Give us
believe
some
that?
receipts. You keep talking about receipts, but really not showing nothing.
Because I'm not. You want me to be sitting on my phone going
You
through
never
grabbing this stuff
show
and
us no receipts.
okay, okay. Here we go. First of all, I can't even post it from my unbiased page in the first place. That's why I'm on Facts on the Fiction because I can't even
You
come
see,
on my
he
regular
gonna
phone.
show us some bullshit,
No,
bro.
you say I'm gonna show you some bullshit. This is all
No,
documented.
he
Everything
was
I'm gonna show
gonna
you is
do some
documented.
bullshit, bro. You
Okay,
never
that's
had
cool.
receipts.
Okay,
So
you
why
said I
you
don't
keep
got
bringing
receipt.
up talking about you about to show receipts, but you can't do it?
Notes. All right. July
This man
31st.
humming and shit.
July 31st order. Is it
Hey
done?
Castro, what do you think about Shakur? He want to fight Teofimo Lopez, bro.
I think that's a good fight. I think they should do it, and I'm glad that Shakur picked Teo to fight because that'll get him back on the Sheik train. I really believe that. I think like Shakur feels confidence, like no matter what, he'll be okay. Everybody will be able to go home to their family safe and sound, and Teo gets thrown in the mix. Because like he said in that interview, everybody says I won't fight Teo. He's like, but I will. You know what I'm saying? Like he already know, dog. Like Shakur already knows. Like I like that. What he gave us the code language. He gave us the behind the scenes, the highlighter on the wall in the black light. Everybody says, no, I'm not going to fight T.O. He says, but I will. So I think it's good. And I think Shakur and Teo is a good fight as long as it's an even playing field. Hope Shakur don't come with no tank tactics, though. You know, I want it to be on a median playing field. You know, I don't know how much bigger Shakur is than Teo or how much bigger Teo is than Shakur, but I think it's a good fight and I like it.
Yeah, but let's see. It could be something they could put together, bro. It definitely could be something put together. But yeah, tell him. So what do you think about this Xander Zayas kid?
Hey, real quick though, I want to say this real quick. Excuse me. I want to say this.
What was the question?
Hey, hold on real quick though. Tell him real quick. I want to say this. I think Teo's best bet, if it's not that Shakur fight back on the Sheik train, is to sign with Golden Boy because Oscar will be able to get him back in there on those cards. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, tell him, what did you think about this Puerto Rican kid, Xander Zayas?
His fight? I think he did good.
Yeah, you like him, yeah?
Yeah, he all right. But I just don't get how he didn't get the same scrutiny that Devin Haney and Shakur got. I think he fought similar to them.
Yo, Brim, what happened to you, Brim? You still looking for receipts?
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Brim, you
didn't
got
even
lost in the
realize
sauce.
he was supposed to show us receipts.
Man, I gave you
The
receipts
sad
like
part about it is,
McDonald's, bro.
you guys are not smart enough to even know that the first interview that came out to let
Bro,
the
for
fight known
somebody
was
that
on
had
August
receipts,
Nah,
he
24th.
bro,
should
you
have
ain't
been pulled
smart
them
enough to
bitches
give
out, bro.
anybody to be real about anything, bro. You just out here capping, bro.
I'm not.
You know you did.
I'm not.
No, you was capping, bro.
I'm definitely not capping.
all
I'm definitely
bullshit,
not
bro.
capping.
Yeah.
Here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? This is
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
interview to let the public know when the fight was actually even talked about, which was
What's that
after
got to do with
everything
all
was
the
transpired.
receipts I just gave you,
Yo,
bro?
because all those receipts are all after this. Everything, y'all all pretend that Brian Norman was the first one to publicly come out about this fight. That's not what transpired.
Teo
What
is
happened?
not signed to PBC. They just gave him a free hat.
Yo, Punch Drunk said he's Googling like crazy.
I don't have to Google like crazy.
Yeah,
I just
this
want to go
guy's
to the
sitting there
date.
on
I'm just
Google.
going to the
AI,
date because I
he
have to
got
go
every
back to the date of
computer.
August the
He
22nd,
got about 3
2024.
screens out,
Today is
Castro. He
2020,
got 5
which is
screens
a
out
year
there.
ago. So
And
I have to
he's
get
got
this
one of the
interview from
screens
a
has got
year ago.
Brian Norman's date of birth. The other screen's got all his information. The other screen's got the new updates. Bro,
And the other
you
one's
going
got
out there
Google
trying
Earth.
to fucking find
Hey, the
shit.
other one's got Google Earth on them.
Click that link I sent you and
Hey,
see the
right
date.
there, Brim's got
Click
a
GPS on
that
those
fucking
link and see the
cats.
yo.
date of
Brim's
that.
got, you know what?
This
Brim's
man
got an
brung
air
back
tag.
bang. This
He's
man
got an
brung
air
back
tag
bang.
on Brian Norman on holiday. He knows exactly where he is. He's
This
got
man
an air
on
tag
every
on him.
web engine trying to look up bullshit.
No, I don't have to look up bullshit. I just going to give you the interview that actually started the everything, and I can tell you when everything transpired because I have dated document
This man on
time for
Safari.
everything that
This man
transpired.
on
No,
Bing.
I have dated document timelines
This
that
man on
transpired
Google.
everything because I knew about stuff before y'all. And it's simple as that. Y'all goofing off and laughing and cracking up, but I actually know what transpired on what dates. I do. Y'all can do all the capping. Like
This
what
man
I
on
just sent you in
Yahoo.
the link was the actual
Got every
interview
web engine.
that let the public know when the fight was actually even talked
That's
about.
like a box.
Y'all didn't know about the fight till August the 22nd. The fight
This
was
man
already
brung back
dead.
Yahoo.
And then with everything that happened afterwards was all bullshit because the fight was already dead. It was. And y'all don't give a fuck about those facts. Y'all give Eddie Hearn a pass for capping to y'all and lying to
Our
y'all
boxing
like
knowledge,
he
nigga.
didn't fucking drop the
Special
balls in
like
the
and
fight.
subscribe, nigga. We got cap artists, fight artists, boxeo artists, nigga, analysts out the woodwork in this motherfucker. Special like and sub. Brim's a fucking idiot.
But I'm not an idiot. It's cool though. I'm gonna let y'all talk all the shit y'all want to talk. But at the end of the day, I
No,
know.
Brim's cool. I like Brim. He's a cool
I
guy.
know what happened in the timeline.
Brim's
I
cool.
know. From the first
Brim,
offer, I know what happened in the timeline. Y'all don't.
Brim,
Y'all just want to come at me about it, but that's cool.
Brim. You're not an idiot. I spazzed out. I'm gone though. Rapstar, y'all smash a like and sub. I'm gone. Tell him, Brim, salute to you, bro. It's all good. A fair game, dog. This is
No
Texas
problem,
16
bro.
South. Rapstar boxing on. Smash a like and sub. Salute to you, Rapstar. I'm gone, bro.
Yo, everybody. What a great night of boxing, everybody. Good night and God bless. I'm out too. Peace. We still ain't got no receipts. And we ain't going to get no fucking receipts. So even if you sit here for another half an hour, bro, there ain't no receipts. But big up to Brim. Big up to the people in the chat. You better know that this is rap star, boxing, motherfucking knowledge, bro. You understand?
Man.
No cap out here, bro. And I like the way that everybody has the energy and the passion. But come on, bro. We got the world watching over here. We know what the facts are. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great night of fucking boxing. And, you know, you see it for yourself, bro. You've seen everything for yourself. We know the truth. And we know what's cat. We like Brim. Brim brings a lot of energy. He likes to talk about boxing. But come on, bro. Shit, man. That was like, how can I say it, bro? I want to sound nice. I think, nah, bro, man got cooked. Man got cooked out here, bro. It's crazy. People love this boxing so much, you know what I mean? Rap, he got deep fried. Nah, man, Brim's cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He's just too involved in the sauce. You remember when he said, yo, they gave Stanionis over 2 million. Man, they gave Stanionis exactly the same money they gave fucking Brian Norman. They offered. Yeah? Nah, there was no offer. There was no offer. Bro, I just showed you twice there was offers. The truth was the truth, bro. But I understand it, man. I get it. You know what I mean? Brian Norman, people don't want to see him look bad that he ducked the fight. But it's boxing, and it's business. You know, sometimes it looks good on the outside. Not everybody wants the same thing that it's looking like on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's out here. And they don't, you know, you got to remember something. What's on the outside is not what's on the inside, bro. And I know that people from, where is this Brian Norman from? Atlanta, Georgia, innit? So, of course, all the people that's rocking with Atlanta, Georgia, they're rocking with Brian Norman. And I get it. Yo, man. Anyway, guys, have a great night, great day, great morning. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one, bro. Peace from the Middle East.